Hello. So let's start with one of the most important features of Power BI, that is query editor. So first of all, let's import our data from our Excel data source. So we'll select our file and then we'll just quickly load it into our Power BI file. And once the file is loaded, we can see it here in this fields panel. Now, to go to the query editor, we'll just simply have to click this and we'll be taken back to the query editor window. So this is our query editor window, and first of all I'll show you some of the basic but important features of query editor. So when working in query editor, one of the most important things is to always keep these things clear, that we have the right data type in the right column. So suppose this is a numerical value, so the data type should always be in the number format. This All of these which are in number format should be in numeric format. Like this is a date column, so it is in the date type data type. So suppose if we are having a wrong data type in our column, then when we are working with the charts and graphs, this will really cause us some trouble if we are using wrong data type. So always make sure that the data types are correct up here. So simply, if you want to change any data type, we have to just click on these numbers and we'll see all the data types which are available here. So right now it is in the right format, this which is the whole number. We can convert these into any of the different data types, but as of now this looks quite good. The text is in text format, the number is in number format, and so this looks good. So always make sure that your data type is in the correct format. And next up is, suppose we want to sort these columns. So right now they are in just any random order. If we want to sort these, we have this two numbers up here, sort ascending and sort descending. If we click on this, we will get numbers sorted in the ascending order from the smallest to the largest number. And if we want to sort it in the descending order, we can just simply click it and we'll get the numbers in the descending order. We can do this for any columns, and when we click apply any step, automatically this will be shown up in the steps up here. As it is written here, it is sorted rows. This was our previous step. So if we have done anything wrong, we can simply go back by clicking on the previous step. So this is one of the important and pretty good feature of Power BI, that we can undo any step. Suppose you don't want to sort, you have done it by any kind of mistake or any applied you have done anything by wrong. Suppose this is a number format and you have applied it a text data type up here, so this must not work correctly. And so one of the good thing is, it is mentioned up here. We can quickly just click on the cross icon and we will be taken back to the previous step. If we don't want to the sorted rows, we can again click the cross one and we'll taken back to the next step. So this is a pretty handy step to jump to our previous steps. Now another thing is, all the tables which you will be loaded will be shown up here. So we can pretty easily rename our tables name as well. Suppose I want to keep this as only sales data, so our name will be changed here pretty easily. And all of these steps which I followed here are written in the advanced editor as well. When you click on this new window will pop up, and this code which is written up here is in M language. So the source is the Excel workbook, this is my URL, and all of the steps which I followed are written here in the M language. So you can always keep an eye on your M code. Now suppose that you have changed anything in your base data source. Suppose the data which from where you have taken this have any kind of changes. So if you want to uh, keep the change here as well, you can always click on the refresh preview. If you click on the refresh preview, you will always get the updated data. If you have made any changes in the Excel table, so automatically it will not affect here. You have to click on the refresh preview, and once you click here, the data will be updated here as well. So always make sure that you have the latest data in your Power BI file. So there are some bunch of other features here which I'll explain in the next videos, like home, transform, add columns, view, and you can always go through this help window and click on any of these. These are provided by Microsoft only, and they have given a very deep guided learning documentation and good videos as well to get any in-depth knowledge. So that's all for this video now. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you. So now let's see how you can edit and delete columns and rows. So as you can see, there are a whole bunch of columns up here which definitely you don't want to work with, and you want to remove the unwanted columns. So there are multiple ways by which we can delete these columns. First of all, if you want some columns which you don't want in your data, just simply click on that, and when you right click on it, you will see the option remove, and when you click on this, the column will be removed. You can it's right like this. You can select multiple columns by using shift tab as well along with your mouse. So like this, you can select multiple columns, and when you click on remove columns, all these columns will be removed. Another way of removing columns or selecting column is through this choose columns. When you click on choose columns, you will see the whole columns which are in your current table. So the columns which you don't want, suppose I don't want these three columns, I'll simply uncheck them and click on OK, and I'll just get the required columns in my table. And you can see the step is being shown here as removed other columns, which I have just removed. Now suppose I just want to remove rows. As you can see, this first row having null values which is of no use, and so I just cannot simply click on the cell or here to delete it. This is not possible. So to remove this row, I'll have to click on remove rows, then click on remove top rows. So this will ask us how many rows from the top I want to remove. So I'll just simply add 1. By this, the first row will be removed, and it will be shown here as well. So this first row will be removed. Like this, we can remove rows from the bottom as well. I can remove as many rows just by clicking on the number of rows from the bottom I want to remove by clicking OK. So the 50 rows from the bottom will be removed. Just like we can remove alternate rows, we can remove duplicates. Suppose there are duplicate values in this particular column and I want to remove the duplicates. So what I'll do is click on remove duplicates. So now this will only have the values which are unique. So I'll just simply for now undo this step, and suppose there are blank rows as well in your data. So you can always just simply click on blank rows, and you don't have to go and find those blank rows. You have to just click here and all the blank rows will be removed. So just like this, suppose in your data you have in this particular column you have multiple values, the same values which you want to keep, and remove the unique ones. So when you click on this, you will find the value like keep duplicates. So when you click on keep duplicates, now all the values which have at least one duplicate value will be shown here, like just like this. Order number 10,107, it has three other duplicates as well, so this will be shown here. So everyone which have at least one duplicate will be shown here. So this way you can keep only duplicates. So there are other options as well, like keep error, keep duplicates, keep range of rows. By clicking on keep range of rows, you can just mention and specify how many number of rows between the range you wanna keep. Suppose I want to keep from row number 2 to row number 1000. So my row number 2 is this, and once you'll click on OK, So the values between 2 to 1000 will be shown up here. So by this way, you can always pretty easily edit your rows or remove the values from your rows. So now suppose in this particular column, as you can see, the text is written in this particular format, and what you really want to do is change the case of the text in the uppercase. So this is quite easily possible in the query editor. So to change it to the uppercase, all you have to do is click on transform, and here you will see this format option. When you click on format and simply click on uppercase, all the text in this particular column which you have selected will be converted into uppercase. So there are many other things just like in our MS Word or MS PowerPoint. All the feature like in lowercase, capitalize each word, trim, add prefix and suffix, you can simply add it like those. So this is another handy feature of editing our values in particular column. So that's all for this video, and I'll join you in the next one. Thank you. All right. So continuing our work on query editor, suppose there are instances where you want to change certain values of particular rows. So one thing here is you cannot simply click on any cell and right click on it or double click on it to change its cell values. It's not possible up here. So suppose here in this particular column, by mistake I have written motorcycles and I want to convert the values of motorcycles into motorbikes. So to do that, to bulk rename all those value, what I will do is simply click on the column, and here I will find the option of replace values. So when you click on replace values, it will ask us to find the values which we want to replace. So I'll just simply write motorcycles and I have to replace it with motorbikes. So when I click on OK, it will simply replace all the values of motorcycles into motorbikes. So this is one way of replacing all the values in this format just by simply clicking on replace values. Now another instance is, suppose we'll take the column price each. Suppose in the price each, what I have to do is simply add 10 or 20 more price in each of the cells. What I want to do is for each product I want to add 20 more to this. Like for 81.35 I want to add 20 more, so it will change into 101.35. Same I have to do it with the each and every value here. So we can bulk add those values as well. So to do that, what we have to do is simply click on transform, and here you will find this option of transforming values, performing some calculations. So when you click on standard, so it will ask what you have to do is, so suppose for in this particular column I want to add some value. So in the next window which will open, it will ask us to enter the amount, to enter the number which we have to add to each value in the column. So if I want to add 20 to each value of this particular column, when I click OK, all the values of the column will be added with 20. So that's one way of changing values here. So these are some ways to change the values, to add the values or replace values in a row. You cannot just simply click on any particular cell to replace those. So these are the only way to replace the values in rows. So that's all for now. We'll continue in our next session. Thank you.
Okay, let's start working in the report section of Power BI and take a
Okay,
look in
so
of
another
the different
important feature
visualizations which Power
here
BI
is
provide
splitting and merging
in
columns.
it. So
So
here is the
when
sample
working with
sales
the
data which we
data,
were using
you might
earlier.
find the need
I've included
of
both the sample data
splitting the
and the Power
values
BI
in a
report which I
column
will be
or
creating
merging them.
in the
So you can
section.
do
So you
this
can
simply
download
here
it
in query
and
editor.
also
Suppose,
play with all the data and
for
visualizations
example,
which we
we'll
will be
take this
creating right
order
now.
date column.
But
So
I will
now
suggest you
suppose you
to
want to
create
split
your own
them,
report
split
and
the
work with
date
the
part
different visualizations
in one column
along with
and the
me.
time part in
So let's
another
start.
column.
First of all,
So
as you can
to
see,
do
there are
this,
various
we have
inbuilt
this option
charts
here,
up here. So
split
let's
columns.
start
So
working
when you
with
click
a
on this
bar
split
chart.
columns,
So we'll take this
you will,
clustered
it will
column
ask you
chart
to split column
and
either by
now we will add
delimiter or
data
by
in it.
number of
So
characters. So
Power BI is
suppose
quite
you
smart
have any
to
text and you
let
can
it
simply
itself
just count the
know
number of
to
characters from
add
by
which
which you have to
column to which
split the
field.
columns.
So
You
if you
can do
click on the
that,
country
or if you
column,
want
it will
to split the
automatically add
column by
in the
delimiter,
axis field. So
you
you
can
don't
do
have
that.
to add it
So in
by
our case
dragging
we
it.
will use
If
by
you also
delimiter.
you can
So when you click
try
on
and
that,
drag it
this
just
window
like
will
this.
pop up. So
Or
now
if you
as you
don't
can
want,
see,
you have to
between
just
our
simply
date
click on
and
the
our time
sales
there is
and it will
a space.
automatically add in
So
the
when it will ask
appropriate field
us to
panel.
select or enter delimiter,
So this is the
we'll click
first
on space. So
bar
now
chart which we have
it will
added.
ask us to
Let's
split
add
at,
another. We
we
can
can click on the
continue
leftmost
working on the
delimiter
same
and simply
data, but
click
we can
on
change the chart
OK.
type as well. Like we can add it
So
in this
now as you can see, the
vertical
columns
form.
are now
We
splitted
can make
into
it the line
two
chart or
columns:
this
order date
chart.
1, order date
There
2.
are,
Our
we can
date is
do
in
it with
other
all
next
the other
in new
visualizations
column,
as
and
well.
our
So
time is
for
in new
now,
column. So now
let's make it
to
this
we can
line and
pretty
clustered column
easily
chart.
rename
The
our
good thing
columns
about
as
line and
well.
clustered
So
column
just
chart
click,
is
double click
along
on
with
the
these data
header
in the y-axis
and
and in the x-axis, we
rename
can
it
also
as
add
order date
another line in it,
and
and the values of
rename
line will
this
be
one
shown up
as
here in the right
order
side.
time.
So let's
So now we
add
have two
another
different
field that
columns.
will be quantity order
Just like it is
and put
important
it, drag
sometimes
it in the
to
line
split
values.
the columns, it is
So
also
let me
sometimes
zoom it a bit,
needed
and as you can
to
see, the
merge the
line
columns.
values
So to
are
do
shown
that,
here appropriately.
what we have to
So
do
this
is
was
select
the
both the
bar
columns
charts
which we
which
have to
Power
merge.
BI
Suppose
added.
these two columns only, we have
Now
to
let's
merge
add a
order date and order time. So what we
tree
have to
map.
do is
Here is a this
just select
visual is
both
called
of
a tree
them
map.
with the help of
Now
shift.
let's
Now when
add
both of
some
them are
values in it.
selected,
So
click
we
on
have this various products.
transform
I'll
and then
add
click
products, and
here.
along
You
with
can
this
see the
product, we
option
want to
merge
know
columns,
how much sales each
and when you
product has
click on
done
this,
overall. So I'll
it
just
will
simply click
again
on the
ask you
sales,
what
and
separator
as you
do you
can
want
see
to
now,
use
let me zoom it.
and what you have
The
to keep the
the
name of the new
greater
column.
this
So the
area,
separator is,
the more
we
the
can
sales it
keep
has
the
done.
separator
So when
as
you hover
space,
on it, you can see
and we
the
will
sales
just
amount
simply name it
classic
as
cars have done. When you
order
click hover
day,
on the vintage
just
cars,
one
you will
column.
see
So
the
when you click OK,
total sales it has done,
just like this,
and the
our
last value
order
will be
date
the
and
with the
time,
least
they
sales.
are
So
in
this
one
will
column.
arrange very nicely in this
One thing
format.
you
So
will
this is
notice
called
is
a
as
tree
doing
map.
all this operation,
Let me just
our
make
data
it
type has changed here. It's changed to
okay. So now
ABC,
this looks
which is text
okay.
format, but
So next
this
we
is a date
can should
format.
add a
So
pie chart.
when you notice
So
anything
we all
like
know we
this,
have worked with pie
quickly
charts
just
very
turn it
well.
again
So
into date and time.
let's add
And when you do
fields
that,
in it.
this will again
We'll
change
add
into the
sales,
date and time
and we
format.
want to know the
So this
sales
way
by
you can split
deal
and merge
size. What was
columns.
the deal size of sales?
Another feature
So if you can see
here
now,
which I
the
want to
medium
tell
deal
you is,
size has the
suppose
highest number of value. If you
in this
hover on it,
particular
it
date
will show
column,
you
all you
values
want to do
in the
is
numbers
take
as well
out
as in
just the
percentage. You can see the 60% up
days
here.
of the
So
month.
we can always
Suppose
hover
in
on
the
them.
first row it's
We can also
7th of
add
May. So
the
you want to take out this value 7,
values
this
shown
1,
up here along
35,
with this
10,
large,
28.
medium and
Just you
small.
just need the
I'll show
dates.
you later
So
how
to
to
do
format
that,
all these
just simply
charts
click on
so
the
they look very
column
good in
and
that format.
here you will
As of
see the
now,
option
just
of
simply take a
day.
look or
In transform
take
you
a
will
look
see the
on all
option
these
of
charts.
date.
So this
Just
was
click
our
on
pie
that
chart.
and click on the
Okay.
day
Now
and then click
let's
on
add
this
a
particular day.
gauge.
So it is written here, it
A
will
gauge is
extract the day
used
component
to
from the
show
date
the
time value. So when you click
difference
on this,
between the
it will
current value
just give you
in
the
comparison with the
but only
maximum
day
value or
of
the
from
target
those
value.
dates. So
If
one
you have any
important thing which
data
I
where you have a
wanna tell you
target
is
and you have
always make a
the
duplicate
current
of your column and then work on it. So
value which you
right
have
now what I've
achieved,
done
so you
is I
can
haven't
compare
made
it
any
with the
duplicate,
gauge
so it
format.
has
So
overwritten on those
let's add
on my
our
previous
total
column.
sales in it.
So
We
I'll
don't
undo
have
my
any
step.
target value or
Now
the maximum
first I
value,
will
so it will
take
show
a
in this
duplicate by
format. If you
right clicking
have
on
any
it.
maximum value or a
So
target
this
value,
is my
just simply drag them here,
I'll now
and
work
it
on this
will
duplicate
show the
and
target value or
take
the
my day,
maximum value up right
and
here.
now I have the day
So this
value,
shows the
and now I'll
our
simply
gauge format.
rename it as
Let me
order
just
day.
resize them a bit.
So this was all.
The good thing about
The
Power BI
ways you
is you
can
can
simply
always
split or merge the
click on any
columns.
chart and it will
Just practice
the
these, and
where
I'll see
all
you
the
in
other
the
charts
next
will be
tutorial.
drilled up
Thank
as
you.
of the values which you click on it. So when you click on the small, it will show the values of the small in the other charts as well. Now let's add a table or a matrix. A table is a very good format because you can show so many of the data in its in it. Let's start working in the report section of Power BI. It's a really good and take a look present data in a table of the different visualizations just Power BI provides inbuilt. So here I have added the table sample sales data which we were using earlier. Let me add I've included both the product data and the Power BI report which I will be creating in the now the next one will be the customer name and also play with all the data and the customer name here will be creating right then I'll add the sales here. I will suggest you to and finally create your own report how much quantity and work with the different visualizations ordered along with me. So if I zoom it a bit, you can see the product, you can see customer sales and quantity charts. You can always let's start working resize the bar column width. So we'll take this just by dragging column chart like this and now we this will add data in it table. So Power BI is quite smart to let me just add it like this and it itself make it a bit more large. Add which column that was our which table. So if you click on the country another good column, it will automatically add visual with Power BI field. So you don't have to add it format by dragging. If you want to just show a particular also you can overall number drag it. Just you can like always this. Show it in a card. If you don't want, you have card to just simply click on the total number and it will automatically. For example, in our case, we want to know the total number of sales. So this is the first in a particular value bar chart. You can just simply add card in it. Let's add another. Sales. We can so here it is continue working on showing the total sales data, but we can change the chart type as well. Like this is our sales value in this now let's add the we can make it the line chart are very important in Power BI chart. All the drilling down the do it with all the other visualization charts. So it's done by the filters only. So filters are really let's very make it this line and clustered column chart. The good thing about line and clustered column chart is click on the slicer along with suppose we want data in the y-axis and in the x-axis we can also add the another line in it and the values of line will be shown up here in the right side. I'll add status in the field. So let's add another field that will be quantity order statuses. Let me just put it make it a bit in the line values. Make it a little bit bigger so that zoom it a bit easily. As you can see the line here values so as you can see it is showing cancelled disputed in process so and also this was the blank bar charts blank is nothing just added they are just a blank values now which let's we have add a excel table so we can always here is a this visual is called a blank map from here now what you have to do is add some values in it status and add it in we have this various product filters I'll in the page level add products and along with this product we want to know all how much sales each product has done the blank overall so I'll just simply click on the sales status and as you can see now let me zoom it Power BI in its recent update has made this slicer look greater this area good. The so more the sales it has done so when you hover on it you can see the sales horizontal format amount so classic cars have done like when you click hover on the vintage cars you will see the let's just total sales it has done bigger so the last value will be the with the least sales so this will arrange very nicely in this format so this is called a black tree map so that's it let me just make it this was our first so tab this of our Power BI report we have so next so many different visuals add a pie chart so we all know we have worked with pie charts another tab very well so let's add fields as of now just we'll practice with these and we want to know the sales by and we'll continue in the next lecture what was the deal size of sales so we have created one tab here the now medium deal size and as the highest number of value if we hover on it to add another page we just simply have to click on the numbers as well as in percentage you can see the 60% page here so we can firstly I want to tell you we can also add the and each and every values as you shown up here along with this large medium and small they have different I'll show you later how to format all these like charts. For bar graph it so they look very good in value color that formats for as of now pie chart it will show different fields for any scatter chart it will show different fields. This was our pie chart so I strongly recommend you to go to each and every chart up here and see what kind of fields they require and try to play with the data by putting the values in different fields difference between this will really help you understand current value very well that what in kind comparison of chart with requires maximum value data or the target value here in this fields panel if you have any data where you have a target so coming back to and our lecture let's just create the current more visuals, the current value which you have achieved. We have selected this scatter chart. Compare it with the gauge format. Add some values in it. So first of all, let's add country. We don't have any target value or the maximum value, so it will show we have to this it format. Is required to fill this have any maximum value or so a target value. Just simply we want to see the sales value, and it will show the let me just value or the maximum value mode right here. And in the y-axis, so this shows I want to add the total number of quantities ordered. Let me just resize them. So here in the X sales, it is showing in the X-axis. In the Y, it is showing good the thing quantity about order. Is you can always have these scattered bubbles on any chart everywhere. If you have this is just sample all the other charts. If you have large data, it will all these bubbles values which scattered all over this. Click on the small, it will show the value. Another good part of this scatter chart is provides this different fields for size. Now let's add a table or color saturation play axis. A table is a very good format because to make these bubbles show so many of the data or decrease on the basis of their sales. I have just have to put this. It's a really good way to present data in a table format. The bigger size show you this country USA. So here I have added most number of sales has the biggest bubble up here. Let me add the lowest product bubble. Smallest bubble is in the product line here. Last. Now the next one will be what I want to see is on the basis of dates add the customer name here, play access, then I'll add the sales. So let me just show you and live how this works. How much quantity I have this order date and I'll add it into the play access. If I zoom it a bit, now let me show you how the product, the customer sales and quantity. As you can see in the bottom, there is a play access the column 2003, which was the first date of our data, dragging it to 2005. So this is a play access. So when you click on this play button, like this, just add it like now this, and as per the dates, it is showing which country is going. That was our table having the most sales. Now, another good date. So visual with Power just simply go inbuilt is this just like format. This into. If you want to just show a particular each and every day overall number, of course, you can always show it in a card on the basis of card will overall show the total years of this. For example, in our case, as of now, it is showing the total number of days, total number of days each day. So it will take a long time. You can just simply add from 2003 to 2005. So here it is. But this is a really very handy which has been and a very rich visual if you want to show the data going. Now let's add on the basis of the filters. Filters is really very important in Power BI. I really suggest you to use all this. The drilling down the filtering of various charts. So this is how it works. Filters only. So filters are really very important. We'll go back. Here it is a slicer to slice our data. Let me make it bigger. Let's just click on the slicer. I'll let you know we want to some more formatting in this visual in our by the status section. By the status of our products. Just let's add status in the field chart. Area chart is simply a line chart. You can see but in place of this the lines, the area will be let me just totally filled. Make it a big. So make it a little bit bigger so that you can see it easily. Some here. Price, so as you can see, it is showing cancelled, disputed, in process, and also it is showing blank. So these are total blank quantities orders. They are just a blank values in the focus mode, so you can see easily Excel table. These are the countries, so we can always. These are the total remove this blank from ordered of the what products. What you could do is just now let me add the price of each visual level. We can add multiple in or in the value level filters. When you add here, so now just select all this and field is really very handy. The blank field. So if you want to compare between the status, so now here in the legend as you can see it is showing the price of each product update and the quantity slicer look up. So in each country we can for that just a comparison. Make if I just click on the area chart horizontal format in the so this will look just total like this area will be filled. So this is our area chart. Let me add a bar chart. It is a clustered bar chart bigger so that you all can see. I'll change it to total customers name. I'll change the color to black sales. So done by the customers. So here it is. This was our first easily of our Power BI report. We have down so many different visuals all the way down to all the way up. Now let's make waterfall chart is very important chart when you want to as of now comparisons just practice with the basis of your sales visualization sales data is increasing or decreasing next lecture will thank you show the breakdown of values. So we have created one tab here. Now let's create another and add some more on the basis of country. So to add another page we'll just simply have to click on this plus of our and it will give us a blank. So I'll click on sales. So and when you firstly I want to as you can see now in important these are total countries and the biggest every visual, as you see here, bar is showing if you click on them, they have different fields. If you have any here, like for bar graph, it shows excess, this green will be turned into the red, which will show the decrease. Pie chart, it will show different. So as of now, we don't have anything in the negative. Scatter chart, it will show all the green bars only. So I strongly recommend you to this was our to each and every tutorial chart on here and see what kind of visualizations Power BI and try to play with the data. In the next section, we will learn how to format them here, because this will really help you understand, you know, it very well. Visuals what kind of very good requires what kind of data we put them here in this field panel. We really want to format them. Okay, so coming back to our lecture, let's and Power BI provides a lot of things to format visuals. So first, and make them selected the scatter chart. Let's add some values in it.
Thank you guys for being with me till here. I would really appreciate if you would take some time out to leave your review.
Now
that would be really helpful for this course.
X-axis and Y-axis.
So, till that time,
in the X-axis,
keep learning, keep practicing Power BI, and we'll meet in the next lecture. Thank you.
Let me just make it in the focus mode.
We have
and in the Y-axis,
created our first
I want to add the
Power BI
number of quantities.
So now let's learn how you can apply filtering.
So here in the X sales, it is showing in the X-axis. In the Y, it is showing the quantity order
here,
and we have these scattered bubbles like everywhere.
In process,
this is just simple small
filtered
data.
values.
If you have large data,
or the sliced values,
all these bubbles will be scattered all over this place.
As per what we click.
Now, another good part of this scatter chart is provides this different fields
along
for
with
size.
These, there is another thing
this
which
color
is provided right here in the bottom.
So
suppose you want to filter some values only from a particular
increase
chart
or decrease on the basis of
for example,
I have just have
this
to put
particular
this
bar
sales in the
chart.
size field,
as you can see,
and now you can see
this bar chart
the bigger size,
all the values
country
of
USA,
all the countries having
the most number of sales,
total sales
has the biggest bubble up here.
Your requirement here is
bubble,
you want to see the sales only between sales
now
only
what I want to see is on the basis of dates
to $2 million.
There should be an
right
play
now
access
it is showing from the lowest.
So let me just show you
live how this works. $57,000 to
now
maximum,
I have
which is
this
3 million
order date
$3.6 million
to the play access.
Now
let me show you how good this
we want
really
to filter
works.
It. We want to see only
as
those
you can see it in the bottom, there is a play access from 2003, which was the first date of our data, to 2005. So this is a play access. So when you click on this play button,
you have to really look
like
learn this, because
now
this is
as per the dates, it is showing which country is going
day-to-day reporting,
having the most
so
sales.
Just click on the
as of date
particular chart,
so it will
and,
just simply go
below the field,
just like
these
this
field
into
values. You will see this filter
each and
section.
every day. We can of
so
course
whatever values
filter
which we have
these
used
on the basis of
can be seen up here.
months or years.
These are called visual level filters.
As of now, it is showing the total number of days, total number of days each day. So it will take a long time
out sales
from going from 2003 to 2005.
Click on this,
but this
particular
is a
arrow,
really very handy and a very rich visual if you want to show the data
values we want to show the
on the basis of time. So
our condition
this
is
really very
see the
handy
data.
I really suggest you to use this if you have any time values as well. So this is how it works. I'll pause it for now and we'll go back,
and it should be
less than or equal to, make it bigger,
2 million.
I'll let you know some more formatting in this visual in our
apply filter
coming sections.
Here it is.
So next, just let
filtered
add
chart.
an area
chart.
The area chart is simply a line chart,
so
but in place of the lines, the area will be totally filled with color.
202,000,
so
and this is the highest, which is
1.2
million. So between 200,000 to $2
price
million.
And the total quantities
so
ordered
in
how
the
you can apply the
filter.
Section. So these are total quantities
there are
ordered.
many things like less than,
open it in the focus mode so you can see easily.
Equal to,
these are the
by which you
countries
can apply this filtering.
These are the total quantities of
now let me show you
of the
how
products.
You can, there are also other ways of applying
price
filtering
of each
in various
so we can
charts.
add multiple in
so
the
let
value
me jump to my second page.
So now it is this
and suppose
field is really very handy.
This bar chart having
if
so
you want
many
to
values,
compare between two fields.
We don't want to see all
in
of
the legend,
these.
as you can see, it is showing the price of each product
down
and the quantities ordered.
All the way
so
to the bottom.
Each country
we want to see some particular
the comparison.
Values. Okay.
If I just click on
so there are two
area
ways.
chart,
first of
all,
show
it in the
we want to see some particular
area
customer.
will be filled.
So for that,
this is our area chart. Let me add a bar chart. It is a clustered bar chart.
Customer. And right now we just want to see some 5, 6, 7 customers only. So we can just simply click on their names.
Sales.
and
10
it
by
will
the
keep on adding
customers.
on these bars.
Here it is.
But if you
We
want
can
to
easily just
do some
scroll
different kind of
down
filtering,
here
like
all the way
you
down
want
to
to
all
see,
the way
suppose
up.
I want to
Pretty
see
easy. The
the
waterfall chart
top
is very
10 customers
important
having
chart
the
when you
most
want
sales.
to make
Okay,
comparisons
so I want to
on
see
the
the
basis of
top
your
customers.
sales. If your sales data
So
is
to
increasing or
do this,
decreasing,
we
it
have to click
will
on this
show the
particular
breakdown of
area,
values.
particular bar, and we can see
So
this
let's
advanced filtering,
add
basic
our
filtering, top end
on the
filtering.
basis of
We have
country.
used the advanced filtering
I
in
want
our
to see the increase or
last
decrease of our
bar
sales.
chart where
So
I've
I'll
used
click on
this.
sales,
Now we have seen
and
this
when you
basic filtering, and now
see, as
let's
you can
use
see
the
now,
top end.
these are the
Top end
total
means
countries,
the top
and the
values which we
biggest
want to filter.
bar is
Now I
showing the
want the
highest number
top
of
10
sales. If you
customers
have
having the
any
most
values
sales.
in the
So I have
negative,
clicked on
this
top.
green will be
Now it is
turned into
asking
the
me to
red, which
show
will show the
items
decrease.
top.
So
I
as
will
of now, we
add
don't have
10,
anything in the
and the
negative,
by
so it
values
is
I'll
showing all
simply
the green
drag
bars only.
sales up here. And
So this was our
when we click on apply filter,
tutorial on
here it
the
is. Here is our
inbuilt visualizations which Power BI
top 10
provide. In
customers.
the next section,
Another
we will
thing
learn
which I want
how
to
to
tell you is
format
we
them,
can
because
sort
it's really
these
very
customers from
important. You
highest to
know,
lowest.
these
As you can see,
visuals
these
won't
3
look very
ellipses
good
here.
if you
Just these are the
just
more options. When
keep
you
them
click
as
on
it
it,
is.
it will
We really
give
want to
you some
format them
features.
so that they look
So
pretty
when you
good.
click
And
on
Power
sort
BI
by
provides a
sales,
lot of things to
these will be
format
sort
them
by sales.
and make them really
So
good.
the Euro shipping shopping channel, mini gifts, these are our
Thank
top
you guys for being
customers
with me
having the
till
most
here.
sales.
I would really
We can
appreciate
also
if you would
sort them
take
by
some time out to leave your
from
review.
lowest to highest,
That would be really
or
helpful for
highest to
this
lowest.
course.
So these are
So
some
till
of the
that
ways
time,
of filtering
keep learning, keep practicing
in
Power
Power
BI,
BI.
and we'll meet in the
Filtering
next
is really
lecture.
very
Thank you.
important part. If
Hi.
to drill
So
down
we
to
have
make our
created
reports
our
more
first report in
with
Power
more
BI.
rich
So now let's
content.
learn
So I hope
how
you
you
have
can apply
understood this.
filtering
If
in
you have
these
really any kind of doubt
visuals.
related to
So we have
filtering,
already
feel free
used
to
this
ask me
slicer
in the
here.
QA
If we
section.
click on any
As
of
of
these
now, thank
value,
you,
like
and we'll
in
continue on the
process,
next
we
lecture.
will see the filtered values.
Okay,
Or the
so
sliced
we have
values
seen how to add
as per
visuals in our
our
report, how to add
as
filtering
per
on
what we
them.
click. Now let's
So these will be
learn one of the
filtered on the
most
basis of what we
important
click.
part
Now,
of Power BI, which is
along with these,
drilling
there is
down.
another thing
So
which is provided right here
drilling
in the
down in
bottom.
a visual or in a
Suppose
report
you
means
want to filter some
to
values only from a
go in
particular
depth
chart of that
for
particular
example,
visual to know
this
more
particular
about
bar
that
chart.
visual.
As you can
So
see,
suppose
this
let's
bar
take
chart
this bar
have
chart of
all the
ours.
values of all the
So
countries
it is right
having
now having customer
total
name
sales. So
and their
now,
sales value.
what your
Now,
requirement here
suppose our
is you want
requirement
to see the
is
sales
we want
only
to
between
know
which
sales only
country
between from two hundred
from
thousand
where
dollars
are
to
from
$2
where
million
our
dollars.
customers
Right now,
belongs
it is
to.
showing
From
okay.
the lowest,
So
which
we'll
is
add this
as you can see,
country on top of the
$57,000 to
customer name.
maximum, which is
So now this
3.6
is what
million
it is
dollars.
showing.
What
The
our
sales are
requirement
showing
is
on the
we
basis
want
of
to
the
filter it.
countries.
We
Let
want to
me
see
zoom it
only those
in
countries
Australia, France,
whose
Singapore, and UK.
values
And
are
now
lying
we want to
between
know which
$200,000 to
countries
$2
are
million.
having
So
our
this is
customers.
provided in Power BI.
So to
You have
do
to
that,
really look
we have these
learn
we
this,
have these
because
big
this is
something
small
which you
buttons
can right
which
here,
you
these arrow
might need in
buttons.
your
I'll let you know
day-to-day
about each and every
reporting.
one of them.
So just
So
click on
first of
the
all,
particular chart
button.
and
This
in
will
the
show us the
below
next
the
hierarchy.
these
Next
field values,
hierarchy
you will see
means
this filter
our
section.
next hierarchy is country
So
customer
whatever
name. So when we click
values
on
which you
that,
have used are
now it is showing
automatically
the
can be
customer
seen up
name.
here.
Overall customers names from
These
all
are
the
all visual
countries.
level filters.
Suppose
So
there
we
are
will do
4 or
filtering
5
on the basis of only visual level
hierarchies up
so
here.
what we
So it
want
will
is we
one
want
by
to
one go
filter
to
out
the
sales
next value.
hierarchies.
So now when
The
you
next button up here
click
is
on this particular
expand
arrow,
down
it will
one
show
level in the hierarchy.
it will ask us
All down to
from
one level.
between
So what it will
which
show
values
is
we want to show
when you
the
click
data.
on it, it will let you
So
know our condition is we want to see the
all
data
the
between
hierarchies
it
from
should
that
be
first particular
greater
hierarchy.
than
So suppose
your first hierarchy was country. So it will
200,000
show you the country name right here, and it will show
and
you
it should
which
be
country is having
less
which
than or
customers. So
equal to
Spain is having
2
Euro
million.
shopping, US is having mini gifts, Australia
Just
having
like
Australian
this.
collectors.
And when you click
So
on
it will
apply
expand
filter,
all of them and show all of them
here it
together.
is.
Here is our
While this one will
filtered
just
chart.
go to the next level.
The
So this is
the
the difference
filtering is
between
applied
these
only
two.
on this particular
But
chart, so it is showing values only between our requirement is the lowest value, want to see the customers only of USA, and this is the highest. Right now what it is showing is showing us all the customers of all the different countries. We want to see just this is how you can apply the filter. So for to do that, there are many things like less than, less than, equal to, greater than, equal to,
drilling down.
by
When
which
we
you can
click
apply
on
this
this will
filtering.
activate. And
Okay.
now when we click on
Now
USA,
let me show you how you
just
can
like this.
there are
It will
also other
drill down
ways
to
of
the
applying
various customers
filtering
it is having.
in various charts. One thing to
So
note
let me
is
jump to
that
my
all the
second
other
page.
charts have also been
Suppose
filtered
this
on the value on the
this
basis
bar
of
chart
what you
having
have
so
clicked. So
many
you have clicked
values,
on USA,
and we don't
so
want
it
to
is
see
showing
all of
values of
these,
only USA.
as
The
we have
price
to
and
scroll
quantity
down
of USA,
all
the
way
sales
all the way to the
of
bottom.
USA,
We
as you
want
can
to see
see
some
here,
particular
USA.
values. Okay,
We can
so
go
there are
back
two
by
ways.
clicking on this.
First of all,
When you click on Spain, it will
we
show
want
you
to see
values of
some particular
Spain
customer.
customers.
So
So this
for
is how
that,
you
we'll
drill down.
just simply click on the arrow, and we'll see all
in
the names of the
any of the
customer.
visual.
And right now, we
So
just
this is
want to
not only
see
possible
some
in
5, 6, 7
this
customers
bar chart
only.
only.
So we
You
can just
drill down
simply
in
click
many
on their
other
names,
visuals also.
and
As
it
I
will
said,
keep on
many
adding on
other
these
visuals,
bars.
because not in all visuals
But
we can
if
drill
you
down,
want to
but in many of those.
do some
So when you
different
click
kind of
on this
filtering,
pie
like
chart, it will also
you want to see,
show you
suppose
how to drill
I
down.
want to
So
see
as
the
you can
top
see all these countries,
10
when you click on
customers
any country,
having the most
it will
sales.
show you the
Okay,
values of the
so I want to see the
customers,
top customers.
just like this. When you go
So
up,
to do this,
it will show
we have to
you
click on this
various
particular
customers. So this is
area,
really
particular
very
bar,
important
and
part
we
of
can see
Power
this
BI
advanced
to know
filtering,
how to
basic
drill
filtering,
down
top end filtering.
effectively.
We have used the advanced filtering in
There
our
are these three
last
different ways of drilling
bar
down.
chart,
First is
where I've
this,
used
to
this.
go
Now
just
we
to the
have
next
seen this
level,
basic
to
filtering,
drill down
and now let's use the top end.
overall
Top end
together
means
with
the top values which we
total
want to
visual
filter.
total number of
Now I
things
want
which you are
the
having,
top
and the
10
final is
customers
to drill
having the
down to a
most
particular
sales.
data point.
So
Now
I
click on
hope you have
top.
understood
Now
this.
it is
If you have
asking
any
you to show
questions,
items.
feel free to ask me in
Top,
the QA
I will
sections
add
anytime.
10, and the by
Welcome
values
back.
I'll simply click
So
drag
in this
sales
lecture,
up here.
we will learn about
And
conditional
when
formatting
we
in
click on
Power
apply
BI.
filter,
So one
here
of
it is.
the
Here is our
good news here is that in
Top
the
10
May
customers.
2018 update of
Another
Power
thing which I
BI,
want to
they
tell
have
you
released
is
a
we
very
can
good
sort
feature in
these
conditional
customers from
formatting.
highest to
So
lowest.
I will be
As you can
covering
see
that
these three
feature of
ellipses
conditional
here.
formatting
Just these are
in
the
this
more
tutorial
options.
as
When you
well.
click on it, it
So
will
conditional formatting
give you
allow you
some
to
features.
format the cells
So when you
of
click
any
on sort
particular
by
column
sales,
on the basis of any
these will
condition
be
which you
sort by
apply.
sales.
So let's
So
see
the
how
Euro
conditional
shipping
formatting
shopping
works
channel,
in
mini
Power
gifts, these
BI.
are our
So
top
I have this sample
customers having the most
table
sales.
created here
We
of
can
my
also sort
customer
them
name,
by
and their sales
from
is
lowest
in
to highest
front of them.
or highest to
So I
lowest.
want
So
to
these are some of the ways
do a
of
conditional
filtering
formatting, apply conditional
in Power
formatting on the
BI.
sales number.
Filtering
So
is
for
really
that,
very
if I'll
important
have
part
to go to my
to
format
drill
pane
down
and have to
to
click on
make
the
our
conditional
reports
formatting.
more
Once you do that, you
with
will
more
see
rich
these options.
content.
So
So I hope you have
background,
understood this.
color
If you have
scales,
really any kind of
and
doubt
font
related to
color
filtering,
scales.
feel
So
free
you can
to ask
apply
me in the
this
QA
from
section.
the drop
As
down,
of now,
all
thank
the
you, and we'll continue
columns
on
which you
the
have in the
next
table.
lecture.
You can apply this formatting on
Okay,
any one of them.
so we have
Suppose I
seen
have to
how to
apply
add visuals in
formatting
our
on my
report,
sales.
how to add
So
filtering
when
on
I click on
them.
sales,
Now let's
these three options will come
learn one
up:
of the
font,
most
background color
important
scales, font color scale,
part
and
of
data
Power BI,
bars.
which is
So
drilling down.
because
So
this is a
drilling down in
numerical
a
column, so I
visual
can
or in a
create data
report means
bars here. So when I
to
click
go
on
in
it,
depth
it will
of
automatically
that particular
create the
visual
data
to
bars
know more
based on
about
the
that
value. So
visual.
this one is having
So
very high
suppose
sales
let's
value,
take
so it is
this
showing a
bar
very
chart
high
of
bar.
ours.
Then this is
So
almost
it is
negligible.
right now
This is
having
a
customer
normal
name
bar. So this
and
will
their
create
sales
a
value.
bar values like this.
Now suppose our requirement
We can
is
same
we
created
want
the
to
background colors
know
as well.
which country
So
from
right now this is taking the
our customers belongs to.
formatting
Okay,
is done by
so
the
we'll
default values.
add
We
this
can of course
country
change
on
it
top
by
of the
our
customer name.
own
So now
format,
this
by
is
our
what
own
it is showing.
conditions. So to do
The
that,
sales are
once you have
showing on the
click on
basis of the
turn
countries.
on the
Let me
background
zoom
color
it
scale, you have to
in
go to
Australia,
advanced
France,
controls.
Singapore, and UK.
Now
And
here's
now
the
we
drill.
want to know
After you
which
have clicked on advanced control, you will
countries
see
are
this pop
having
up. So earlier,
our
before
customers.
May 2018,
So
you
to
just
do
have
that,
these
we have
particular
these big
features up here,
small buttons
which
right
shows
here,
the
these
format
arrow
blank
buttons.
values
I'll
and the
let you know
minimum to
about each
maximum
and every
values.
one of them.
Suppose
So
I
first of
can
all,
take my minimum value as any
this
number.
button. This will show
So
us
my
the next
lowest value can
hierarchy.
be
Next
anything. I can
hierarchy
apply
means
it here,
our next
or I can
hierarchy is
turn it to any
country
lowest
customer
value
name. So
to
when we
red
click on that,
and the highest value to
now it is showing the customer name.
this
overall
color.
customers name
So
from
this
all
is
the
the
countries.
default color which has been
Suppose
applied
there
here.
are 4
I
or
can
5
apply any number here. So my lowest value will
hierarchies
be
up here, so it will one by
anything
one go to
like
the next
let's
hierarchy.
say I have to
The next
apply
button
on
up
any
here is
particular number.
expand down
Suppose I'll
one
take a
level in the
number from
hierarchy,
here which is
all down to one level. So what it will show is, when
16
you click on it, it will let you know
560. I mean
the
any number you can
all
take
the
here, so you
hierarchies
can apply any number
from
here.
that first particular
I'll
hierarchy.
just
So
not
suppose
show you
the
this
first
because this
hierarchy
isn't
was
that
country.
important. You can
So
apply
it
any
will
number.
show you the
When you click on
country
diverging, you
name
will have a
right
middle
here,
color as
and
well.
it will show you
So white.
which
So
country is
when now
having
when you click
which
OK,
customer. So Spain is having
you
Euro
can have
shopping, US is having mini gifts,
a middle color
Australia
as
having
well.
Australian collectors. So it will expand all of them and show all of
So
them together.
let me show you. I think the
While this one
okay.
will
So I
just
haven't
go
clicked
to
on
the
click
next
on
level.
OK.
So this is a difference between these two. But
There you go.
we don't need.
So once I've done
Suppose
that, you
our
can see some
requirement is
light
different. We just
white
want to
shade
see the
here
customers
in my data
only
bars.
of USA. Right now, what it
Now,
is showing is showing
here is the
us
important
all the
feature in
customers
conditional
of all the
formatting. So
different
this is how you
countries.
can do
We
it
want to see
from minimum to
just
maximum.
this
You can create
particular
the
bars.
gradient of colors.
Okay. So for
Now,
to do that, we have to click on this button.
suppose you have
This
there is the second
this
method of
shows
conditional formatting is color by
drilling
rule.
down.
So when
When
I
we click
check
on this will
it here,
activate.
I can do
And now
apply
when
the
we
if
click on
else
USA,
condition to for in
just
my
like this,
formatting.
it will
So
drill
this
down to
if
the
else
various
condition will
customers it is
only be
having.
applied to
One
the
thing to
numbers
note
up
is
here. This so
that
I'm
all
applying
the
on the
other
sales column here.
charts
So
have also been
suppose if
filtered
my
on the
sales value
value
is
on the
greater
basis
than
of
or
what you have
equal
clicked. So
to
you have clicked on USA,
20,000,
so it is
I
showing
want to
values of
turn
only
it
USA. The price and
somewhat
quantity
like
of
this.
USA, the sales
I'll
of
apply
USA, as you
any
can see here,
one more
USA.
here.
You
Suppose
can
if
go
my
back by
sales
clicking on
value
this.
is
When you click on
greater
Spain, it
than
will show you values of Spain customers. So this is how you drill down
let's say greater than
in any of the visual.
I'll
So this is
make
not
this
only
less than
possible in
50,000,
this
and if
bar
my
chart only.
value is
You can
greater
drill
than
down in many
50,000,
other visuals also. As I said, many other visuals, because not in all
let's
visuals you
turn
can
it
drill
to
down,
0.
but in
And
many of
so if
those.
my value is greater than
So when you click
50,000,
on
I'll
this
make
pie
it
chart,
blue.
it will also
So if it is
also
greater
show you
than
how to
20
drill
and
down.
less than
So
50,000,
as you can
it
see
should
all
show
these
this color.
countries, when
If
you
it is
click
greater
on
than
any
50,
country,
it should show
it
this
will
color.
show
So
you
I
the
can
values
apply
of
these
the
rules here.
customers.
When I
Just like
click on
this, when you
OK,
go up,
my formatting will be
it
done.
will show
So
you
as you can see, I
various
applied only
customers.
two
So this is
I
really
have applied
very
only two
important part
conditions.
of
So
Power
some
BI
columns have
to
been
know
left
how to
blank, but
drill
you
down
can try
effectively.
working on this, and you can
So
apply
there are
as
these
many
three
conditions as you
different
want. I want
ways
to
of
just show
drilling
you the
down. First
demo.
is this, to
So
go
how this
just to
thing
the
works.
next
So
level, to
all the
drill
values
down
from 20 to 50 have been turned to
overall
red, and
together
greater
with
than
the
50,000 have been
total
turned to
visual,
blue.
total number of
And the third way
things
to
which we are
apply the
having,
conditional
and the
formatting
final
here
is to
is
drill down to a particular
to
data
format
point. Down. I
cells
hope
with
you have
color based
understood
on
this.
any
If you have any
value.
questions,
So
feel free to ask me in the
suppose
QA
I want
sections
to
anytime.
color this
Welcome back.
particular my column
So
of my
in this
customer
lecture,
name
we will
based on
learn
the
about
sales column.
conditional formatting
So
in
before May
Power BI.
2018, this
So one
feature
of
was
the
not available
good news
to
here is that
apply
in the
conditional
May
formatting on
2018
any
update of
column
Power
based on
BI,
any
they
other
have
columns
released a very
values.
good feature in
Now,
conditional
so we can do
formatting.
that.
So I will be
This would
covering
be
that
this is
feature of
very
conditional
useful.
formatting in
Suppose
this
I want to
tutorial as
apply
well. So conditional
conditional
formatting
formatting on
allow you
customer
to
name.
format the cells
I'll click on
of
background,
any particular column on
and
the
then I
basis
will
of any
apply.
condition which you
So
apply.
this will ask me to apply color to
So
customer
let's
name.
see
This
how
is showing what I
conditional
have
formatting works
checked right
in Power
here.
BI. So I have this sample
So I want to
table
apply
created
color
here
based
of
on
my customer
so I
name,
can
and their
select
sales
as many
is in
any column
front of
from
them.
here.
So I want
So
to
let me show you how this thing works.
do a
So I
conditional
have
formatting,
a particular
apply conditional formatting on
measure
the
here, a
sales
flag
number.
measure.
So for that, if
As
I'll
you
have
can
to
see, it shows
go
that
to
if
my
my
format
sales
pen
value is
and I
greater
have to
than
click on the
50,000,
conditional
then
formatting,
the value should be
once
1.
you do that, you
If
will
it
see these
is
options.
not, then the value should be 0.
So background,
So if I take it in my
color
table,
scales,
you will see
and
what this really
font
means. So
color scales.
all these values,
So you can apply
first,
this
second and third
from the
is
drop
less
down
than
all the
50,000, so they are
columns
0.
which you
This
have in
value
the
is
table.
greater
You
than
can
50,000,
apply this
so the
formatting on any one
flag
of
is
them.
showing 1.
Suppose I have to apply formatting on my sales.
0 0.
So
This
when I
is how
click
this
on
flag has
sales,
been applied.
these
So
three
now how
options
I
will come
will
up:
use
font,
it in my
background color
conditional
scales,
formatting.
font color scale, and
Let's
data
see.
bars. So
I want to apply customer
because this
names
is a
on customer
numerical
name. I have to
column,
apply the
so I
conditional
can create
formatting.
data bars
Now
here. So
the
when I
condition
click
here is
on
if my
it,
sales flag
it will
is
automatically create
1,
the data bars
then the customer
based on
name
the
should be
value. So this
highlighted
one is
to
having very high
any
sales value,
particular
so it
color
is
like
showing a
blue,
very high
and if
bar.
it is 0, then
Then
it should be
this is
red.
almost negligible.
because this is
I have
a
this sales
normal
flag
bar.
column here.
So this will create
All I
a
want to do is
bar
on the
values
basis of
like
this
this.
column, I have to apply formatting on
We
this.
can same created the
I'll
background
turn
colors
it on.
as well.
I
So
will color based on, I will choose
right now this
my
is taking
column
the
which is sales flag.
formatting
That's
is
it.
done by the default
So the
values.
low,
We can of
this
course
has been
change
done
it by our
color is red and blue. So
format,
when I click on
by our
OK,
own conditions.
there
So
you go.
to do that,
This is how
once
this
you
works. So
click on
all my
to turn
one
on the
values
background
here
color
are
scheme, you have to
turned
go to advanced
blue.
controls. Now
And
here's
the
the
rest
drill.
of the values are red.
After you have clicked on advanced control,
we
you
can
will see
apply
this
this
pop up.
conditional
So
formatting
earlier
on
before
text
May
columns as well,
2018,
which was
you
not
just
available
have these
previously if you have worked
particular
on this.
but if you
Feature
if you're
doing this for
here,
the first time,
which shows the
then you
format
can
blank
try
values
working on
and
this
the
feature,
minimum
which
to
is
maximum
quite
value.
useful.
Suppose I can take
So this is
my
how you can
minimum
apply
value as any
conditional
number.
formatting.
So my
It's
lowest
quite
value
handy.
can be anything.
The
I can
different
apply
ways of
it
applying
here,
conditional
or I
formatting
can
in
turn
Power
it to any
BI.
lowest
I
value
want
to
to
red,
please
and
try
highest
all
value
of these
to
different types of
to
formatting
this color.
features, because they
So
would
this
be
is the
very
default
useful
color
when
which
you
has been
work on
applied
this.
here. I can apply any
And
number
if you
here.
find
So
any
my
kind of
lowest
doubt,
value
just
will
simply
be
ask me and put it in the QA section.
anything like
If along
let's
with the
say
query,
I
I'll be
have
happy to help
apply
you.
on any
But
particular
all
number.
of
Suppose
all of your
I'll take any
queries.
number from
So
here,
keep on
which
working,
is
and we'll meet in the next lecture. Thank you.
16 560.
All right,
I
so
mean any
let's
number
talk
you can
about
take here,
a
so
very
you can apply
important
any
feature
number
of Power
here.
BI,
I'll
that is
just not
drill through
show
between
you
the
this
tabs.
because this isn't that
Drill through
important. You
between
can
the
apply any
tabs in
number.
simple
When you click
language
on diverging, you will have a
it will
middle color
help
as well.
us
So
to
white. So when you
filter
click
out
OK,
same values
you can have
in multiple tabs.
a
So
middle
if
color
there are
as
same
well.
values in page 1 and we want to see the filter
So
in page 2
let
as
me
well
show
for the
you. I
same
think
value,
the
we can
okay.
use
So I
them.
haven't click
So
on
for
OK.
example, when I click here on
There you
Australia in
go.
this
So once I've done that, you
table,
can see some
I can
light
see that
white
all
shade
these
here
values have been
in my
changed on
data
the basis
bars.
of Australia. But
Now,
if we want to
here is the
see
important
these
feature
changes
in
in page
conditional
2 as
formatting. So
well,
this is how you can
this
do
is
it
not
from
possible
minimum to
directly.
maximum. You
So
can
Power
create the
BI has
gradient of
provided
colors.
very
Now,
good feature here called drill through between the
suppose
tabs.
there is the second method of
So
conditional
let me
formatting
show
is
you
color
how
by
it
rule. So
works.
when I check
So
it here, I
when
can
you
apply the
if you
if
want,
else
so
condition
suppose
in
I've
my
added
formatting.
this
So this
country
if else condition
field
will
here.
only be
So
applied
let's work
to
on
the
country
numbers up
only.
here. So
So
I'm
I've just
applying on the
simply
sales
dragged this
column
country
here.
in the
So
drill through filters.
suppose if my
Once it
sales
is
value is
here,
greater than or equal
I
to
can use the drill through filter.
20,000, I
Important
want to
part here
turn
to
it
note is you cannot really work
somewhat like this.
only by adding drill through
I'll
filter in
apply
only one
one
page.
more here.
If you want to
Suppose
drill
if my
through from
sales
page
value
1 to
is
page 2,
greater
keep a
than
note that you have to add this same field in
let's
page
say
2
greater
as
than,
well. Alright,
I'll
so now
make this
both of
less
our
than
pages are
50,000,
having
and if
same
my
drill through
value is
filter.
greater
So
than
now
50,000,
if I select any of these countries, suppose I want to see for Australia, I
let's
will
turn
right
it
click
to
on
0.
it,
And
and when I right
so if
click
my
I will
value is
see this
greater than
drill through
50,000, I'll
filter,
make it
and
blue.
when I
So if it is greater
click
than
on page
20 and
2,
less than 50,000, it should show this color.
bam,
If it
there
is
we
greater
go.
than 50,
It
it
has
should
been
show
already
this color.
been
So I can apply
filtered for
these rules
Australia.
here.
As you
When
can
I click
see,
on OK,
this waterfall
my
chart is
formatting will be done.
showing values
So
only
as you
for
can see,
Australia.
I applied only
Here
two.
it is for
I
Australia.
have
So it
applied
have
only
been
two
filtered
conditions.
only
So
for
some
Australia.
columns have been left blank, but you
If
can
you go down here, you
try
can
working
see
on
the
this, and
drill
you
to
can apply
filter
as
have
many
already been
conditions as you
checked
want.
only
I
to
want to just
Australia.
show you the
So I'll
demo.
clear the
So how
filter
this thing works.
and I
So
can select
all the
for
values from
any
20
other
to 50
country.
have been turned to
So
red,
suppose we
and
can
greater
choose
than
Spain
50,000
here
have been turned to
and we'll
blue.
see the values of
The
Spain.
third way to apply the
There it
conditional
is.
formatting here is
So that's how drill
to
through filter
format
works.
cells with
We
color
can
based on
add
any
as
value.
many drill through
So
filters
suppose
as we want.
suppose
Suppose
I
I've
want to
chosen
color this
countries
particular
here.
my
We
column
can
of my customer name
filter
based on
through
the
product
sales column.
lines
So
and
before
so
May
many more.
2018, this
So
feature was
now
not available
I
to
have to add this
apply
product
conditional
in
formatting on
page
any column based
2
on
as
any
well.
other column's values.
There we go. So
Now, so we
now
can do that.
if I click on, suppose
This
I
is
want to know
very
about
useful. Suppose I want to apply
motorcycles, I'll right click on it.
conditional formatting
I
on
want to
customer
drill through
name.
on page 2.
I'll click on
Now I will
background,
see all the sales value
and
of
then I will
motorcycle
apply.
in
So
page
this
2.
will ask me to apply color to
So this is
customer
how
name.
it
This is showing
works.
what I've
As
checked
you can
right
see, it has been
here.
filtered. Country is
So I
USA,
want to apply
product is
color
motorcycles
based
because
on,
that's what we have
so I can
selected.
select as
We have
many
selected country here,
any column from here.
USA and product
So
motorcycle. So
let me show you
whatever
how this thing
we
works.
will
So I
choose
have
drilling
a
in page 1,
particular
we can
measure
apply
here,
it
a
to page
flag
2 as
measure.
well. So
As you can
this
see,
comes
it
really
shows
very
that if my
handy
sales
when you
value
have
is greater
suppose
than
7
50,000,
or 8
then the
tabs
value
up
should be
here
1.
and you
If
want to
it
see
is
that
not, then the
changes
value should be
from your
0.
page 1
So if I
filter
take
to
it in my
page 8
table, you
filter.
will
So you can
see what
simply
this
do
really
this.
means. So all these
So this is how
values,
drill through
first,
filter
second
works.
and
I hope
third,
that
is
helps
less than
and we'll
50,000, so
continue
they
in
are
the
0.
next
This
lecture.
value is greater than 50,000.
All right.
So the flag is
So
showing 1.
suppose
1,
there are
1,
certain
0, 1,
cases
0, 0.
when
So this is how
you
this flag
want
has
to
been applied.
filter out
So now how
for
I will
certain
use it in
values,
my conditional
but when you
formatting.
click on a
Let's
particular
see.
field, suppose I
So
want
I
to
want to apply
filter out
customer
for this
names.
customer
On
name.
customer name,
When
I
I
have
click
to
on
apply the
this,
conditional
as
formatting.
you can see,
Now
all of
the
these
condition
fields
here
are
is
particularly
if
grayed
my
out
sales flag
because
is
that doesn't really make
1,
much sense. What
then
really
the
we want to
customer
say
name
is
should be
that for
highlighted
this
to
particular
any
customer
particular color
name,
like blue,
or I want
and
to
if it
see
is
how
0
much
then it
sales
should be red.
this particular customer
So
have made.
I have this sales flag column
So what
here.
I really want
All I
to
want
do
to do
is I
is on
just
the
want
basis
to
of this column
make
I
the
have to apply
interaction
formatting on
for
this.
this table
I'll turn
between
it on.
these
I
particular
will color based on, I will
card
choose
visual and
my
gauge visual, but I
column
don't
which
want
is
any
sales
kind of
flag.
interaction
That's
of this
it.
particular table with
So the low
this pie chart
this has
or
been
this bar
done.
chart or this tree map.
Color is red and blue. So
So
when
we
I
can
click on
remove those
OK,
interaction between
there you go.
these
This is how this
multiple
works. So
visuals.
all my
So
one
to do
values
that,
here are
first
turned
of all,
to
you have
blue,
to click on the particular
and the
visual
rest of the
from
values
whom
are
you
red.
have
So
to
in this way
remove
we can
interaction. So
apply
I'll
this
click on the
conditional formatting
table.
on text columns as well,
Then
which was
I'll
not
click
available
on the,
previously if you have
we
worked
have
on
this
this. But
different
if you're doing this for the first
tabs
time,
up here: home,
then you
view,
can try
modeling,
working on
help,
this feature, which
reformat.
is quite
So
useful.
what you have to do is
So this
simply
is how
click
you
on
can apply
format,
conditional
and
formatting.
here you can see this
So
option of
it's
edit
quite handy,
interactions.
the
So
different ways
this
of
is
applying
how
conditional
it
formatting
will
in
help
Power
you to
BI.
change
I want you to
how visuals
please try
interact
all
with
of these
different visuals.
different types
So
of
when you
formatting
click
features, because
on it,
they
you
would be
will
very
see these
useful
different
when you will work on this.
icons have been
And if you
popped up
find any kind
on
of
each
doubt,
and
just
every
simply ask me
visual.
and put it in the QA
So
section.
as of now,
If along
interactions
with the
are
query,
on for
I'll
each
be
visual,
happy
but
to
what you
help
want
you
is that for
with
this particular table, pie
all
chart
of your
should not
queries.
have any
So
interaction.
keep
So
on
I'll click on
working,
this
and we'll
particular
meet in
circle.
the next lecture.
Same
Thank
goes
you.
with this. I also don't want interaction with this,
Alright,
and
so
I
let's
also
talk
don't want.
about
So
a very
when all the
important
things are
feature of
done,
Power
you have
BI,
to again
that
click
is
on
drill through between the
edit
tabs.
interactions. Drill through between the
So
tabs
once
in
you will do
simple
that,
language, and if now if you
it will
click on
help
any of
us
this,
to filter
now you
out
can see the value
same
of sales have
values
been changed,
in multiple
but
tabs.
these
So if there are same
graphs
values in
haven't changed
page 1
anything
and we
because
want
we
to
have
see
removed
the
the
filter
interactions from them. So this
in
is how
page 2 as well
interactions
for the
work,
same value, we
and
can
this
use
will
that.
really be very
So for
helpful
example,
if you don't want to
when I
have
click
any
here on
interaction
Australia
between
in this
certain graphs
table,
of the
I
same
can
page.
see that all these values have been
So
changed on the
we'll
basis of
continue in our next
Australia.
lecture.
But
As of now,
if we
thank
want
you.
to see these changes in page 2 as well, this is
Welcome
not
back.
possible directly. So
So in
Power
this
BI is
lecture,
provided
I
very
will tell you about a
good
very
feature
very
here called drill
interesting
through
feature
between the
of
tabs.
Power BI, which is the
So let me show you how
Q&A
it works.
feature. So
So
Power BI
when
is
you
really
if
very
you want,
advanced
so
in this
suppose I
particular
have added
about
this
this particular
country
feature, which
field
is
here.
we can
So
actually
let's work
ask a
on
question
country
from our
only.
data just
So
by
I have
typing
just
it. We
simply
don't have to
drag this
create any
country
kind of
in the drill through
visualization.
filters.
All we have to
Once it
do
is
is
here,
just simply type in and
I
ask
can
a
use the drill
question.
through filter.
So
Important
earlier
part
Power
here to
BI
note is
service or Power
you
BI
cannot
web
really
has
work
this feature of
only
asking a
by adding
question
drill
just by
through filter
typing
in
in. But
only one
recently
page.
Power BI has
If you
provided
want
this
to drill
option
through
of
from page
just
1 to
typing in your
page 2,
question
keep a note
and they
that you
will
have
visualize
to
it
add the
automatically. So
same
Power BI
field
uses
in
natural
page 2
language
as
query
well.
to ask
Alright,
a question about your
so
data.
now both of our pages are
So
having
using this
same drill
natural
through
language
filter.
feature,
So
all you have
now
to do is just
if I
simply type in
select
your
any of
query
these
and it
countries,
will
suppose I want
automatically
to see for
visualize it.
Australia,
So
I will
for
right
as
click
of
on it,
now,
and when
direct
I
for
right click
direct
I will
query
see this drill through
connection, this
filter,
is not
and when
available.
I
For live connection, this feature is not
click on
available,
page 2,
and it supports English language
bam,
only.
there we go. It
But it
has
is
been
very
already
interesting. Now
been
let me show you how
filtered
this
for
works.
Australia.
So all
As
you
you
have to
can
do is
see,
simply just
this
click here on this
waterfall chart
button,
is
ask a
showing
question,
values only for
or you
Australia.
can do is just double
Here
click
it is
here
for
in your
Australia, so it have been filtered
canvas.
only for
So this
Australia.
is what it will comes up.
If you go down here, you can see
So
the drill
now
through
to ask a
filter
question
have
about your
already been
data,
checked only to Australia.
just simply
So I'll
type in. So suppose
clear
I
the
have a sales
filter
data.
and I can
So
select it
I
for
want to
any other
ask
country.
what
So
is my
suppose we can choose
sales
Spain here, and we'll see the values of
for
Spain. There it
country.
is. So that's how drill through filter works. We can add as
Let's
many
say
drill through
what is my
filters
sales
as we
for
want.
different
Suppose I have chosen
countries
countries here. We can
in
filter
a
through product
pie
lines
chart
and
or in
so
a
many more.
bar
So
chart.
now I have to add
There you
this
go.
product in
So it will
page
create a bar chart
2 as
for
well.
me
There we
just
go.
like this.
So now if I click on, suppose I want to know about
So let me type another query here.
motorcycles, I'll right click
So
on
let's
it.
say
I want to
sales
drill through on page 2. Now I will see
by
all the sales value of motorcycle in
page
country
2. So this is how it works.
where
As you can see, it has been
country
filtered. Country is USA,
equals to
product is motorcycles,
USA.
because that's what we have selected.
So if
We have
you
selected
can use the
country
where
here,
clause to apply all the
USA
filtering.
and product
So
motorcycle.
I
So
can
whatever
type in any
we
kind
will
of country,
choose
like
drilling
country
in
equals to
page 1,
France.
we can apply it to page 2 as well.
So I will see
this
the
is
sales up
this
here,
comes really very handy
and
when you have, suppose
7 or 8
status
tabs up here, and you want to see
equals
changes
to
from your page 1
shift.
filter to page 8 filter, so you can simply
So
do
now
this.
it is showing the sales where
So
the
this is how
status is
drill through
shipped.
filter works. I hope that
So
helps,
this is the different
and
ways
we'll
to
continue
apply
in the
to
next
use the
lecture.
Q&A feature of
All
Power
right.
BI. You can just
So
play with it,
suppose
type in
there are
different kind
certain
of questions,
cases
and the natural
when
language will
you want to filter out
identify
for
what you really
certain
want to
values,
ask it.
but when you click on a particular
So
field,
I want to
suppose I
see the
want to
sales
filter out for this
where
customer name. When I click on
status
this, as you can see,
equals to
all of these fields are particularly grayed out
shipped.
because that
So
doesn't really
when my
make much
status is
sense.
shipped,
What
this
really
is
we
my
want to say is
9.29 million of
that for
sales
this
is what I've
particular
got.
customer name, all I want to see is how much
Now let's
sales
say I want to
this
see
particular
the
customer have made.
status,
So what I
different
really
kind of
want to do is
status
I just want to
in a
make the
pie
interaction
chart.
for this table between these particular
I will type count of status
card
in a
visual
pie
and
chart
gauge visual, but I don't want any kind of
or in a line
interaction
chart
of this
or
particular
anything.
table
When
with
I mean
this
different, you
pie
can
chart or
use
this bar
as many
chart or
type of
this tree map.
visualizations and as many type of ways
So we can
to
remove those interactions between
just ask your
these
question and it will
multiple
frame as per your
visuals.
need. So
So
this
to
is
do
how
that,
easy it is to
first
do
of
this
all, you
particular
have
thing.
to click on the
So
particular
I hope you
visual
have
from whom you
understood
have
how
to
Q&A feature works.
remove
Just try
interaction. So
to
I'll click on the
ask your
table.
questions from your own data
Then I'll
and
click
you
on
will
the,
be really
we have this
pretty
different
amazed to see how this thing really
tabs up
works.
here:
So
home,
that was
view,
all about
modeling,
it,
help,
and
div
we'll meet in the
format.
next lecture.
So
Thank you.
what you have to do
Hi.
is simply click on
So
format,
let's get
and here
started
you
with
can
this
see this
lecture.
option of
In
edit
this lecture, we will
interactions.
learn about
So
data
this is
modeling in
how
Power BI.
it will help you
So
to
data
change
modeling allow
how
you
visuals
to
interact
connect
with
data
different
from
visuals.
various
So when you
sources
click
and
on
then
it,
link them
you will
together
see
or
these
join them
different
together to model your data.
icons
So
have been
suppose you
popped up
have a
on each and
data
every
from
visual.
different APIs or a data
So
from
as of
different
now,
databases
interactions are
and they
on
have
for
a
each visual,
common
but what
primary
you
key
want
which
is
is
that for this particular
common in
table,
all of
pie
their
chart should
tables.
not
So
have any
you can
interaction.
join
So
them
I'll
just
click
like
on this
we can do them.
particular
We
circle.
can do that in
Same
SQL.
goes with
We can
this. I
join them
also
in
don't
Power
want
BI as well.
interaction with this,
So
and I
here
also
it is
don't
pretty
want. So
simple
when all the things
to
are done, you
model
have
your
to
data,
again click
and
on
let's see how you can do
edit
that.
interactions.
So suppose I have this
So
sample
once you
data,
will do that, and if now if
quantity,
you click
rating, and
on any
sales
of
data.
this,
So I have these three. So
now you can
if I
see the
want to
value of
create
sales
a
have been
table,
changed, but
suppose
these
taking my
graphs haven't
product name
changed
from
anything
here
because we have removed the
and my
interactions from them. So
sales
this is
from
how
here
interactions work, and this will
and
really be
something
very
from here.
helpful if you don't want to
So as you
have
can
any
see,
interaction
this is
between
not no, this
certain
is not
graphs
showing the
of the
real
same
data. You
page.
can see the sales is repeating in everywhere
So we'll continue in
because
our next lecture. As
there
of now,
the
thank
data
you.
has not been modeled yet or the tables have not been
Welcome back.
joined yet so far.
So in this
So first
lecture,
we need
I
to
will tell you
merge,
about a
we
very
need to link all
interesting
the
feature
tables
of Power
together.
BI,
We
which
need
is
to
the
create relationship between the
Q&A
tables.
feature.
Once this
So
relationship
Power
will be
BI is
created,
really
then we
very
will be able
advanced
to use
in this
these
particular
data from various data
about this
sources
particular
or
feature,
tables
which is
together.
we can actually
So to
ask a
do that,
question from our
what you have to
data
do is
just by typing it. We don't have to
click on
create
this
any kind of
relationship part and
visualization.
you can see
All we
the
have to
all the
do is just
tables
simply
from
type in
various
and ask a
sources up
question.
here. So you
So
will see
earlier
this
Power
this
BI
view. So
service
here
or
are
Power
my three
BI web
tables.
has this feature of
Now
asking a question just by
important
typing
thing
it.
here is
But
that there
recently
should be
Power
one
BI has
common
provided this option of
column,
just
one
typing in
primary
your
column which is
question
common in
and
all
they
three
will
of them.
visualize it
So
automatically. So
in all
Power
of your
BI
data, suppose in this
uses natural
quantity
language
table I
query
have this
to
order number
ask a
common which is
question
my
about your
primary key.
data.
In the ratings
So
as
using
well as
this
in the
natural
sales data
language
I
feature,
have
all you have
my
to do
order
is
number
just simply
common.
type in your
So
query
if
and
I
it
have a
will automatically visualize
common
it.
column,
So
I
as
can
of now,
create a
for
good
direct
relationship
query
between all of my
connection,
data.
this is not
So to do
available. For
that,
live
all you
connection,
have to
this
do
feature is
is
not
simply
available, and
drag
it supports English
here
language only.
to this
But it is
point.
very interesting. Now
So
let me
from the
show you how
column to
this
column
works.
you have to
So
drag it
all you have
just
to do
like
is
this.
simply just
Now
click
if
here
I
on
have
this
to
button,
create a
ask a question,
relationship between these two
or
as
you
well,
can
I
do is
can do
just
that
double click
as
here
well.
in your canvas.
One thing to note
So
here is
this
I
is what it
can
will
create
comes
a
up.
relationship between these two
So now
because
to
I have
ask a
already
question about
created
your
a
data,
relationship here. So
just
this will
simply
turn
type
into
in. So
dash
suppose
line
I have a
because they
sales data.
a direct
So I want to
relationship
ask
cannot be created because
what
we have
is my
created a indirect
sales
relationship between them. So I'll
delete this one.
For country,
So we have our relationship created here. You can see that. And when we view our
let's
data
say
right
what
now,
is my
now
sales
you
for
can see
different country
we have our actual sales and values, sales value, rating value.
in a
So after the
pie
relationship
chart
has been created,
or in a
all of my data
bar
I can
chart.
take from all of my data
There you
sources.
go.
So this is
So
how
it
you
will
have to
create a
model
bar
your
chart
data in
for
Power
me,
BI and easily create
just like this.
relationships. So once this relationship has been created, there are
So
certain
let
things
me
which you have
type
to make
another
sure
query
of.
here.
So for
So
that
let's
you
say
have this
sales
option here, manage relationships. Just click
by
here. This will show you all the relationship which has been
country,
created in your data. So I have two relationship created, as you
where
can see, one here,
country
another here. So it is showing me
equals to
two relationship.
USA.
Now
So if you can use the
Power
where
BI
clause
can
to apply all
also
the filtering.
automatically
So
auto
I
detect
can
the
type
relationship
in
once
any
the
kind of
data has
country,
been
like
loaded.
country
If
equals to
not, you can
France.
always create a relationship
So
just
I will
like I
see the
have
sales
created
up here,
by dragging the line
and
from one column to another column.
my
Now,
status
one more thing I want to tell you here is the
equals
cardinality and
to
cross filter direction.
shipped.
Just like in SQL Server, there we
So
can
now it
create
is
a
showing the
relationship
sales
one to
where the
one,
status is
many to
shipped.
one, or one to
So
many
this
kind
is
of
the different
relationship.
ways to
This
apply
kind of
to use the
cardinality
Q&A
can
feature
also
of
be
Power
created in
BI.
Power
You
BI,
can just
where
play with
we
it,
can create
type in different
relationship
kind
from
of
many
questions,
to
and the
one,
natural
or one to
language
many,
will
or just one to one.
identify what you
Okay,
really want to
now we
ask
can
it.
also have this. We also have this option
So I
of
want to
cross
see the
filter direction,
sales where
which as of now
status
is
equals to
selected as both. We can create single as well. So
shipped.
what difference
So
does
when my
this
status
cross
is
filter
shipped, this
direction
is my
make? Let me
9.29
tell you.
million of sales is what I have got.
So I have this one table. Okay,
Now let's say
I
I
will
want to
create
see the status,
another table here,
different kind of status in a pie
and
chart.
suppose let me just create a
I will type
samples
count
table
of
here,
status in a pie chart or
product
in a line
name
chart
and the
or
quantity order,
anything.
just two
I
things.
mean different, you can
Okay,
use
I
as many
will
type of
let me just
visualizations and as many type
make the
of ways
values much more
to
bigger so you can see.
just ask your question, and it will
And my
frame as
second
per your
table
need. So this is how easy it is to
will just
do this
show
particular
the
thing.
order number and rating.
So I hope you have understood how Q&A feature works. Just try to ask your questions from your
I
own
can use the
data,
format
and
painter to
you will be really
change the
pretty
size
amazed to see
of
how
the
this thing
values.
really works. So that was all about it, and we'll meet in the
So
next
now
lecture.
you can
Thank
see
you.
my two
Hi.
tables have been created. So let's get started with this lecture.
Okay,
In this lecture, we will learn
so
about
now
data
let me tell you
modeling
what
in Power
cardinality,
BI.
how
So
cardinality work
data
here.
modeling allow
Right
you
now,
to connect
my
data from
cardinality
various
has been
sources
set
and then
to
link
both.
them together or join them
Okay,
together
you can
to
see here
model your
both.
data. So suppose you have data from different
For my
APIs or data from
quantity
different databases,
table and my
and they
sales
have
table,
a
and for my
common
rating and
primary key which
quantity
is
table also,
common in all
cardinality
of
has
their
been set to
tables.
both.
So you can
So by
join them
both,
just like we
this
can
thing
do them.
means
We
is
can do that in
if I
SQL.
click
You
on
can join them
cell
in
here,
Power BI as
this
well.
will filter
So
values from
here it is
here
pretty
as well.
simple
Okay,
to model your data, and let's see how you can
and
do that.
if I
So
click,
suppose I have this
let me
sample
just take it
data,
here, and if I click any
quantity,
value
rating
from
and sales
here,
data.
here,
So I have
here
these
order
three.
number
So if
10044,
I want to
you will
create a
see the
table,
value of that order only,
suppose
that is
taking my
which is
product name
showing
from here
classic car order
and my
quantity order 48.
sales
So
from here
this is showing cross filter. If I click on
and
motorcycles,
something from here.
so right now this table will show
So
only
as you
the
can see,
values of
this is
motorcycles, and
this is
other
not
will
showing
be
the real
filtered
data. You
out.
can
So
see
this
the
is
sales
cross
is
filtered
repeating
in
in
both
everywhere
direction, from
because
here to here,
there
and from
the
this
data has
table
not been
to
modeled
this
yet or
table.
the tables
All
have
right, so
not
this
been
was for both.
joined yet so far.
If I
So first we
make
need
it
to
just
merge.
single,
We need to
so
link
for
all the
my
tables
quantity
together.
and
We need to
rating
create
table,
relationship between the tables. Once this
if I set my
relationship will be
cardinality to
created,
single,
then we will be
you will
able
see
to
this
use
option, this
these
filtered, the
data
filter
from
direction
various data
selected isn't
sources
valid
or
for this
tables
relationship.
together.
Okay,
So
so
to
you will
do
get
that,
this kind of
what you have to
errors
do is
sometimes, that you cannot
click on
just
this
create a
relationship part
single
and you can
cross
see
filter
the
direction,
all the
but in
tables
some cases you
from
will have
various
this
sources
feature
up
available
here.
of
So
single
you will
filter
see this
direction, where
this
if you
view.
click
So
on
here are
just
my
one
three
of the
tables.
table,
Now
like this one, this will
important thing
filter
here
out
is
values
that
from
there
this.
should be
But
one
if you
common
click on this table
column,
one primary
and
column
then
which
this will
is
not
common
filter
in
any
all
of
three
these
of
them.
values, so
So
that will be
in
cross
all of the data,
cardinality of
suppose in
single
this quantity
type only.
table
Right
I
now
have
it has
this
been
order
set to
number
both,
common which is my primary key
so this
in
is
the
how
ratings as
cardinality
well,
works in Power BI.
as well as in the
So
sales
that was
data I
all
have
the
my order
things you
number
need to
common.
know about modeling in
So
Power BI.
if
I have a
and keep on
common
working, we'll
column,
continue in the
I
next
can
lecture. Thank you.
create a good relationship between all of my data. So
Okay.
to do that,
So,
all you have
so
to
far
do is
we have learned
simply
some basic
drag
visualization, basic
here
formatting and
to
all.
this point.
Now, all of
So
this
from the
work
column
has
to
been
column
done
you have
for
to
the Power
drag
BI
it just
desktop
like
and
this.
Power BI
Now if
service.
I have to create
Suppose
a
we want
relationship
to
between these two as
see
well,
these
I can do
changes.
that as
Suppose we
well.
want to format our report
One thing to note here
on
is I
mobile
can
level.
create a
As you
relationship
know
between
that
these
Power
two
BI reports
because
can
I
also
have
be
already
seen
created a
on Power BI
relationship here.
mobile app,
So
and
this
we
will
want
turn into
to
dash
edit
line
it or
because
format
a
it
direct
as per our
relationship
needs
cannot be
for the
created
mobile
because we
view.
have
So
created
we
a
can do
indirect
that thing
relationship
also
between
in
them.
Power BI desktop
So I'll
only.
delete this one.
So to do that, let's
So
just
we
quickly
have our
jump into it.
relationship created
We will
here.
click on
You
the
can see
view
that.
section
And when
here,
we
view,
view our data right
and you can
now,
see here the
now you
phone
can
layout.
see
All
we
right,
have our
so
actual
once
sales
you
and
will click on the
values,
phone layout,
sales
it
value,
will
rating
switch
value.
on to the phone
So after
layout
the relationship
section,
has been
and
created,
this will pop up,
all of my data I
and
can
this
take
is our
from
phone view,
all
and we
of my
can add
data
all the
sources.
visuals
So
which we
this
have
is how you
added.
have to model your
You
data
can
in
see
Power
here
BI and
we can
easily
pin
create
them to our
relationships.
phone view.
So once this
So
relationship has been
suppose
created,
at the very
there are
first,
certain
what
things
we
which you
really
have to
want
make
is
sure
our
of. So for that you
our
have this option here,
slicer should
manage
be there.
relationships.
So I'll
Just click
make
here.
it in
This
the
will show you all
horizontal,
the
and my
relationship which has
slicer will
been
be added.
created in your
You cannot simply
data.
click on
So
any
I
of these
have two
because this is
relationship
just
created, as you
a
can see, one here,
preview image which we
another
will
here.
see in
So
our
it is
phone.
showing me two
Okay,
relationship.
now suppose I
Now
want my table to be
Power
seen
BI can
second.
also automatically auto detect the
There we go.
relationship
I'll
once the
make it
data has
bigger,
been loaded.
or
If
maybe
not, you can
I'll
always
put my
create
table
a
below, and
relationship
I
just like I have
should make
created
my
by
my
dragging the
gauge
line from
second
one column to
and
another
my
column. Now, one more thing I want to
pie
tell
chart
you here
also
is
there.
the cardinality and cross
Let's
filter
just make
direction.
it a little
Just
bit
like in
smaller
SQL
and
Server,
make my pie
there we
chart
can
a
create
bit
a relationship one
bigger.
to one, many to one, or one to many
There
kind of
you go.
relationship. This kind of
Okay, so my filter
cardinality
is
can
there,
also be created in
my
Power
two
BI,
visuals are
where
there. I've
we
added
can
my
create
table.
relationship from many
Now
to one or one to many
let's
or
make
just one to
this
one.
particular
Okay, now
bar
we can
chart
also
here,
have this. We
and
also have this
my
option of cross filter direction,
tree
which
map should be
as of
here.
now is
Okay,
selected as both. We can create single
I'll
as well.
make it
So
just like
what
this.
difference does this
And
cross
where
filter
should I
direction
put
make?
this
Let me tell
sales
you.
value? So I think
So I have
I
this
should
one table.
remove this
Okay,
particular
I will create
from here. So to remove,
another table here,
suppose I want to remove this particular visual from here, I just have
and
to simply click on
suppose
the
let
cross
me
button,
just create a
and now I
sample
can add
table
my
here,
this particular card here. I can change its
product
size
name
just
and the
like this,
quantity order, just two
and now
things. Okay,
I can
I will let me
simply
just
make this one
make the
bigger,
values much more
make it
bigger so you
lower,
can see.
and add my gauge up
And my
here
second
and
table
make it bigger as well. So this is how my
will
Power
just
BI
show
report
the
would
order
look
number
like. This
and
is just a
rating.
preview. I am pretty sure it would look much better than this in the real mobile
I
view.
can use the
We will work
format
more
painter
on the
to
mobile app later on, but as
change
of
the
now,
size
this is how you
of the
can
values.
format for the mobile layout
So
on
now you
Power
can
BI
see
desktop
my
only.
two tables have been created.
So thank you for now, and we'll
Okay,
continue in the next lecture.
so now let me tell you what cardinality, how
Hello there and
cardinality work
welcome
here.
back.
Right
So
now,
we have
my
created our
cardinality
very first
has been
project here in
set
Power BI, and
to both.
congratulations. You have really worked
Okay, you can
hard
see
so
here
much
both.
because till now you have learned a lot about
For
the
my
data
quantity
analysis and visualization
table
here in
and
Power
my
BI.
sales table,
So this
and for my
particular
rating
video
and
I'll be just
quantity table also
we will be just
cardinality
going
has been
through
set to
what
both.
the
So
are the
by
different
both,
things which we have
this
really
thing
done here
means
in
is
this
if
particular
I click
project.
on
So I will be
cell here,
summarizing them
this
all
will filter values from
in a
here
very
as well.
brief manner.
Okay,
So in this particular first page we have created
and
some
if I
different kind of
click,
charts,
let me
like this
just take it here,
100% bar
and
chart
if I
where we
click
have
any
seen the
value
sales
from
by different deal
here, order number
sizes
10044,
for
you will
large, medium
see
and
the
small.
value
Then we have
of that
created
order
a
only, that is
line and bar chart
which is showing classic car
for different
order
year
quantity
analysis,
order
so we can
48.
see the
So
year by
this
year,
is
year
showing
over
cross
year the
filter.
number
If
of
I click
sales
on
have been increasing in
motorcycles,
the past
so
3
right
years.
now
So
this
for
table
that
will show
this line
only
and
the
column chart is
values of
pretty much
motorcycles,
useful.
and other will
Then
be
again using the
filtered out.
scatter
So this
chart
is cross filtered in both
and
direction,
applying the
from
play axis
here
up
to
here, we
here,
can see
and from this
year over
table
year
to this
how this
table.
particular
All right, so
things are
this was
going on
for both.
for the status of
If
our
I take
different
make
sales which we
it
are doing, how
just
much are on
single,
shipped, how much are
so for my
cancelled, and everything
quantity
we can
and
see
rating
year over
table,
year and also month over month by
if I
applying
set
the
my
different kinds of
cardinality to
filters
single,
up here in the details
you will see this
section.
option. This filter
the
So
filter
in the
direction
play
selected
axis we
isn't
have
valid
taken
for
the
this
years.
relationship.
So we have
Okay,
we
so
were
you will
able to
get this
calculate
kind of
year
error
over here,
sometimes,
how
that
all
you
these
cannot
status
just
have been
create a
working on
single
for
cross
every
filter
year.
direction,
Then we have
but in
used the
some
drill
cases
down
you will
donut
have this
chart.
feature available of
to
single
calculate
filter direction,
our
where if you click
deal
on
size,
just
which is
one of
large,
the
medium and
table
small. When we
like this one,
apply
this
drilling
will
on it,
filter
we
out
can
values from this. But
filter
if you
out each and
click
every
on this
chart. We
table,
can filter out each and every chart of
and
our
then this will not
particular
filter any
tab.
of these values. So
Then
that
we
will
have
be
used
called
this particular
cardinality of single
visual
type
using
only.
chiclet
Right
slicer,
now it has
where
been
we have
set to
applied the
both.
images. So
So
we have
this is
done
how
the data
cardinality
modeling
works in
up
Power
here,
BI. So
where
that
we
was
have
all the
joined
big things you need to know
for
about
the
modeling in
images
Power BI,
of
and
all our
keep on
products
working.
with our
We'll
main
continue in
data.
the next
And we have,
lecture.
for the
Thank you.
sentiment analysis also, we have joined the images.
Okay. So far we
So
have
we were
learned some
able to
basic
create this chiclet
visualization,
slicer with
basic
different
formatting
images.
and all.
So for every
Now,
image,
all of
we
this
can
work has been
particularly
done for
easily
the Power
filter
BI
out
desktop and Power BI service.
for each of our
Suppose
product.
we want to
For the second
see
page,
these changes.
we have
Suppose we
done
want to
the
format our
sentiment
report
analysis of our
on mobile
customers.
level.
So
As you
here we
know
have
that
done
Power BI
this year
reports can
versus
also be
last year
seen
sales,
on
and we have
Power BI
calculated
mobile app,
variance
and we
based on
want
it.
to edit it or format
So
it
what was the sales of this
as per
year
our
and
needs
what was the
for the
last year,
mobile
and if
view.
the
So
sales
we
of
can
this
do
year has
that
been
thing also
increased,
in
we
Power
have
BI
put it
desktop
in a
only.
blue color. And if
So
it
to
is
do that,
the
let's
sales
just
is in
quickly jump
negative,
into
or
it.
if
We
we
will
are
click
having
on
loss in our
the
sales
view section
comparatively from
here,
last
view,
year, we have
and
put
you
it
can
in
see
the
here
red.
the phone
So
layout.
this has been done
All right,
year
so
over
once
years
you will
analysis
click on
for
the
each
phone
month
layout,
we
it
have
will
done for this
switch
and
on to
last
the
year's
phone
sales.
layout section,
We
and
have
this will
applied a
pop up,
filter here for
and this
the
is our phone view,
sales,
and we can
for
add all the
sales
visuals
date,
which we have
order date.
added.
For
You can
we have
see
applied a
here
relative
we can pin
slicer.
them to our
We can
phone
use
view.
it from here,
So
different kind of
suppose
slicer option.
at
We
the
have
very
used the
first,
relative, so we
what we
can
really
check
want
out
is our
the what
our
kind of slicing or filtering we
slicer
have to
should be
apply.
there. So
Also we have
I'll
used the year
make it
over
in
year
the
filter up here,
horizontal, and
and
my
the
slicer
sentiment
will be added.
analysis filter.
You
So if you
cannot
want to
simply
see
click
only
on
the
any of these
positive
because this is just
feedback,
a
customers who have given
preview
the
image which we will see in our
positive
phone.
feedback, we can filter them
Okay,
out here. Or those
now
customers
suppose
who
I
have some
want my table to be seen second.
negative experience from the sales data, we
There
can
we go.
check them
I'll
as
make it
well.
bigger, or
So
maybe
these are our
I'll
customers
put
list,
my
we
table
can get
below, and I
through them.
should make
So this is how the
my
sentiment
gauge
analysis was done.
second,
Then we have
and
checked
my
the clustering and regression
pie
thing.
chart
This
also
was
there.
the our regression
Let's just make
analysis. We
it a
have
little bit
created
smaller and make my
the
pie chart
regression
a
to
bit
find the relationship between
bigger.
the two variables in the x and y axis,
There
which
you
is
go.
sales and the quantity ordered.
Okay, so
And we
my
have created
filter
a
is there,
regression line up
my
here
two
to
visuals
see
are
the
there.
trend
I've
between
added
these
my
two. As
table.
quantity ordered is
Now
increasing, the sales is
let's
increasing.
make
So this
this
trend line shows
particular
that.
bar chart
And
here,
finally we have done our
and
clustering
my
clustering using two different
tree
methods.
map should
First, by
be
the inbuilt
here.
clustering method provided by
Okay,
Power BI, by clicking on these three
I'll
ellipses
make it
and
just like
using the
this.
clustering
And where
option
should I put
to
this
find automatic
sales value?
clusters, and
So
creating
I
these
think
three
I should
clusters up here.
remove this
Then we
particular
have used the
from here. So
custom
to
visual
remove,
to do the
suppose I want to
clustering
remove this
thing,
particular
to
visual from here, I just have to
separate
simply
or
click on
group
the
our
cross
customers on
button, and
or the
now I can
products
add
based
my
on their sales
this
into three
particular card
different
here. I can
clusters.
change
So
its
this was
size
how clustering
just
is
like
done.
this,
So clustering and
and
regression
now
is really very
I
important part of
can
data analysis.
simply make this one bigger,
So I hope
make
you
it
have
lower,
understood all
and
of these
add
kind of
my
different analysis which
gauge
we have
up
done,
here
like
and
clustering,
make it bigger
regression,
as well. So
sentiment
this is how
analysis.
my
These
Power
are
BI
very
report
important.
would
And
look
if you
like.
are
This is
left with
just a
any kind
preview.
of doubt, you can
I am
always
pretty sure it would
ask
look
me
much
anytime in the
better
QA
than
section.
this.
I'll be happy
In
to help.
the real
Then we
mobile
have
view,
applied
we will
a
work
sync
more on the
slicers feature of
mobile app
Power BI in
later
the
on,
first
but
tab,
as of now,
so
this
that
is
we
how
have
you can
synchronized
format
all of the
for the
slicers in each of our
mobile
tab
layout
just here in the first
on
particular
Power
tab.
BI
So if
desktop
I
only.
want to see all the
So
value,
thank you
all
for
the
now,
details of
and we'll
only
continue
the
in
my
the next
product, which
lecture.
is motorcycles, I have to just click on the motorcycle and welcome back. So and we then I have to check that only
created
for
our very
year
first project here in
2017
Power BI, and
only for the
congratulations,
United
you have
States.
really
I
worked
can select
hard
all the
so
filters
much,
up here, and in
because
all the different pages I
till
will see
now you have
only
learned
those
a lot about the data analysis
only
and
the filtered
visualization here in
data
Power
as we
BI.
have applied in
So
the
this
sync
particular
slicers.
video I'll be just
There you go.
we will be just going through what
So this
are the
is
different
how
things which
we
we have
have
really
created our
done here
very
in
first project,
this particular
an interesting
project. So I
with
will
a
be
lot of things
summarizing
to
them
learn
all.
up here. here. So I hope
in
you
a
have
very
understood
brief manner.
each and everything.
So
If not,
in this
you can,
particular
I'm
first
always
page, we have
here to
created
help you.
some
So
different kind
that's
of
all
charts
about this particular
like this
project, and we'll
100%
meet in
bar
the
chart
next
where
lecture.
we have
Thank
seen
you.
the sales
Okay,
by different
so
deal
let's
sizes
get started with
for
building
large,
our
medium
Power
and
BI
small.
report.
Then we have created a
So
line
This is the
and
Excel
bar
sheet
chart
which we will be using
for
in
different
this
year analysis.
small
So we can see the year by
project of
year,
ours.
year over year, the
This is
number of
our
sales
main
have been
table
increasing in the past
consisting
3
of all
years.
the
So for
required
that,
columns,
this line and column chart
and
is
there
pretty
are
much
two more
useful.
tabs in here.
Then again, using the
This
scatter
consists
chart
of some image
and
URLs which
applying
I'll
the play
be
axis up here, we
explaining
can
you
see
later on as
year
we
over year
proceed.
how
And
this
this tab is
particular
for the
things
sentiment
are
analysis,
going
which I'll
on
also
for the
tell
status
you
of our
in the later
different sales which
tutorials.
we are doing, how much
Okay,
are
so
on
let's
shipped, how much
start
are
building
cancelled,
our
and everything we can
uh,
see year over year,
report
and
with
also
some of
month
the
over month
visuals.
by applying the
So
different
first of
kinds of
all,
filters up here in
this
the
is our
details section.
main table. I've
So
already
in the
imported the
play axis
data.
we have taken the
So
years. So
firstly, just see
we were
how our
able to
data
calculate
looks like.
year over year how all these status have
So
been
this is our
working
data,
on
the
for
table
every
which I've
year.
just shown you in
Then
the
we have
Excel.
used the drill down
Now this
donuts
table
chart
looks pretty good, but the other
to
tabs
calculate
just like
our
this, as you can
deal
see,
size,
the
which is
main
large, medium,
headers
and
are in
small.
the
When we
first
apply drilling
row.
on it, we
So
can
we need to
filter out
move them
each
upward.
and
So
every
for
chart.
that,
We can
I have
filter
to
out
just
each and
click
every
here
chart of our
and
particular
use
tab.
them as first
Then
rows.
we have used this
The same
particular
thing goes
visual
with this
using
as well.
chiclet slicer,
Just
where we
use
have
them
applied the
as first
images.
row as
So
headers.
we have done the data modeling up
Also,
here, where
later
we
on, I
have
will be needing
joined our
the
for
year
the
of
images
all this order date.
of
As you
all
can
our
see, the order
products
dates
with
are
our
in
main
the
data,
month,
and we
date,
have
and
for the
year format.
sentiment
So
analysis
I
also
will
we
be
have
needing the year.
joined
So
the
I
images.
will just took the year out
So
right
we
now
were
only.
able to
So for
create this
that,
chiclet slicer
I will
with
go to
different images.
transform,
So
and
for
from
every
there I
image
will go to
we
date,
can
and
particularly easily filter
I
out
can just click on the year to
for each
take
of our
the
product.
year
For the
values out.
second
But
page,
before that,
we have done
the good
our
thing will be
sentiment
to make a
analysis of our
duplicate of this
customers.
column.
So
And
here
now
we
I
have
will
done our
rename this
this
as
year
year.
versus last year's sales, and we have calculated
So now
variance
I can
based on
just
it.
take the year of
So what was
the
the sales
values
of
out.
this
So now
year
I
and
have
what was the
all the
last year?
years
And if the
here.
sales
So
of this
let's
year has
just
been
close
increased,
and apply
we have
it,
put it in a
and
blue color.
quickly
And
add
if it is
some
if
charts
the
in our
sales is in
report.
negative, or if we are having loss in our sales
So first
comparatively
will
from
be
last year, we have put it
I
in the
think a
red.
good
So this has been done year
100%
year
stacked
over
bar
years
chart.
analysis for each month we have done for this
So
and
this
last
will
year's sales.
consist of our
We have
sales
applied a filter
values
here for the
with
sales,
the
for
our
sales date,
product
order
name
date. For we have applied
and
a relative
our
slicer.
deal size.
We can use it from here,
So here we
different
go.
kind of slicer options. We have used the relative, so we
So
can
this
check
right
out
here shows
the
the
what kind of
deal
slicing or
size
filtering we have to
of
apply. Also
our
we have used
products.
the year over year filter
Okay,
up
so
here, and the
next we
sentiment
will add
analysis
a
filter. So if you want to
bar
see
and
only
line
the
chart.
positive feedback, customers who have given the
This one
positive
here,
feedback,
which
we
is
can
also
filter them out
called
here, or
line
those
and
customers
clustered
who have
column
some
chart.
negative
Now we will be
negative
analyzing our
experience from
sales
the sales
data
data, we
along
can
with the
check them as
quantities
well.
ordered over the
So these
period
are
of
our
years.
customers
So
list, we can
I'll
get
put
through them.
sales in the column,
So this is how
the
the sentiment
quantity in the
analysis was done.
line,
Then we have checked
and the year
the
values in the
clustering and
shared
regression
axis,
thing. This was the
just like
our
this.
regression analysis. We have created
Okay, so
the
here we
regression
go.
to find the relationship between
So
the
that's
two
why I
variables
have
in the x and y
uh,
axis, which is sales and the
splitted
quantity
the year
ordered.
values
And we have
out from the
created a
date,
regression line up here
just so
to see
that
the
we can
trend between
analyze
these
our
two. As
data year
quantity
over
ordered is
year.
increasing,
The
the
date
sales is
values
increasing.
were having
So
the
this trend line shows
data
that.
of day by day, so that won't
And
be
finally we have
pretty
done
much
our
that helpful in these
clustering using
scenarios. So
two
let's
different
add our
methods.
third visual,
First, by
which will
the
be a
inbuilt
scatter
clustering method
chart.
provided by Power
Scatter
BI,
chart
by
with a
clicking on
play
these
axis.
three ellipses
So
and
this will
using
help
the
us to
clustering option
visualize our sales
to
and
find
quantity
automatic
data
clusters, and
along the
creating these
years, so which
three
we can also play
clusters up here. Then
using
we
a
have
play
used
axis. So
the
let me show you how.
custom
Let me
visual to
zoom
do
it.
the
Now we will
clustering
add
thing
our sales data
to
and quantity data in the
separate
x and y
or
axis
group our
respectively.
customers
Now
on
we will add our
or the
product
products
code
based on their sales
here
into three
in the
different
details,
clusters. So
and
this
the
was how
next will be our
clustering is done.
status
So
in
clustering
the
and regression
legend,
is really very
and
important part of
finally
data
the
analysis.
year in the play axis, just
So
like
I
that.
hope you have understood all
Okay,
of these
so
kind
here
of
we
different
go.
analysis which we have done,
So
like
the good
clustering,
thing about this
regression,
is we have the
sentiment analysis.
status,
These are
which is
very
of
important.
different
And
colors.
if you are
Light
left with
color is
any
of
kind
light
of
blue
doubt,
color
you
is
can
of shipped.
always
So
ask
this
me
shows how
anytime in the QS section. I'll be happy to
products
help.
we have shipped.
Then we
So
have
when we will
applied
play
a
this,
sync
it will show
slicers
you
feature
the
of
amount
Power
of
BI in
data
the
shipped
first
over
tab,
the years. So as you
so
can
that
see
we
in the
have
16 and
synchronized all of the
17, good amount of
slicers in each
products
of our
have been
tabs
shipped.
just
So
here in the
how
first particular
sales have
tab. So
increased
if
over
I
the
want to
years
see
is pretty
all the value, all the
visually
details of only the
effectively
my
can be
product,
seen
which is
right from this chart.
motorcycles, I have to just click on the
Okay, so
motorcycle,
this was a scatter chart with play
and
axis,
then I
and
have
now
to
let's
check that
one more
only for
another
year
chart
which I have
2017
imported
and
from
only
the
for the United
marketplace. It
States.
is called
I can select
drill
all the
down
filters up
donut
here,
chart.
and in
You
all the
can click
different
on
pages
three
I will
ellipses
see only
and
those,
click on import from marketplace. I
only
have already
the
done this,
filtered data
so
as we have
I'll
applied
click
in the
here
sync slicers. There you
just
go.
like this, and
So this
now
is
I
how
will be
we have created our very first
this is called
project,
drill down
an
because we
interesting
can
project with a
actually
lot of
drill
things to
down
learn
in
up
this
here.
particular donut
So I
chart, and
hope you
let me
have
show you how.
understood
So
each and
I will
everything.
add the
If not,
product
you
name,
can, I'm always
and I
here to
will
help you. So
be
that's all
measuring
about
the
this
deal
particular
size.
project, and we'll
Okay,
meet in the next lecture. Thank you.
so okay, here we
So
go. The
let's get
category
started
here and the
with
values.
building our Power BI
The deal
report.
size will be in the values.
So this is the
So
Excel sheet
we
which we
want
will
the
be
count
using
of
in
deal size.
this
So
small
this
product
is
project of
this quite
ours.
really not
This is
doesn't
our
make
main
sense
table
because we have put the
consisting of
values
all the
in the
required columns,
different
and there are two
fields.
more tabs in
What we
here.
need to do is we need the
This
deal
consists
size in
of
the
some
category.
image
So our
URLs
deals
which
will
I
be in
will
the category
be
and the product
explaining you later
names
on
will
as
be
we
in the
proceed.
values.
And this
Now
tab
to
is for the
visualize
sentiment
this,
analysis, which I'll
let me
also
zoom this. We
tell
will
you
make it
in the later
count
tutorials.
of deal
Okay,
size,
so
just
let's
like that. So
start
this will
building
show us
our
that 49% of our deals
report
have been
with some
of the medium deal
visuals.
size, and our
So first
large
of all,
deal size, which is of having more
this is our main
expensive
table.
sales,
I've already
are of
imported the data.
around 5.6,
So firstly,
and our
just
small
see
deal size
how
is
our
of
data looks like.
45.4%. Now how to drill down in
So
this chart?
this is our
So
data,
for
the
that,
table which I've just shown you in the Excel.
suppose I
Now
have
this
now
table
deal
looks
size.
pretty good,
I
but
want
the
to know
other tabs,
which
just like
types of
this,
products are
as you
there
can
in
see, the
particular
main
deal size
headers
of
are in
medium,
the
small, and large.
first
So I will
row.
put my product
So we
code
need to
in the category
move them upward.
like
So for
here.
that,
So
I
now
have to just
this
click
chart
here
is drillable.
and
All I have
use
to
them
do is
as first rows.
click on
The
medium,
same thing goes
and this
with
shows
this
the
as
types
well.
of products.
Just
So I
use
have put
them
the
as
product
first
code,
row as
which
headers.
doesn't really make sense. I have
Also,
to use this product
later
line,
on I will
just like
be
this.
needing the
Okay, so now when
year
I click on
of
medium,
all this
this
order
shows
date.
the
As you can see, the
that my
order dates
classic
are in the
cars
month,
toys, which
date,
is
and year format. So
38%
I
values
will be
they
needing
are
the year.
using
So
in the
I
medium
will
deal
just
size. So
took
this
the
is
year
the
out
area where I'm
right
having
now
the
only.
maximum
So for
profit,
that,
maximum
I will
deals.
go to
In the
transform,
small also,
and from there I will go to
maximum
date, and
deals are having in the classic
I
cars, but
can just click
also
on the year
vintage
to
cars are also
take
there.
the
So
year
lots of deals in
values
this
out.
that
But
area.
before that,
And here in the
the good
small,
thing will be to
again classic
make a
cars and
duplicate of
vintage
this
cars
column.
here.
And now
So this
I
is
will
a good way
rename
to
this as
drill down.
year.
We can further add more here in the
So
categories,
now I can
just like
take
that.
the year
So
of
now when
the
I
values
add
out. So now I
country
have
here,
all the years
we can
here.
further
So
drill
let's
down
just
here.
close
So
and apply
now
it,
suppose in
and
the
quickly
medium
add
deal
some
size, I want to
charts
see
in our
classic
report.
cars are used or preferred in which
So
countries.
first
So
will
when we
be
click here, it will again drill
I
down,
think
and
a
now
good
there we go. We'll be able to find
100%
out that
stacked bar
USA
chart.
is the country which is where this type of
So this will
toys are
consist
preferred the
of
most. So
our
USA, Spain,
sales
and France.
values
Suppose there are
with
many more
the
other countries
our
there.
product
So
name
what it will do in the end is it will
and
just make
our
a
deal
group of
size.
those maybe
So
less than
here we go.
0% which they are occupying, and it will
So this
consider
right
them as
here
others. So
shows
this is a
the
perfect
deal
chart
size
for drilling down.
of
This is called
our
drilling down on our
products.
chart. So and when we
Okay,
want
so
to go next, we will add in the
bar and
first
line
step here,
chart.
we just have to click in the middle, just like that.
This one
So
here.
this is how you
also
have to, you
called
can drill
line
down
and
and clustered column
not
chart.
to mention we
Now
can
we will be
drill down
analyzing
other
our sales
or filter
data
other
along with the quantities order
charts
over
by
the
clicking
period
here.
of years, just
So
like this. So you can see they
I
are
put sales
highlighted
in the column.
Now we want
The
to see the
quantity
quantity
in
in
the
the line,
line
further highlighted,
and the
these
year values in the
medium
shared
size,
axis.
so
Just like
this. This is a quite a bit of
Okay.
feature
So
rich
here we
visuals. So in the next
So
lecture,
that's
I
why
will
I
add
have
another page here, page 2, with some more
splitted
visuals,
the year
and after
values
that we will be
out
learning
from the date,
some pretty good stuff
just
related
so
to
that
we can analyze our data year over
comparing
year,
this
the date,
this year's
values
sales
versus
having
last
the
year's sales, and
data
how to do the
of day
sentiment
by day.
analysis,
So that
the
won't be
clustering, and some pretty much
good
that
stuff is
helpful
coming
in
on.
this scenario.
So
This was just the
so let's add
general
our
third visual, which will be a general part
scatter
of
chart.
it. Now we will
Scatter
be
chart with a
going
play
further
axis.
in the next lecture.
So
This will help
keep
us
on
to
learning and
visualize our. I'll meet you in
sales
the
and
next
quantity
lecture.
data
Thank you. Along the years, so which we can also also play
Welcome back.
using
In this
a play
lecture,
axis. So
we
let
will
me show
be
you how.
learning
Let me
about
zoom it.
regression.
Now we will add our
So
sales
regression is a
data
very important
and
algorithm
quantity data in
when
the x and y
we
axis
work
respectively.
in data analysis
Now
or
we will
machine
add our
learning part.
product code
So what regression really
here
does
in
is
the
it is a
details,
measure of
and the
relationship
next will be
between
our
a mean
status
value of
in
one
the
variable
legend,
and a corresponding value
and
of other
finally the
variable.
year
So
in the
suppose
play
there
axis,
are two
just like that.
variables, a dependent
Okay,
and an
so here we
independent
go.
variable in the x and
So
y
the
axis.
good thing about this is we have this
So what it
status
really
which
does
is
is
of different
regression
colors.
technique is
Light
used
color
to
is of
estimate
light blue
the
color is of
relationship
shipped.
between
So this
these two
shows how much
particular variables.
products
So
we have shipped.
when
So
it predicts
when
the
we will play
relationship
this, it will
between
show
them,
you the amount of
it
data
predicts
shipped
the
over the
output
years.
using the data
So
which
as you
has
can
been
see in
trained.
the
So
16th and
suppose there
17th,
is a
good amount of
independent
products have been
variable
shipped. So how
in the
sales have increased
x-axis
over the
and there is
years
a dependent
is pretty
variable in the y-axis.
visually
So as the variable in the
effectively can be
x-axis is
seen
increasing
right
or
from this
decreasing,
chart.
it looks into this,
Okay, so this was
and
a scatter
based
chart with
on
play
that
axis, and
it
now let's one
estimates
more
the
another
relationship
chart
between the
which I have
both the
imported
variables
from
of
the
and x and y.
marketplace. It is called
So
drill down donut chart.
in
You can
regression
click
there
on three
is a
ellipses
regression
and
line which
click on
shows
import from marketplace. I have
the
already done this, so I'll
trend
click
of the
here
relationship, how regression is
just
going
like
on.
this, and
So this is what regression is all about, to
now I
predict the
will be
relationship between the two variables.
this is called
So
drill
let's
down
see
because we
how
can
regression can be
actually
done
drill
here in
down
Power
in this
BI.
particular donut chart, and let me show you how. So I will
So
add my
again, for
product
regression
name
as well, we will take our
and I
scatter
will
chart. Scatter chart is really amazing
be
here in Power
measuring the
BI
deal
for
size.
many kind of
Okay,
analyses. So let's
so
take something here.
here we go. The
For
category will be here
details,
and the
we will take
values.
our
The deal size will be in the
product
values.
code. For legend,
So
we will
we
take
want the count of deal size.
our
So
customer
this
names,
is this quite really not
and for
doesn't
the
make sense
x-axis,
because
in
we
the
have put
x-axis
the
we will take
values
the
in the
independent variable.
different fields. What we need
Suppose
to do is we
this
need the
quantity
deal size in the
ordered,
category.
and in the
So
y-axis
our
we will
deals will be in the
take
category and the
our
product
sales.
names will be in the values.
So
And
what
now
it
to
will be
visualize
doing
this,
here is, so
let me zoom
before
this,
going
we will
further,
make
let
it
me
the
show you
count of
something.
deal
So this
size
is
just
a
like that. So
scatter
this will
chart.
show us
So
that
to do the regression
49% of our
analysis,
deals have
we have to
been
find a
of the
trend between
medium
these
deal
two
size,
particular
and our
variables,
large
quantity,
deal
order, and
size, which is
sales.
of having
So
more
we cannot really make much out of it when the
expensive
data
sales,
is
are of
not that much
around
scared. As you can see, there are
5.6,
certain
and our
outliers
small
here,
deal
these
size is
two,
of
which are
45.4%.
really
Now
not
how to drill down
helping
in
us
this
to
chart?
visualize our
So
data
for
pretty well.
that,
So for that,
suppose I
we
have
will apply
now deal
certain
size. I
filters. So
want to
first of all,
know
in the
which
quantity
types of
ordered,
products are
we
there
will
in
make it
particular deal size
less
of
than
medium, small, and
60.
large.
So as you can
So
see
I will
here,
put my
is
product code
between
in the
50 to
category
100,
like
between 50 to
here.
100.
So now
There
this
are
chart
so
is
many
drillable. All I have to do is
data points
click
available
on
appear,
medium,
and
and this
after
shows the
100
types of
there
products.
are not
So
much
I
data
have put
points
the
are
product
available. So
code
I will
which
just
doesn't
take a
really
random
make
value
sense.
between
I
50
have
to
to
100, that is
use this
60,
product line
and I'll
just
apply
like this.
filter.
Okay, so now when I click on
There you
medium,
go.
this shows
Now
the
for the
that my
y-axis, which
classic
is my
cars
sales,
toys, which is
again I will apply
30%
certain filter.
values,
As you can
they
see,
are
not
using
much
in
point
the
is
medium deal
available
size. So this is the
before
area where
20
I'm
here.
having the maximum profit,
Okay,
maximum
and
deals. In the small
also
also,
you
our
can see here in the
maximum
10th, after
deals are having in
10,000,
the
not much
classic
value
cars, but
available are
also
there. So
vintage
to
cars
see
are
a
also
particular
there.
good
So
trend,
lots of deals in
I have to
that
make it
area.
much more
And here in the
scattered
small,
here.
again
So
classic
for
cars and
that I am
vintage
doing
cars
all
here.
this filtering.
So this is a good way to
So
drill
what
down.
I
We
have
can
here done
further
here
add
is,
more here in the
I have
categories
for sales I have taken it
just
less
like
than
that.
10,000
So
and greater
now
than
when I
20. I'll
add
apply the filter.
country here, we
There you
can
go.
further
And
drill
I
down
think,
here. So now suppose in the medium deal
one
size,
mistake which I've
I
made
want to
here is
see classic
the
cars are
quantity
used
order should be
or
made greater than
preferred in which
20. So
countries.
I'll just
So when we click here, it will again drill down, and now
simply
there we
make
go.
sales
We'll
less
be
than
able to find
10,000,
out that
and the
USA is the
quantity
country
order
which is where
it
this
should be
type
greater
of
than
toys are preferred the most. So
20.
USA, Spain, and
There you go.
France.
Now it will
So
look
suppose there are
good.
many more
So now you
other
can see
countries there.
here
So what it will do in
the
the
data
end
points
is
are
it
pretty
will
much
just make
scattered.
a
So in a
group of
regression
those
chart, we
maybe less
also
than
need a regression
0% which
line.
they
So
are
I will go
occupying,
to the
and it
analytics
will
pane up here,
consider them as others. So
and
this
I will
here
add
is
a
a
trend
perfect
line.
chart
Just
for
simply clicking
drilling
on the
down.
trend line
This
and
is called
clicking
drilling
on
the donut
add.
chart. So and when we want to go
Once done, you can see this dotted dashed
in
line. You
the
can
first
make it
step here, we
dashed
just have
or
to click in
solid
the
or
middle,
dotted as per the
just
need.
like that. So
So
this
this
is
is
how
our
you have
trend
to you
line.
can
All
drill
right.
down. And so not to mention we can
Now,
drill down
as you
other
can see,
or
what
filter
it shows is
other
as quantity
charts
ordered here is
by clicking
increasing, increasing, the
just
sales
like
is
this. So you
also
can see they
increasing.
are
This
highlighted.
can be shown up
Now
here
we want to see
using
the
this
classic
particular
cars, so they are
regression
further
line, which is
highlighted.
going in the
These values,
upward
medium
direction. So
size.
it is showing the trend and the
So
relationship between
this
the
is
sales
quite a
and the
bit
quantity
of
ordered, how
feature
they
rich
are dependent on each
visuals.
other.
So
When
in
the
the next
quantity order
lecture,
is
I will
increasing,
add
the number of
another
sales is
page here,
increasing.
page 2,
So you can
with some
use this
more
in many
visuals, and
other
after that
use
we will be
cases as well.
learning
This
some
particular
pretty good
sales data
stuff
is
related
one of
to
those use cases.
uh,
just to show
comparing
you
this
how
this
regression
year's sales
actually
versus
works.
last year's sales,
So
and how to do the
this is pretty
sentiment
simple in Power
analysis,
BI
the
using this
clustering, and
particular
some good
scatter
stuff is
chart.
coming on.
So I hope
This
you have
was just
understood what really
general
regression here is.
general part of it.
And
Now we
to
will be
see
going
the regression,
further
what
in
you
the
have to
next
do is
lectures.
you have to make it much
Keep
more
on learning,
scattered.
and
So for that
I'll
I
meet you
have
in the
used
next lecture.
certain
Thank you.
filters up here.
Welcome
The sales
back.
and the quantity
In this
order
lecture,
to make
we
it
will
much
be
more scattered
learning
in our
about
chart
regression.
and after that we have
So
applied
regression
the
is a
regression
very
line
important
trend
algorithm
line up
when
here.
we
So that was
work in
all
data
about the
analysis
regression
or machine learning part.
I hope you
So what
understood this.
regression really
We will
does
be
is it
continuing
is a
our work in
measure
the
of
next lecture, and
relationship between
that's
a
all
mean
for
value
now.
of
We'll
one
be in the
variable
next
and a
lecture. Thank
corresponding
you.
value of other variable. So suppose there are
Hello.
two
So in
variables,
this
a
lecture,
dependent
we will
and an
learn
independent
about
variable
how we
in the
can
x and
compare
y
our sales
axis.
data from this year
So
with
what
the
it really
previous
does
year
is
using a
regression
very
technique
simple
is used to
DAX
estimate the
formula,
relationship
and then we
between
will
these two
see how
particular
we can
variables.
analyze it using
So
conditional
it
formatting.
when it
So we
predicts
will
the
first take
relationship
a
between
table
them,
here, a
it
table
predicts the
visual,
output using the data
and
which has been trained. So suppose
in this
there
we
is
will
a
add
independent
our
variable
sales data.
in the x-axis and there is a
There we
dependent
go,
variable in
and
the
we will
y-axis.
add
So
the
as the
dates
variable
here.
in the x-axis is increasing or decreasing,
So this is
it
the hierarchy
looks
of
into
date. We
this,
just need the
and
overall order
based
date.
on that it estimates the
So
relationship
let me
between
just
the
zoom it.
both the
So you
variables
can
of
see
and
the
x and y.
sales, the order date.
So
Let me also
in
make it a
regression
bit
there is a
bigger in
regression
this
line
text
which
size.
shows
There we
the
go.
trend of the
So now we have
relationship,
the
how
date
regression is
and
going
the
on.
sales
So this is what regression
overall.
is all about, to
Now
predict the
what we want
relationship
is
between
we
the
want to
two
see the
variables.
last year
So let's
sales.
see
Okay.
how regression can be done
So
here in Power
for
BI.
that we have to create a couple of measures. First measure
So
we will be
again, for
creating
regression
is
as well, we
we
will
will be
take our
taking the
scatter
total
chart.
sum
Scatter
of
chart is
the
really amazing here in
sales.
Power BI
So
for many kind of
total
analysis. So
sales
let's take something here. For
equals to
details, we will take our product code.
sum
For
of
legend,
our
we will take
sales.
our
So
customer
in this drop
names.
down we will select our sales
And
just
for the
like that and
x-axis, in the
hit it.
x-axis we will take the
So we
independent
have the
variable.
total sales. Now we will be using
Suppose
a DAX
which is
formula, a
quantity
very
ordered,
easy and very
and in the
useful
y-axis we will
DAX
take
formula.
our sales.
So when I'm saying very
So
important
what
and very
it will
useful,
be
because
doing here is,
this can
so
really be
before
a
going further,
savior
let me
for you
show you
when
something.
you are
So
comparing
this
the
is
last
a
year's sales
scatter
data
chart.
with this
So
year's,
to do the
because
regression
with
analysis,
just one
we have to find
formula
a trend
it will be
between these
very
two
easy for
particular
you to
variables,
analyze it.
quantity order and
So we
sales.
will
So
name it
we cannot really make
last
much out
LY
of it when
sales,
the
last
data
year's
is
sales.
not
So
that much scared. As you can see, there are
this
certain
will be
outliers here, these two,
so now we will
which
be
are
adding our
really not
total
helping us
sales
to
which we have
visualize our
just
data pretty
created.
well.
Total
So
sales
for
data.
that we will apply certain filters. So first of all, in the quantity ordered, we will make it
So
less
we
than
cannot really
60.
directly
So as you can
add the
see
total
here,
sales data.
is
We need to
between
put a
50 to
condition here. So for
100,
that
between 50 to
we will
100
be
there are so
adding
many
the calculate measure. So
data points
calculate
available
measure
up here,
just
and after
calculate formula
100
helps to
there are not much data points are available. So
enter
I
an
will just take
expression.
a random
So our
value between
expression will be
50 to
total
100, that is
sales
60,
data, and
and
along with
I'll
that we
apply
can
filter.
put a filter in it. So
There you go.
we will add
Now
our
for the
sales,
y-axis,
total
which is my
sales
sales,
measure which we have just
again I will
created,
apply
and
certain
we will
filter. As you can
apply
see,
a
not
condition
much
of
point is available
the measure which
before
I am
20
talking
here.
about, which is same period
Okay,
last year. So
and
just type in same
also
period
you,
last
you can see here
year,
in the 10th,
and
after
now
10,000
what I
not
need to
much
just
value
put here
available
is
are
the
there. So to see a particular
column which
good
consists
trend,
of our dates.
I have to make
So
it much more
we have here the order
scattered
date, select
here.
it
So for that I am
and
doing
close
all this filtering.
the brackets, and we are
So
done.
what I
So
have
just
here
with
done
this
here
one
is, I
particular
have for sales I have taken
formula,
it
same
less
period
than
last
10,000
year,
and greater than 20. I'll
we have
apply the
created our
filter.
last year sales
There you
column
go,
as well.
and I think,
There we go. So you can see our data is from
one
2010 to
mistake which I've
2017.
made here
So
is
this
the
column
quantity
2010
order
will
should be
be
made greater than
remain
20.
as
So I'll
blank,
just
and these next values
simply
will be
make
there.
sales less than 10,000,
So
and the quantity order
how you
should be
can
greater than
you can
20.
say
There you
verify
go.
this
Now it
data.
will
So you
look
can see here
good.
1st January
So now you
2011
can see
our
here
current sales year data is
the
35,000,
data points are pretty
and
much
it shows the
scattered.
last year's
So
sales
in
data
a
of
regression chart we also need a regression line. So
$24,772.
I will go to the analytics pane up here,
1st January 2010,
and I will
it has
add
the
a
same
trend
value
line. So simply clicking on the
24,772.
trend line
So
and
now we
clicking
have
on
this
add.
column by column
Once done, you can see this dotted
a
dashed
comparison
line.
of
You
our
can make
values
it
of sales
dashed
this year
or
and last year.
solid
So
or
now we
dotted
want to
as per the need.
make it much more
So this is
visually
our trend line. Alright.
effective using conditional formatting.
Now,
Okay,
as you
so
can
let's
see,
do the conditional
what it
formatting
shows
in
is
here.
as quantity
So
ordered here
for
is
that we need to
increasing,
create
the
one more
sales is
measure,
also
our
increasing.
variance.
This can be shown up here using this particular
Variance of
regression line, which is going in the
sales of
upward
this year
direction. So it is showing the trend and the
minus
relationship between
sales
the
of
sales
previous
and the
year or
quantity
last year.
ordered, how
So this will
they are
be the
dependent on
difference.
each other. When the quantity
So
order
now
is
quickly
increasing, the
let me
number of
put
sales
this
is
in
increasing.
our
So you can
table.
use this in many other
So now
use
there you can
cases as
see,
well. This particular
but
sales data
there
is
will be one more
one of those use
problem in
cases,
this particular
just to show
measure after
you
you
how
have
regression
created. So
actually
now you can
works.
see this is
So
pretty
this is
well,
pretty simple
pretty
in
much
Power
showing
BI using this
good
particular
data.
scatter chart.
So
So I
all this
hope you have
positive
understood
value or
what
negative value
really regression
shows
here
our
is.
profit or loss of
And
this
to
year or past year.
see the regression,
But
what
what
you have to
about
do
this?
is if you have
In
to make it much more
2010, there
scattered.
is
So
actually
for that
no
I
last
have
year
used
sales, but
certain
so it is
filters up
showing just
here
sales here, which
in the
doesn't really
sales
look
and
good.
the
So we
quantity
need to
order to make
make
it much
them
more
blank as
scattered in
well.
our chart.
So we need to do
And
some
after
of the
that we have
changes
applied
in our
the
formula.
regression line,
So for
trend
that,
line up here.
right before the
So that
formula,
was
we'll add
all about the
another
regression.
if condition. So
I hope you
if
understood this.
we
We
will
will be
use the
continuing our
if
work
blank
in the next
formula, which
lecture,
is also
and
found in
that's all
MS
for
Excel.
now. We'll meet in
So
the next lecture. Thank you.
if is blank last year's sales. Hello. So in this lecture, then we will learn our
about
condition
how we
should
can
be
compare our sales
blank.
data from this
All right.
year with
And
the
if it is
previous
not
year
blank,
using a
then
very
this condition
simple total sales
DAX
versus last year's
formula,
sales,
and then we
should
will
work. See how we can analyze it using conditional
and
formatting.
there you go.
So
Now
we
you
will
can see
first
the
take a
variance
table here,
is a
blank
table
appear,
visual,
which kind of
and
really makes sense. Now
in
we need
this
to
we
add the
will
conditional
add
formatting
our
here.
sales
So for
data.
that we will jump to format pane, and there we go, add the
And we
conditional
will
formatting
add
here.
the
So we want the
dates here.
background should be colored. So this is the hierarchy of date. We just need the overall
and we will
order
select
date, our column. So we want the coloring on
So
the
let me just
variance. So you can see the sales, the
let
order
me,
date. Turn it this one off and
let
make
me
the
also make
variance
it
color
a bit
bigger in
now
the text size.
I will go to advanced color.
There we go, and I will
So
click
now
check
we have the
here, color
dates
by
and
rules.
the sales.
So now my condition will be overall. The value
Now
is
what we want
greater
is we want to
than
see the last year sales.
0.
Okay. So
Then the
for
color
that
should be,
we have to create a couple
let's
of
say,
measures.
first measure we
This
will be
blue,
creating is we will
we
be
will add
taking
one
the
more
total
condition
sum
here.
of the sales.
So
Make this total sales. If the value is
equals to,
let it be, value is less than 0, then this is red.
sum of
So
our
this is our condition
sales.
for our conditional formatting.
So
Greater than
in
0,
this drop down we will select
blue,
our
less than
sales
0,
just
red.
like that,
And when you
hit
hit
it.
OK, so we
There
have
you
the
go.
total
So
sales.
now
Now
you can
we will
see
be using a dash
conditional
formula.
formatting has
Very
been applied.
easy and
So
very
much of
useful
loss
that
we
have
have
taken
formula,
really in
so
2011.
when I'm saying
But
very important
as
and
the
very
time passes
useful,
by, we
because
have really
this
gained
can
so much
really
of
be
profit in
a
2015.
savior
You can
for
see those
you
blue
when you are comparing the
cells
last year
right
sales
there.
data with
And again in
this year's, because
2017
with
we are kind of
just
lacking.
one formula,
So
it
will
will
be
work
very
on our
easy
sales,
for you
but
to analyze
so
it.
this is how you
So
use
we
the
will name
conditional
it
formatting
last
and
LY
your
sales,
sales
last
of
year
this
sales,
year versus
so
last year data.
to
This will
analyze
be
your all the values.
so now we will
So I
be
hope you
adding
have
our
understood this.
total
And again,
sales
if
which
you have
we have
any
just
doubt in the
created,
measures which we have
total
created
sales data
for any of the analysis, just feel free to ask it in the QA section, and I am happy to help. We will be doing
so we
some
cannot
really
really
another
directly
interesting
add
thing
the
in
total
our
sales
next
data.
video.
We need
So
to put a
I'll
condition
meet you
here.
there.
So for
And
that
thank you.
we will be
Welcome again.
adding the
So far we
calculate
have learned
measure.
some of the very good stuff,
So
like
calculate measure,
sales analysis this year,
calculate
previous
formula
year,
helps to
and clustering analysis. So in this
enter
lecture we will be
expression.
learning how
So
to
our
do the
expression will be
sentiment
total
analysis.
sales data.
So we
And
are
along
having
with
our
that we
sales
can
data,
put a
we are
filter in
having
it. So
customers here,
we
and
will
we need to
add
find
our sales
out how much
total
of
sales
those
measure
customers
which we
are
just
really happy with
created,
our services.
and we will apply
So
a
for that
condition
we
of
have this particular column in our
the
table
measure which I
called
am
rating,
talking about, which
which
is
consists
same
of
period
the
last year.
ratings from
So
our
just
customers
type
on
in
the
same
scale of 0
period
to
last
100.
year,
And now
and also
what I
we
need to
have
just
this
put here is
our
the
column which
table called
consists of our
sentiments,
dates.
which we have
So
taken from Excel,
we
which
have here
consists
the
of
order date,
sentiment,
select
positive,
it,
neutral, negative,
and
and the
close
associated images with
the
it.
brackets,
and
So how to
we are
use
done.
this?
So
Right
just
now there
with
is
this
no
one
relationship
particular
here from sentiment
formula,
and
same
sales
period
data.
last year,
So to create a
we have
relationship,
created our
first we
last
need
year
to create a
sales
calculated
column
column
as well.
There we go.
Let me
So
show
you can
how
see
this works.
our
So
data
right
is from
click on it,
2010 to
click on the
2017. So let's
this
name
column
this as
2010 will be
remain
sentiment
as blank,
analysis,
and these next
we
values
will
will
create
be
a if
there.
condition. If
So our
rating
how you can is you can say
less than
verify
100,
this data. So you can see here 1st January
and
2011
our
our current
rating
sales year data is
is
35,000
greater
and
than,
it shows the last year's
let's
sales
say,
data of 24.
70.
So our rating lies between
$772.
70 to
So
100. As you can see,
then
1st January
we will call
2010
it
it has the same value
positive.
24,772.
Okay,
So now we have
so
this
will
column
be a
by
nested if
column.
condition.
We will use
Uh,
another if a comparison of our
our
values of sales
rating
this year and last year. So now we want to
is
make it much more visually
let's say
effective using
less
conditional
than
formatting.
70.
Okay, so let's do the
So
conditional
earlier
formatting
we have
in here.
used greater than 70.
So we should
for
make
that
it
we
less
need to
than or
create one more measure,
equal to
our
70.
variance
Variance of
and
sales of this
our
year
rating
is
minus
greater than
sales of previous year or
suppose
last year.
40. So
this
condition will be 40
difference.
to 70. Then
So
we
now
will call
quickly
it
let me put this in our
neutral.
table.
So now there you
Rating.
can see, but
And
there will be one
if
more
both
problem
of them are
in
not
this
correct,
particular
we will call
measure
it
after you will
as
create it. So now you can see this is
negative.
pretty much showing good data. So all this positive value or negative
all.
value shows
So
that
this is how
shows
our
our profit or
formula
loss
works.
from
If
this year
our
or
rating
past
is
year.
between 100 to 70
But what
positive,
about this?
if
In
not, if it
2010
is
there
of
is
between
actually
40 to 70
no last year
and
sales,
neutral,
but so it is showing
or
just
if that
sales
is also
here,
not true,
which
then
doesn't
negative.
really look good.
So
So
we
now
need to
we can make
we
them
have this
blank as
formula.
well.
Click
So we need to
enter.
do some of
We
the
will have
changes
this
in our formula. Column
for
of
that,
sentiment analysis.
right
Let me
before
just
the
quickly
formula,
put this
we'll
all
add
in a
table
another if condition. So
to let
if
you understand this.
we will use
I
the
will
is
add the
blank formula, which is
customer
also
name,
found in MS Excel.
the
So
product.
if
We have the
if
customer
it's
name.
blank
We will
last year
I will add the
sales,
total sales,
which
then
they have
our condition should be
associated
in a
blank.
business.
All right. And
Let
if it
me
is
make
not
this
blank,
much more
then this
visible to
condition
you all,
total
guys.
sales versus last year's sales
There we go.
should work. And there you go.
Okay.
Now you can see the variance.
We have customer name,
is
we have
blank
sales.
appear, which kind of really
Now,
makes sense. Now we need to
what
add the
I
conditional
need is
formatting
our
here.
sentiment
So for
analysis
that
in
we will
here.
jump to format
I'll
pen
drag
and
it here.
add the
So we
conditional
have this
formatting here.
negative,
So we want the
positive,
background
neutral
should
all
be
up
colored
here.
as
We'll
per our sales,
click
as per our
here
formula.
on,
And
so
we will select just
our
to make
column.
this
So
all
we
clear.
want the coloring
I will
on the
quickly put this
variance.
rating in here just to make sure our
Let me
thing works right.
turn it this one off and make the variance
Okay,
colored.
so I don't want the
So
sum
now
of it. I just want the
I will
rating.
go to
So
advanced color.
you can see here,
And
the 47
I
is
will
neutral,
click check
48 is
here,
neutral color by rules.
over
So now my
70,
condition
which is
will be if
72 is
the
positive,
value
positive,
is greater
neutral.
than, so this
0,
thing is really working fine.
then
The color should be,
we have created our
let's
formula.
say this blue.
Now
We want to do the
we will add
sentiment
one more
analysis.
condition here.
So now we have
this
this table sentiment. We can now link them
if the value
using our
is
the latest column
let
which we
it
have
be
just
values
created.
less than 0, then
Let
this
me
is red. So
expand
this
is our condition for our conditional formatting. Greater than 0, there we go.
blue,
Create
less
a
than 0,
relationship between
red.
them, and when you
There
hit
you go.
OK, we have, there you go. So now you can see our
this thing
positive, neutral, and negative
conditional
formatting has been
both,
applied. So
both
so
of
much
them.
of loss
And
we have
one
taken
thing which
really
you
in
have to make sure before doing
2011,
this,
that
but
this image
as the
column
time passes by,
is
we
of
have
the
really
right
gained
format.
so much of
For
profit
that,
in 2015.
just click
you
on
can
the
see
column,
those blue
click on modeling
cells, and
right there,
data
and again in
category. Make this
2017
data
we are
category
kind of
image
lacking.
URL.
So
That's
we'll
all.
work on our sales, but so this is how
Here
you
is
use
how
the conditional
the
formatting
magic works.
and your
So
sales
we have
of
this
this
sentiment
year versus
analysis. We
last
don't
year
need
data.
this. We
To
will be having a
analyze your
better version of it.
all the values.
Click on sentiment.
So I hope you have
And
understood
now
this.
put
And again,
image
if you have
right
any
here.
doubt in the
There we
measures
go.
which we have
So now
created, we
for
can
any
see
of the
if the
analysis
customer
just
is
feel free to
really
ask it
happy
in the
with
QA
us
section,
or not.
and I'm happy to help.
We can
We will be
adjust the
doing
size of this
some
really
image.
another interesting thing in our next video. So
From
I'll
the
meet you there, and thank
formatting
you.
pan.
Welcome again. So
But
far
right
we
now
have
let's
learned some
keep
of the
this
very
as
good
it is.
stuff.
So
Like as you can see,
sales analysis
this
year, previous
just
year,
and clustering
neutral,
analysis.
this is very happy.
So in this
neutral
lecture we
customer,
will be
happy
learning how
customers.
to do the
This is a
sales
sad
sentiment
customer.
analysis.
So we are having our sales data. We are having how we can customers really do the sentiment, and we need to find out how much of customers those customers are really happy with our services. This is so for that in our table format. Now we want in our table called rating. Use consist of the ratings from our customers on the scale of happy 0 to 100, or all the customers who have given us the negative reviews together. So I'll table this sentiment slicer which we have taken from Excel, which consists of I have imported it from the neutral, negative marketplace and the associated images this Secret slicer. So how to use this here? Right now there is no relationship here, and from sentiment and sales data put the image in the create a relationship. First we need to image column here, column right there. So let me show how this works. Here in the right click on it, click on there we go. Now we have this. Let's name this good little slicer in here, sentiment, which shows negative, neutral and positive. So I want to see, so we'll create a if how many of the customers are if really not very happy with us. So just click on this, and this is our less than which are 100 not pretty much happy with us. So and we can our kind of work with them or analyze them why they are not really, let's say, happy 70 with our services. So our rating lies, so one thing to make 70 sure to 100 this display is not really visible because we have created the positive this okay this year and last. So this will be a nested comparison, so it is not working with this. So if to avoid this rating, avoid this error, what I need to do is I have to avoid the or remove the interaction of this filter with this less table. Than for this I have to click on this 70 filter, go to format and click on edit. We have used greater now than 70, so we should make it less than or value equal to 70. Now when I'll click on the negative positive, and this will only affect rating this value is this particular table. Suppose so that's how you can do the sentiment analysis. This condition will be 40 to 70. This is just then we will call it way of showing it. You have neutral. To do the formatting stuff like rating, making the image size small, or you can use your own. Both of images them are not correct, we will call it from internet which you have purchased negative, or which are freely available right there, and you can do all this sentiment analysis. Looks that's pretty all. Good, huh? So this is how our so that was all for our sentiment analysis. If our rating is between 100 to 70 I hope positive, you have understood. Not we have if it is of done so much of the analysis work in this project, neutral, or if in the next lecture I will show you negative how to do. So now use the filters. We have this formula in our report. Click enter. We will have this column of sentiment analysis.
Well, I hope you guys are enjoying your Power BI learning. I would really appreciate if you haven't, please go and put your valuable review and feedback for this course and help this course to grow. So thank you again, and we'll meet in the next lecture. Bye. Hello there, welcome back. So in this lecture we will be learning about clustering. So what clustering really does is it tries to group or cluster a different set of objects together based on their properties. Okay. So suppose you have some kind of data sales, where a raw data where there are many objects. So what clustering algorithm really do is it tries to group drag it here set of data into different clusters neutral, based on their similar properties. So in clustering there are no classes defined, and it tries to group a set of objects and find whether there is some relationship between any objects or not. So suppose this is your original unclustered data. Okay, so when we apply clustering in it,
I just want the rating.
It will group,
you can see here,
or cluster same data together,
neutral,
just like this. So we can do this in Power BI as well. So let's jump back to Power BI to see how this works.
Neutral. So this things is
so for
really
this we will take
fine.
Our scatter chart.
We have created our formula. Now we want to do the sentiment analysis
product in the detail section.
So now we have this table.
We will take our customer name and we will do the clustering for sales data, sales and the quantity ordered.
Let me expand this, and there we go, and create a relationship between them. There you go. We have
so let me show you how this thing really works. I will remove
both of them
from legend. I will remove the customer name. Now you will see how easy it is to do the clustering here
of the right format. So for
Power
that,
BI.
just click on the column.
So
click on
I will
modeling,
take the customer name
and
in the
here data
detail
category.
sections.
Make this data category image URL.
Let's see which
That's
thing
all.
really works. So I've
So
already taken
here is
product
how
code, which
the
is our
magic
products
works.
here.
So we have this sentiment
So
analysis.
what I'm
we
really
don't
trying
need
to
this.
do is I'm
We will
trying to
be having a
find
better version of
where
it.
I can
Click
get the
on
most number
sentiment,
of
and now
data
image
points.
right here. There we go. So now we can see if the customer
So I think the
is
product code
really
is
happy with
much
us
better
or
than
not.
this. So this
We can
particular here
adjust the
is
size
kind
of
of
this
an
image
outlier, which I can remove.
from the formatting pan.
So now let's do the clustering. So
But right now let's
to
keep
do
this
clustering
as it
here in
is.
Power
So
BI,
as
you can see the three ellipses
this
up here.
is
So in the
just
scatter chart, when you click here
neutral.
on this,
This is very
you
happy
will see the
neutral
option
customer, happy
of
customers.
automatically
This is
find
a sad
clusters.
customer.
Just simply
So
click
a
on here,
negative point there. So that's how we
and
can
when you will do that, a
really do the
pop-up
sentiment
will appear.
analysis
So
of
it will
our
ask you
customers. So
about the name,
this
the
is
description, and how many
this is
clusters
just
you have to
in a
form.
table
So
format.
suppose
Now
I
we
have to
want
form
to
let's say 3
use
clusters
them.
of my
Suppose
data.
I
So
want
I
to
will
see
type in
all
3,
the
click on
happy
OK.
customers or all the
It will
customers who have given
automatically
us the
create
negative reviews
a measure
together. So I'll
to
use this
to give
chiclet
me the
slicer. I
cluster
have
of my
uh,
products. So
I
there
have
you go.
imported it from
So
the
this is my cluster, one
marketplace.
cluster, this is my
I
second,
have
this is my
chiclet
third
slicer.
cluster. So based on the
Just put it
properties,
here
similar properties, because
and
the clusters here in black,
put the
they are
image
having
in the
some maximum number of
image
sales,
column here,
and the
right
quantities
there,
ordered is also much.
and the
So they
sentiment
are
here in the
one cluster.
category.
Another cluster
There
here
we
is
go.
in the
Now we
middle,
have
which are
this
having
good
average
little
number of sales,
slicer
and
in here,
the
which
quantity order
shows
is also
negative, neutral, and
almost
positive.
similar,
So I
and the
want to
lowest
see
sales have been all
how many of
put
the
up in the
customers
third
are
cluster.
really not very
So
happy with us. So just
this
click
much
on
easy
this.
it is here in
These
Power BI to
is
define
our
clusters.
customers which are
So now what you can do
not very
is
much happy with us.
we
So
can remove this
we can
outlier, which
kind
is
of work
kind
with
of
them
creating our chart
or
in
analyze them why they are not really
it is
happy
not really
with our
helping much to
services.
visualize our
So
chart
one
like
thing to
this.
make sure
So
this
what we
display
can do
is
here
not
is
really
I can remove
visible
this one.
because we have created the
So the product code
this
is
year and last year
S183232. I
comparison.
will,
So it
from
is
the
not
visual level
working with
filters,
this.
I can remove
So
this one.
to avoid
So I will
this
select all.
error, what I need to do is I have
I will
to
just search for
avoid
that
the or
particular,
remove the interaction
and I
of
will remove it.
my this
There
filter
you
with
go. So
this
now you
table.
can see how
For this
good
I have
it
to
looks
click on
like
this filter, go to
this
format, and
particular
click on
clustering
edit
chart.
interactions. Now I just need
For
to
all the
click on
3
this
different clusters, we can
none
create any
value,
number
and
of clusters like 5 or 10
now
as
when I'll
per
click
our
on the
need. So this
negative
is how
positive,
clustering is done in Power BI.
this will only affect
Another
this
way of doing
value,
clustering here
this
in Power
particular
BI
table.
is using the
So
custom
that's how you can
visuals.
do
So
the
this was done
sentiment
by Power
analysis.
BI's own
Of
scatter
course,
chart.
this is just
Another way is to
a
use
rough
any kind
way
of
showing
custom
it. You
visual
have
from
to do the
marketplace. So I have
formatting stuff
imported
like making the image
some
size
custom
small,
visuals from
or you can use
marketplace,
your
like
own
clustering,
images
clustering with outliers. These are similar
from
clustering
internet
charts.
which you have purchased or
So
which
you
are
can just
freely
simply
available
put them
right
up
there,
here in the report
and you can do all this
put your
sentiment
values.
analysis.
Like
Looks pretty good, huh?
for the
So
X
that
and
was
Y
all
axis, I
for
will
our
put
sentiment
my both
analysis.
sales and the
I
quantity
hope
ordered
you have understood.
based on the,
We have done so much of the
and
analysis
my
work
data
in this
point
project.
labels will be my products.
In the next lecture, I will show you how
So
to
this will
use
take
the filters
some
in our
time
report.
to load this particular graph, but when this will be done, you will see that the
Well, I
automatic
hope you
clustering
guys
will
are
be done
enjoying
here
your Power BI
using this
learning.
particular
I would
custom
really
visual.
appreciate if you
There we go.
haven't, please go and put your valuable
So
review
what it
and
has done
feedback
here
for
is
this
it
course
has
and
put
help
up
this
the
course to
cluster
grow.
here in
So
the red,
thank you
and there are
again,
some
and we'll meet in
outliers
the
here in the
next
black.
lecture. Bye.
Hello there. I will welcome back. Change this particular
in this lecture,
we will be
with the
learning
normal
about clustering chart. So what clustering really does is it tries to
my data
group
point label
or
will be
cluster a different
product
set
code.
of objects together
So
based
there are
on their
two charts,
properties.
which
So suppose
just have one
you have
difference,
some
that
kind
this
of
particular
data
chart will
where
form
a
give
row
us
data
some
where
outliers
there
as
are
well, and this will just
many
form the
objects.
clustering.
So what clustering algorithm really
So
do
when this
is
will be
it
loaded, you
tries
can
to
see all
group
the clustering, and once the
set
clustering
of
is done,
data,
you can do apply some formatting here from
based
the
on their
formatting
similar
pan.
properties. So in clustering there are no classes defined, and it
So
tries to
these
group
are
a
some of
set
the
of
ways
objects
of
and
doing
find
clustering
whether
here
there
in
is some
Power BI.
relationship between any
Clustering
objects
really
or
helps
not. So
us
suppose
to
this is
analyze
your
our data
original
when we have to
group them based on certain
when we apply
properties
clustering in it,
so
it
we
will
don't have to
group
write any code
or
or something
cluster
like
same
that
data
here in Power
together,
BI. All you have to do
just like
is
this.
just
So we
select
can do this
clustering
in Power
feature
BI as well.
to
So let's
automatically
jump
form
back to Power
clusters
BI to
using
see how
Power
this
BI's
works.
inbuilt algorithms it will automatically create those clusters for
scatter
you.
chart.
So that's pretty easy way of doing things up here. We will take,
As I've
our
told you, this
product
particular custom visual
in the
takes some
detail
amount of
section
time.
to do the clustering
We will take our
information, but
customer
once
name
done,
and we will do
here
the
it is. This is how
clustering
it will
for
look like.
sales data,
It has
sales and the
clustered
quantity
the data
ordered.
into 3 equals part. Both the charts are having a little bit difference, not much, because here in the x-axis I have taken quantity ordered, as you can see, and the y there are number of sales. So while in
let me show you how this thing
other
really
chart
works.
I will remove, in the x-axis there is sales and the
from
quantity
legend,
order
I will remove the
customer name.
Now
Just
you will
because
see
of that there is some
how
difference
easy
in
it is
the
to do the clustering here
formation
in
of our visuals, but this is how
Power
clustering
BI
is done.
So
in
I
the
will
next
take
lecture
the
we will
customer
be
name
taking a
in
look
the detail
about
sections.
the regression technique here in Power BI. Let's see which thing really
that's
works.
all about clustering
I have
up here,
already taken product
and we'll
code,
meet in the
which is
next
our
lecture.
products.
Thank you.
Here. So what I'm really trying to do is I will
So
trying
before
to
moving
find
forward to our
where
topic
I can
sync
get the
slicer,
most number
let's
of
add a couple of
data points.
Slicer in our pages, which we have not done yet. So
I
this
think the product
sales
code
this
is
year versus last
much
year
better than this.
table is
So
kind
this
of
particular here is
not
kind of
complete
an
if we don't have
outlier
any filter up
which I
here.
can remove.
So I'll just add a slicer here and put date in there.
So now let's do the
and
clustering. So
I will select it from the
to
drop
do
down
clustering
this
here in
last
Power BI,
one, which
you
is
can see the 3
relative.
ellipses up here.
Okay,
So in the
so this
scatter
is the
chart, when you
relative
click here
date
on this,
slicer.
you will see the option
So
of
let me
automatically
just
find
make it much more
clusters.
visible
Just simply click on here,
by
and
increasing
when you will
its
do
text
that, a
size.
pop-up will appear.
There you go.
So it will ask you
So I will first of all
about the
edit the
name, the
interactions.
description, and how many
So
clusters you
this
have to form. So
particular
suppose I have to
is
form
only
let's
applicable
say
on
3
this one,
clusters
and it should not
of my
apply
data.
on
So I will type
any
in
of
3,
these. So I
click
will
on
just
OK.
select none for them.
It will
And this
automatically create
this
a measure
particular
to
visual, this
to
particular
give me the
filter
cluster of my
is only
products.
applicable
So
for
there you go. So this is my cluster, one cluster,
all
this
of
is my
this,
second, this is my third
and not
cluster.
for
So
this.
based
So I
on
have
the
selected none
properties,
for
similar
this
properties,
and none for
because
this. Okay,
the
so that's how it
clusters
will
here
work.
in black,
So
they are
suppose
having
if I want to check
some maximum
the
number of sales,
last
and the
1 year
quantities ordered is
sales
also
and
much.
its
So
comparison
there
with
are
the
one cluster.
previous
Another
year sales.
cluster
So
here
I
is
will,
in the middle, which are having
from the drop down,
average
I will
number of
select
sales, and
last 1 year's,
quantity order is also
and there you go.
almost similar, and the lowest sales
I
have been
think
all
I have
put up
missed
in the third
something
cluster.
maybe.
So this
Let me
much
check the
easy it
interaction.
is
Oh,
here
I
in Power
see.
BI
So I
to
have
define clusters.
clicked none here.
So now what you
I'll
can
just
do is
click on filter.
we
There
can
you go.
remove
So
this
the
outlier,
last
which
1
is
year
kind
it
of
shows from
creating our chart
2017's
in a
all the
it
years
is not
which
really
are
helping
there,
much to
and it
visualize our
shows
chart
the
like
data.
this.
Now I want to see the
So what we
last
can do
2
here
years
is I can
data.
remove this one.
I'll hit enter,
So the
and there
product
you
code
go.
is
Now I have the relative data of
S183232. I will,
2016 and
from the visual
17.
level filters, I can
So
remove this one.
from here in the
So I will select all.
drop down, you can select
I will just search
all
for
the
that
values,
particular,
last
and I
months,
will remove it.
last
There you
something
go.
years,
So now you
last
can see
something
how
weeks, days,
good
or
it looks
anything.
like.
So this particular
This
filter or
particular
slicer
clustering
is
chart
applicable for this one.
for all the 3 different
Moving on
clusters.
to
We
our
can
page
create
1.
any number of clusters like 5 or
There
10
you go.
as
I've made some
per
room
our
up
need. So
here.
this is how clustering is
As we
done
have
in Power
noticed,
BI.
we have this
Another way
table
of doing
called
clustering
products,
here in
which
Power
consists
BI
of
is
products
using
and their
the
associated
custom
images.
visuals. So this
So
was
we will
done by
use those
Power
images
BI's
as a
own
filter
scatter
here.
chart.
Again,
Another way
we
is
will be
to
using our
use any
chiclet
kind
slicer.
of custom visual from marketplace. So I
Let's
have imported some
make it this big.
custom visuals from
There you
marketplace
go.
like clustering
And
with
drag
outliers.
the
These are
image
similar
here
clustering
and the product in
charts.
the category.
So you can just simply
So
put
let
them
me
up
just
here in the report
make it
and put your values
little
like
better.
for the X and Y
It
axis I
should
will
be
put my
somewhere
both
around
sales
this,
and the quantity ordered based on
and
the,
I want to see 5
and my data point labels
at once.
will be my products.
There you go. And the size
So
of
this will
images
take
should be a little bigger,
some
maybe
time
70
to load this particular graph,
or maybe
but when this will be done, you will see that the automatic
100.
clustering will be done here using this particular custom
So
visual.
it cuts the text
There
off.
you go.
So I'll use 80. So
So
perfect.
what it has done here
So
is
now we
it
have
has
our
put up
filter
the
here.
cluster
So
here
when we
in
click
the
on,
red, and there are some
there you go.
outliers
It
here in the
shows the
black.
train data.
I will change this
Shape. So it
particular
is
chart with
currently
the normal
selecting
clustering
multiple
chart.
products. If you want to select just one product, click on the
My data
formatting
point
pane,
label will be
go to
product code.
general, and
So there are
just
two charts which
make
just
this
have
turn
one
off.
difference, that this
Now we
particular
will
chart
just
will
select
form
one
give us
at
some
one time.
outliers as well, and
So
this will just
you
form the
can drill.
clustering.
So we have selected truck and bus, so it is showing the
So
data
when
of
this will
truck
be
and bus
loaded, you can
only,
see all the
and
clustering,
this
and
is
once the
showing
clustering is done,
highlight
you
of
can
all
do apply
those.
some formatting here from the
Turn it
formatting
off.
pane.
There you go. So very good, rich
So these are
filter
some of
rich
the ways of doing
report is
clustering here
ready
in
up
Power
here.
BI.
So now what I
Clustering
want to
really
do
helps
is I
us
want
to
to add some sync
analyze our
slicer.
data when we
Sync
have to
slicer
group
is
them
the
based
new
on certain
update in Power
properties.
BI,
So we
which
don't have
is
to write any
really
code or something like that
helpful in
here in Power BI. All you have to
syncing the
do is just
slicers of
select
all the
clustering
available
feature to
tabs in your
automatically
report.
form clusters
So
using
suppose
Power BI's
I
inbuilt
have
algorithms.
this
It will
products
automatically create those clusters
slicer
for
up
you.
here,
So
I
that's
have
pretty easy
this
way of
date
doing things
slicer
up
up
here.
here, and I have this
As
sentiment
I've
slicer
told
up
you,
here.
this particular
So I
custom
will
visual takes some
put
amount of
all of
time to
those
do
in this
the
one page.
clustering formation, but once
So
done, here it
just
is. This
to
is how it
clear
will
the
look
things
like.
up, I cannot
It
use
has
any custom
clustered
visual
the
like
data into
chiclet
3
slicer
equals
or
part.
any other slicer available on the
Both the
marketplace.
charts are
Only
having
the
a little
inbuilt
bit
slicer
difference,
can
not
be
much,
used
because here
for the
in the
sync slicer
x-axis I have taken
functionality.
quantity
So to view
ordered,
that, I will have to
as you
go
can
to
see,
the
and the
view
y
pane
there are
and
number of
check
sales.
the sync
While
slicers.
in our
Okay,
other
there you
chart,
go.
in the
We have this
x-axis there
pen
is
up here.
sales and the quantity
Now
ordered
I
is
will
in
add my
y-axis. So there are,
first slicer,
just
which
because
is
of
my
that, there is
product.
some difference in the formation of our
Make it
visuals.
a bit
But this is how clustering is
visible
done.
for you all.
So in the next lecture, we will be taking a
There you
look
go.
about the regression technique
So
here in
now you
Power
can see
BI.
this is my first
So that's all about
slicer,
clustering up
and
here,
here it
and
shows
we'll meet in
this
the next lecture. Thank
particular
you.
pen shows that it is asking
Okay,
us to
so before
apply
moving
this slicer
forward to
to
our topic sync
how many
slicer,
pages. So we
let's
need
add
to apply
a
this
couple
sync
of
slicer on both page
slicer
1
in
and
our
page 2.
pages which we
This
have
here,
not done yet.
this eye
So this
icon is
sales
shows
this year
that
versus last
whether
year
this
table
particular
is
filter
kind
should be
of
visible on
not
page 1 or
complete
page
if
2.
we don't
So
have
suppose
any
if I
filter up here.
click here,
So I'll just
this
add a slicer here
and when I go to
put
page 1,
date in
I
there,
will have this, as you
and
can see,
I
this
will select
available
from the
right
drop
here.
down this
It will
last
automatically
one which
create a
is
filter,
relative.
but I don't want to
Okay,
make
this
this
is the
visible. I
relative
just have
date
to
slicer.
uncheck this, and there you go.
So let me just
Okay,
make
so
it
this
much
is our
more
first
visible
visual. Let's make some more.
by
I will add
increasing its text
maybe the
size
date. There you go,
or year here. So I will first of
there
all
you
edit
go.
the interactions.
Make it
So
slicer.
this
Make it
particular is only
list.
applicable on this one, and it should not
There you
apply
go.
on any of these. So I
We
will
can
just
use
select none for them,
the
and this
format
particular
painter right here
this
to
particular
give the format of visual to
this
this one.
particular
So I have
filter is
increase
only
the size
applicable
of this
for
particular slicer, so I have applied the
other all
format
of
painter
all of
here
this
too, just like PowerPoint.
and not for this. So I have selected none for
Let's
this
make another
and none
slicer.
for
This
this.
will be
Okay,
of
so
our
that's how it will work. So suppose
what
if
we
I
can
want to
say,
check
how much we have
the
used.
last
We have
one
used the
year
products
sales
here,
and its
we have used the
comparison with
dates.
the
Okay, so we can
previous
use
year
the
sales. So I
sentiment
will
analysis
from the drop down I
slicer
will
as well.
select last 1 year.
So
We will
and there you
click
go.
here.
So just to let you know,
I
we
think
cannot
I have
really
missed
add the
something maybe.
image up here for the sync slicer. We need to
Let me check the interaction.
add
Oh,
this
I see.
sentiment
So I have
analysis thing. Clicked
none
neutral,
here.
positive and
I'll
negative.
just click on
But that will
filter.
work too.
There you go. So
There
the
you go.
last
There
1
is our
year
third one.
it shows from
And
2017's
also we can add
all the years which are
something
there,
like,
and it shows the data, the country.
now I want to see the last 2 years data.
There you go. I'll hit enter and make
And
it
there you go.
now
Just
I have
like
the
this.
relative data of
So we
2016
can
and 17.
slice so country wise
From the
as
here
well.
in the
Okay,
drop down you can select
so now we have the sync
all the
slicers
values
ready,
last month,
and all I
last
want is
something
I want
years,
to
last
apply
something
this on
weeks,
page
days,
1,
or
page
anything.
2.
So this
Check.
particular
I want to apply
filter
this on
or
page
slicer
1,
is
page 2.
applicable for
There
this
you
one.
go. I want
Moving
to
on
apply
to
this
our
on
page
page 1,
1.
page 2. There you go.
There you go.
This
I've
one
made some
too.
room up here.
So now
As
we
you
will close
as
this.
you have noticed, we have
Now
this
when I'll see
table called
suppose I
products,
want to see
which
the
consists of
details
products
of my
and their associated
classic
images.
cars.
So we will use those images as the
So
filter
when I
here.
click on page
Again,
1, we will
this
be
will
using
show
our
chiclet
values
slicer
only
of classic cars.
make
But
this,
I
make
don't
it
know
this
why
big.
this is not showing. Let's
There you
just
go.
quickly check
If we have done
and
everything right,
drag
select the image here and the product in the category. When I click this, okay, so for this let me just make it I think I have a little better. There we go. I need to check this one too. Height should be somewhere around this. When I click on this one, now you can see only classic cars is shown up here. So this data is only for classic cars. There you go. And the size of images should be a little bigger, maybe we want to see the product of my classic car for 2016, and those customers who are very positive or who really liked it the text off in United States. So I have applied all the filters now we have on just one page, and I can see all the details in when both we click on pages. There you go. It shows the train data. This is the customers train ship. So it is, and on currently selecting multiple products. If you want to select just one product, click on the formatting pane. So go to this general. This all thing will work. Just click. Just make you need to turn off. So one thing which I haven't done is at one time is to check this one. You can drill. Okay. So we have. I have to check and bus. So it is showing the data of track and bus only. Okay, and this is so that's why I thought these things of all those. This was not really working. Turn it off. Now if I click on page 1, so very good. Only my rich 2017 filter United States report plus is ready. Classic car data. So now let's visible. What here. I want to do is I want to add some sync all of them is working right sync from one is the new update in Power BI. See, I have selected 2016, which so automatically here it was selected 2016, and all my very happy customers of all the available here. Tabs, and this is showing report. The cluster of all those customers. I have and this here is the analysis products, right? Slicer up here. So it's pretty good way to use the sync slicer up here, and I have this sentiment slicer up here. All in one page. Put all of those. This was a really very highly requested feature. Just to clear the things developers up, I cannot use any custom. So like we have now slicer or any other slicer available on the market. Really work. I hope only the inbuilt slicers can be used. So we have created the sync slicer functionality. Good. All so to view that, all I will have which really needs is the formatting thing. Check the sync slicer. So that's all from this video. There you go. Keep on learning. We have this pen up here in the next time. Now I will add my first slicer, which is my
let's
product.
Start creating our DAX formulas. So one of the most widely and commonly used DAX formula in Power BI is using calculate function. So what calculate really does now is you can see it evaluates an expression
and
by modifying our expression based on certain filters. Suppose I have my products here. It consists of they have certain kinds of sales and they have a deal size. So large, medium or small, something like that.
Page 1.
So what my need here is suppose I want to see the sales of my those products
that whether this particular filter should be visible
so I can do that by creating a measure. That's what calculate function really does. It evaluates our expression based on the certain filters of our need.
As you can see,
so let me name it large right deal or
it will automatically
like
create a filter, but I don't want to add make this visible here. I just have to
I want to see the sum of my sales.
Okay, so this is our first visual. Let's make some
my
more.
Sales column up
I will add maybe the date
and now
or year here.
You can see after comma it is asking me to apply the certain kind of filters. So my filter here will be to add a deal size equal to large.
There you go.
So I'll use inverted commas because it is of type string. Make sure that whenever you are applying these kind of filters, so if it is of type string, do use inverted commas,
so
and if it is of type
increase the size of this particular slicer. So I have applied the format
there. So now
here too,
this is my
PowerPoint.
Calculate column has been created. Just simply press
Let's
enter.
Make another slicer.
So now
this
you can
will
see
be
your classic car is having large, motorcycles are having large deal, planes are having one large deal with this particular amount of sales.
Products here.
So I'll just
we have used the dates.
remove this one and
we can use the
large
sentiment
deal.
analysis.
There you go. So classic cars, motorcycles, planes, which we have just showed you.
Just to let you know, we cannot really add the image up here for the sync slicer.
So that's how calculate works. So
add this sentiment
when you will
analysis
start working on applying your own DAX formulas, you will find this is really very important.
There you go. There is a third one
because you can apply as many.
Also, we can add
what you can say like filters up here to modify your expression. So in calculate you can use if or a loop of if and all like those functions in the calculate itself, and in the end you can apply the filters as per your needs.
So now
it's
we
a
have
real
the
just
sync
it was just a
slicers
basic
ready,
example up here.
and
If
all
you
I
have
want
any
is
kind of
I want to
queries or
apply
just
this
any
on
kind of
page
doubt
1,
related
page
to
2,
calculate,
checked.
just ask
I
me in the
want to
QA
apply this on
section.
page 1, page 2. There you
I've
go.
just showed you how
I want
to
to apply
really
this on
easily
page
you
1,
can use
page 2.
calculate
There you go.
formula.
And this
So
one too.
that's how it works.
So now we will
So
close
we'll
this.
continue in the next
And
lecture,
now
and we
when
will
I will
be
see,
seeing
suppose I
one
want
of
to
the
see the
most widely and
details of
important
my
functions in
classic
DAX, which is time intelligence in
So
in
when I
our
click
next
on page
lectures.
1,
Thank you.
this will show values only
Hi.
of
So
classic
let's get
cars,
started.
but I
In
don't
this
know why
video,
this is
we
not
will be
showing.
learning
Let's
about
just quickly check
time intelligence
if we have
functions
done
and some
everything
of the
right.
most important time intelligence functions like
So
total
when I
YTD,
click this,
total QTD,
okay,
and
so
total
for
MTD.
this one,
So first of all, what
I
really
think I
time
haven't.
intelligence is?
There we go.
So in this
I need to
Microsoft
check this one too.
article, as you
Okay.
can see, time intelligence function
When I click
supports
on this
the
one,
need of
now
business
you can see
intelligence
only
analysis
classic cars
and
is shown
enables
up here.
us to
So this
manipulate
data is
data
only
using
for
time
classic
periods,
cars.
days, months, quarters,
There you go.
etc. So it
Pretty
helps us
good.
in
Again,
analyzing
we
our
want to see
data
the
with
product
any
of my
historical
classic car
data
for
like last year data or
2016,
2 years
and
data
those
or
customers
2 years
who are
back of
very
data,
positive or
so
who
that we can
really liked
analyze our
it
current data with the historic
in
one, take the
United
decisions
States.
based
So
on
I have
those.
applied
So
all
time
the
intelligence
filters
functions
right
are
on just
really
one
very
page,
very
and I can
helpful
see all
when
the
it
details
comes
in
to
both the pages. There
the
you
need
go.
of our business.
This is
So
the
let's
customers,
just learn what really is these time intelligence
and
functions.
on
So
page 2,
today we will be first learning about total
there you
YTD.
go.
So these three functions, total YTD, total QTD, and total
So
MTD, are
this is how
almost the
this all
same.
thing will work.
Let's look at them one by one.
Just you need to. So
So
one
in
thing
my
which I
table,
haven't
I will
done
take the order date
is to check this
and
one.
my sales.
Okay,
So
so
I
I
have the
have to
sales
check
data
sync
consisting
slicer
of data from
everywhere here.
year 2010 to
Okay, so that's
2017.
why I
So
thought
I have
these
this
things
sales.
will
So
work.
now
This
first we
was
look
not
into
really
total
working.
YTD.
Now if I
What
click
total
on page
YTD
1,
really does is it
only
evaluates
my
a year-to-date
2017 plus
expression
United
as per our
States
context.
plus classic car
So
data
first of
is
all, we need to
visible here.
create a measure.
That's
So we
how
will right click
all
on
of them
our
is working
table
right
and
from
click
one
on
page,
new
sync
measure.
slicer. So you
Now
can see I have
I
selected
will
2016,
name
so
it like
automatically
total
here it was
YTD,
selected 2016, and all my
and
very happy
this is
customers
how it goes.
are
All you have to
seen
type
here,
is
and this is
total, and
showing
you
the
can see
cluster
these
of
three
all those
functions there:
customers,
total MTD, QTD, and
and
YTD.
here is the
I will take
analysis,
first total YTD.
right? So
Now
it's
when you
pretty
will
good
click
way
enter, you can
to
see
use the
it's
sync
in the
slicers up
tooltip
here,
what we have to write first. So first we need to write the
all in one
expression.
page.
So in expression it will,
This was a really
we
very
want to write
highly
our
requested feature
we want to
from
take
the
our sales data.
developers like us,
So we will take the
and
sum
so
of
we
all
have
the
now
sales
this.
data. So
So
I will
that's how sync
type sum,
slicers really work. I
and then
hope
I
you
will
have
type my
all
sales
have
data
understood this. So
column.
we have
So
created this report
I'll
pretty
search for
good.
it, and here it is.
All
Now
the which really needs
after
is the
expression
formatting
I
thing.
need to put the date here.
Okay, so that's all from this
So
video,
here is my
and
order
keep on
date,
learning. I'll
and
see
I
you
will
in the
close the
next time.
bracket,
Thank
and
you.
this is all our total YTD. So let's start creating our first DAX of all, formulas. quickly I will be One of creating the these most three widely measure, and and then I will commonly be used explaining DAX formula one by one in Power BI. That will be pretty is easy for you. So using now I've calculate created total function. YTD. So what the calculate same really thing does does is it with evaluates total an QTD and total expression MTD as well. So by I will just modifying copy our these expression based on and certain click on filters. it and click on new Suppose measure. I have my product Second measure sale. will be total It consists of QTD. they have certain Everything kinds will of be same sales, except and all I they have have to to do do is size, type so the large, total medium, or QTD small, something like that. function, and rest So all will what be the my same. need here is, suppose I want to There see you the go. sales of my Just those one more products measure whose deal size is large. So I can do And that this will be by named as creating a total measure. That's MTD. what calculate function really does. It evaluates our expression based on the certain you go. filters of our need. So let me name it large deal. Okay, so now like I've that. created all these three measure. I'll simply use add them in my calculate here. table. So I want to see the YTD, sum of QTD, my sales and MTD. So I'll add sum, and let's see how put my they sales column really up work. here. So as you can see, And this is now our original sales data. You can see after in comma year it is asking 2010 me January to apply the certain kind of filters. So my filter here will be $772 to of sale, then in add a Feb, deal then size March. So now equal first to take a look large. at total YTD. So I'll use inverted total commas YTD because will it give is of us type total string year to date value. Make So sure that in whenever you January apply I have these kind of 24,772. filters, if it is of type
February, it will be giving us 108235. And if it is of type what it really does numeric, is you can directly January plus put February and it will give now year this is my of calculate column has been created. Just simply press add both the months. So now you can see here classic car is having large total, motorcycles are having large deal, planes are having one large deal total with along with the March amount and give us the So I'll just total year to date up to March. Add large deal. It will give us total. There you go. Up to the date of classic cars values, motorcycles, this planes, will go on which we have just year showed you. As soon as the new year comes, like January 2011, in the large deal start from the very beginning. So in January there were 35,000 of sales. When you will start in February working on there were 58,000. Your own DAX formulas, which is find this will really very important 22,000 function of February, because you can apply as many and it will give us total year to date values. What you can say this is how total year to date modified your. So if now you have understood the concept of total YTD, in calculate you can use to understand total quarter to date. So this was for loop of if. Now this will be for all those quarter to date. Functions quarter calculate itself, and 24 and 10 then 157. So this is total filters one quarter. For the next quarter, it will again reset, and for just a basic example up here, it will show the value of 42,000 of April, or just any then it will show the combined value of just April and May QA section, and then in June it will combine value. I have just showed you how to really easily you can use. So this is how total QTD work formula. The rest that's how remaining is total. So we'll continue in the next lecture, and we will be. It is just showing total one of the most widely and important functions in DAX, and every time intelligence in our next lecture. So these are the some of the most commonly used and really important. So let's get started. Time intelligence function. In this video, we will be learning about one of the time intelligence functions and some of the most important time in our next video, like total YTD. But before moving ahead for the next video, I just want to show first of all important. Suppose really time intelligence is you have to do a lot of in this Microsoft by creating article, as you can see, calculated measures. Time intelligence functions one of the best practice need of business intelligence analysis to not mess with your enables us to manipulate data using create a new days, months, quarters, etc. Which just consists it helps us in measures. So in analyzing our data, with create with any historical data like last year data or 2 years data or 2 years back of data. I'll create so that we can analyze our current data with the historic one. Take the decisions based on those. So time intelligence functions are really very helpful when it comes to. There you go. Now what I will do here of our business. All the three measures which I have just now created. Learn what really is these time intelligence functions. Our measures. So today we will be first learning about total YTD. So to these three functions, total YTD, total QTD, and total MTD are almost the same. MTD. Let's look at them one by one. You can see in my table I will take the order date, view, modeling, and my sales. You have to go to the I have the sales data consisting of data from year 2010 to 2017. It is asking us, so I have this the home table. So now right first now we look into total YTD. What total YTD really does is it evaluates this table year to date expression as per our move it to the measures table. So I will first of all we need to measure the measure. Now here it is. So we will right click on our table and click on column is in the measures table. Now one of the good things about I will name it, we can move them total YTD one table to another table, and they will still work. This is how it goes. All you have to type is total, and you can see these three functions there. They are related. Total MTD, QTD, and YTD. Simply move I will take first total YTD newly created table. Now when you will click enter, you can column one in the tool tip what we have to write first. So I have created total and the expression. Same I will also it will total QTD we want to write and total YTD. So this is one of the to take our sales good data practices which so we will take the sum of all the sales data. Really, so I will having lots and lots of calculated, and then I will type my sales data. Pretty easy to maintain all of your measures for it, and here it is, so that you can use them anytime. So now we have this one I need to put the date measures. In the coming videos, so whatever here is measures order we will be creating, we will be adding them in close the bracket, and only. This is all it will be easy for us YTD to keep a record. First of all, quickly I will be creating these three measures, and then I will do in the next lecture. Then one by one. That would be pretty easy for you. So now last tutorial we have looked into the same thing goes functions with creating total QTD, YTD, and MTD as well. So in this particular video, we will be looking at another very magical measure, time intelligence functions, which is QTD add. So everything will be same. Really very all I have to do is impressed with this particular date measure, because function and rest it really helps in analyzing our there you go data. Just one more measure with this particular measure. So and let's see how this really works. So I will add just another table here. There I will add order date and my sales. So now I've created all these three measure. I'll simply add them in my table. Now YTD, QTD, what date and really MTD. Do is so let's see how the new measure and really work. I will show you how this thing works. So as you can see,
So
this is our
suppose I
original
want
sales
to
data. In year
see my
2010
last year's
January,
sales.
I had
Alright.
$24,772 of
Here
sales.
I'll
Then in
type last year's
Feb, then
sales.
March. So now first take a look at total
Now
YTD.
I
So
will
total
type
YTD will give
calculate
us total
and
year
my
to date value.
expression
So in January I have
sales.
24,772. In February it will be giving us
So I want to find
108,235.
out
So
sales of
what
my
it really
last
does
year
is it will
using
add
date add. So there is
January
another
plus February
very
and it will
easy
give
function
year
that is
to
same
the
period
date of
last year for
total
this.
sales.
But in
So it
this
will
I will
add
show
both
you
the
how to use
months
date
of
add
sales
date
and
add
give us
for
the
the
total. Then in
for
March
finding
it will
out our
add
last year's sales.
this
So I have used
total along with the March and give us
used
the
my
total
sales here
year
in
to
the
date up
calculate.
to March.
Now I will
So
add
on,
the
it will
filter,
give us
and in
total
this I will
up to
type
the date
date
of add values. This will go on for year.
Let me
As soon as
run
the
this.
new
All
year
right.
come,
Date
like
add.
January 2011,
Alright.
it will again
So
start
what
from the
particular date add
very
do is
beginning.
it
So in
moves
January
a
there were
given set of
30,000 of
dates
sales.
by a
In
specific
February
interval.
there were
This interval
58,000,
is
which is
set by
because
us
it will
only.
add
So
22,000
here what you have to do
of
is
February
so
and 35,000
I will
of
just add
January,
my
and it will give us total
date
year
column
to
here.
date values.
Now it
So
will
this is our
ask me
total year
how
to date
many
work. So
times
if
the
now you have
interval I
understood the
have to move
concept
our
of
date.
total
So suppose I
YTD,
want to find
it would be easy
last
for you
year's
to
sales, so
understand
I have
total
to move
quarter
it
to date. So
minus
this was
1
for
times.
year. Now
And
this will be
what
for
is our
total
interval?
quarter
So
to
our
date. So the
interval is
quarter will
last year's
consist of
sales. So it is an
24,
year
then
type.
10, then
And
137.
that's
So this
all
is total
I have to do
one
here.
quarter.
I'll
For
just
the
click
next quarter,
enter.
it will again reset, and from
Now I
April
will be able to find out
it will
last
show
year's
the value
sales.
of 44,000 of April.
There you go.
Then it will show
So
the
as you can
combined
see,
value
on
of
January
April and
1st,
May,
2011,
and
it
then
is showing
in June it will combine value of
24,772,
April, May,
which is
and
my
June.
January 1st, 2010
So this is how total
sales.
QTD works,
So,
and
so
the rest
on it
remaining
goes
is
for
total
February, March, and so on.
MTD. So
So it's
it
a
is
very
just showing
easy
total
method to find
month
last year's sales.
to
So
date values,
why
as you
I
can see here.
really
and every
like this
month's
particular
value.
date add measure is
So
because
these are the
it
some
can
of
really
the
help.
most
It
commonly
really helps
used
us
and
to
really important time
see
intelligence
our
function.
sales
We
data
will
not only
take
for
a look
last year
at one of
but
the
for
very
even for last
interesting
quarter
time
or
intelligence
last
function in
month
our next
or even
video.
last 2 years of data.
But
So
before
this
moving
is
ahead
really
for the
very easy.
next
So this
video,
is
I
what I
just
have
want
created
to
for last
show
year.
something
Now
important.
suppose I
Suppose in
want
your
to
data you have to do a
create
lot of
for last 2
calculations
years.
by
All I have to
creating
do is
calculated measures.
let me create
So
another measure.
one of the best practice here is
I will name
just
it
to not mess with your data up here
last
in the table. It is
2
good
years
to create
sales
a new table
using
which
calculate.
just consists
I will
of
add my
measures.
sales
So
here,
what I'll do is I will create a new table here,
and then
and
I'll add date
let's say
add
I'll have to just
function,
enter data.
and
I'll
now
create a
I'll
new table here.
add the date.
I will name it
So now I want to find last 2
let's say
years of
measures.
sales. So
All right,
my number of interval will
there
change
you go.
minus 2 times.
Now
So it will
what
be
I will
because
do here
2
is
years back
all the three
sales
measures which
data
I've
I
just
want
now
to find,
created,
and
I
I'll
will
add year here.
move them to the our measures
That's
table.
all. So with
So
this I can now find my last 2 years
to
of
do
sales.
that, all you have
So
to
you
do
can see
is
it in 2012 I am able to see
here
my
in the total MTD.
2010's data.
These are
So
the
now
three
I am able to
measures.
get my last 2 years of sales.
You can see here
So
the
this
top
is really that
panel here,
magical.
home,
So now we have
view,
created last
modeling.
2 years of
You
sales.
have to go to
Very
the
easily
modeling
we can just like this also create
pan, and here you can
for
see
last quarter
it is
or last
asking
month's
us
data.
the home
So
table.
this
So
is
right
really
now the
very
home
handy
table of
when we want to
our
do
total
some
MTD is
last year
data,
comparisons,
which is our
last
this
month or
table.
last quarter's
What we want
comparison
is
in
we
our
just
data.
want to
So
move it to the measures table.
here suppose
So
I
will
want to
put it in
create
the
another
measures table.
measure
Now
of
here it is.
let's
This
say
particular
last
column is in the measures table. One of the good things about
quarter's
measure is
sales,
we
last
can
one
move
quarter
them
sales.
from
All
any
right.
one table to another table.
So
and
everything
they
will be
they
same.
still
All I
work
want is
the
just I
very
just
same.
want my last quarter's
If
sales. So
if
in
they are
place of
if they are
year I'll
related.
remove
So
year here.
I will
You can
just
see it
simply
in the
move them
tool tip. It is giving us
newly
day,
created
month, quarter
table.
or year.
I'll
So you can
delete this blank
select
column
any
one.
of these. I want to
There
find
you
my
go.
last quarter's
So I
data.
have created
I'll
total
add quarter
MTD
and
as
just
same.
click
I
enter.
will also move total QTD
And when I'll put this in the
and
table,
total YTD.
I can
So
see
this is
my
one of
last
the
quarter's data. So
good
in
practices which
April, it is
you
showing my
must
last
follow
quarter's
when you
data,
are
which is these three.
really
For January,
having lots and
then
lots
this
of
is from
calculated
May. In
May it is showing for February.
pretty easy
So
to
how
maintain all of your
this thing
measures
really works is
so that you can
very
use them
easily
anytime.
just by
So now
putting
we have this
particular
particular table
formula.
only for measures.
All I have to
In
do
the
is
coming
change
videos,
my
whatever
interval
measures which
and
we will be
what
creating, we will
I
be
really
adding them
want
in
to
this
find out,
measures
either
table
a
only.
quarter,
So it will
year,
be easy
month,
for us
or any day, even
keep a record
one
of
day
it.
before.
So that's
So
it
it's
for
really
now.
very
We will
handy
continue
tool
in the next lecture.
in time
Thank you.
intelligence. When we want to
Welcome
compare our
back.
data. So in the last tutorial we
So,
have looked into
I really
time
would
intelligence
suggest you to try
functions
this
total QTD, YTD and MTD. And if you have got any kind of problem, we will be looking at another very magical QA section, and I will be really very happy to help you out. So I am really very practicing this particular dash function because this really comes it really helps when you analyzing our in your need data, because in any kind of profession or business analysis measure, so there are times when you have to compare how this really works values. So this is really very handy another table here. So I will that's it for our this tutorial, and we'll meet in the next one. And my sales just like last time. Alright. So now let's look into how we can create a calculated column. What date it really do is, just like we have created our measures, we can also create columns, and I will show you how this thing works. Either you can go in the modeling pane up here and click on new column, or you can see my last year's sales. Alright. Your table and click on new column. So here I suppose in this particular condition, you can see in the table now we have our products, the sales, and the customers, and how much rating they have given based on their experience with the product. So suppose this particular customer for this product code has given 94 rating, 70, 70. Very easy there are different kind of ratings for each particular product code. In this I will show you how to use now we want to create a calculated column for the for finding a value in front of each row or in front of each code, which determines that my sales if here the rating is between now I will add the filter, and in this 40, I will type then the rating is low. If it is between 40 to 70, then the rating is medium, or and if it is between greater than 70, then the rating is high. So what particular date add do is it moves a given set of dates by a specific interval. This interval is set by us only. So let's say sentiment. Here what you have to do is, so I will just add my date column if here. Condition now it will ask me how many sales times the interval I have to move our date. So suppose I want to find last year's sales, so I have to move it -1 times. And what is our interval? So our interval is last year's sales. So it is an year type, and that's all I have to do here. I'll just click enter. Is now I will be able to find out last year's sales or equal to, there you go. So as you can see, on January 1st, 2011, it is showing 24,772, which is my January 1st, 2010 sales. I'll use another if condition. It goes for February, March, nested if condition. If so, it's a very easy method to find last year's sales. Let me expand this again. Why if the rating really like this particular date at measure is because it can really help us. It really helps us to so see our sales data not only for last year pipes, they are used for the or condition or last month, this is or even last 2 years of data. So and my this is really very easy. So this is what I have created for last year. Now suppose I want to less than or equal to create for last 70 years. All I have to do is then let me create another measure treated as medium. I will name it ratings last, and in the first condition everything above 70 or other than that calculate high rating. Add my sales here. I'll simply press enter and I'll put this in my table, and then I'll add date add function. There you go. And now you can see here the date. Let me so now this a bit I want so to find last pretty clearly sales. So my number of interval was given 94 has been treated as person who was given high rating. So 70 is of medium rating, 75 again high, medium, high, that's medium. So with this I can now find my last 2 years of sales. So you can see it in 2012 how you can create a able to see my column 2010's data. Of course now I am able to get my last 2 years of sales of both. So this is really that magical. So now we have created last 2 years of sales very easily. We can just like this also create I suppose for both of them or last month's data. So this is really very handy when we want to do some last year comparisons, last month or last quarter comparison in our data. Practice so creating both here suppose I want to create another measure. If you have any doubt related to what the difference between these two, if you are facing any issue with on creating last one quarter calculated columns, you can always ask me. So everything will be same. All I want is just I just want my last quarter find a way to sales. So in place of year I'll remove year here. You can see it in the tooltip it is giving us day, month, quarter or year. So you can select any of these. Practicing it and we will meet in the quarters data. I'll add quarter and just click enter.
Hello there.
And when I'll put this in the
We have
table,
learned a lot
I
so
can
far
see
in
my
Power
last
BI
quarter's data. So in
desktop.
April,
So
it is
this
showing my
particular
last quarter's
project is
data, which is
basically
these
to
three.
help you gain
For
more
January,
confidence
then this
with
is
all
for
the visuals
May.
and
In May,
data
it
we
is
use
showing
in
for
Power BI,
February. So
along
how
with a very
impressive
important
this thing
feature
really
that is
works is
bookmarking.
you can see
So
very easily just
by
by
the end of
putting
this
this
project,
particular formula. All I have to
we
do
will
is
be able
change
to
my interval
make the
and
most out
what
of the
I really
bookmarking
want to
feature.
find out, either a
And
quarter, year, month,
we have this
or any
particular
day, even
data of
one day before. So it's really very
Google
handy tool
Analytics
in time
of a
intelligence.
particular
We want
website.
when we want to
Basically, this is
compare our
my
data.
old website which I
So
used to
I
run.
really would
So I
suggest you to
have this
try this
Google Analytics
DAX
data of
function,
it.
and
So I
if you have
have
got any kind
taken
of
this data in
problem,
Excel
just
sheet.
simply
So you
put
will
it up
have
in
full
the
access to
QA
this
section, and I
data. This
will be
data is
really
pretty
very happy to
interesting
help you out.
to work with.
Just
So you will learn a
keep
lot from
practicing this
this.
particular DAX function,
So
because
without
this really
waiting
comes
further, let's continue
every
and let's
time
start
when
our work.
you will find this
So
in your
you
need,
can see
because
the
in
I have
any kind of profession
changed
or business
I
analysis,
have
there
changed
are
the
times when you have
background
to
and the
compare from
design of
previous
this particular
values. So
report.
this is
This
really very
particular
handy
part here
formula.
is I
So
made it for
that's it
the
for our this
buttons
tutorial,
which
and
I
we'll
will
meet
be
in the
putting
next
using
one.
the
Thank you.
bookmarking feature, and this particular is our
Alright,
main
so
area
now
where we will
let's
be
look into how we can
putting
create a
our visuals.
calculated
So
column.
we are using
So just like we
bookmarking
have
to
created our measures, we can also create
use them
columns
as buttons.
the
So we
very
will be
same
having
way.
multiple
Either
pages
you can
up
go in the
here,
modeling
and we will
pane up
be
here and
putting
click on new
buttons right
column,
there
or you can
to
simply
so
right
that we
click
can click
on
on any particular button
your
and we
table
can
and click on
directly
new
jump
column.
onto that
So
particular
suppose
page.
in this
So
particular
that will be
condition, you
very
can see in the
interesting to
table
see how
we
that
have our
works.
products,
So
the sales,
first let's
and the
add some
customers, and how much
visuals
rating
quickly
they have
here.
given based
So
on
I
their
have already
experience
added
with
some
our
cards here, like
with the
the
product.
bounce
So
rate of
suppose
my
this
website,
particular
my
customer for
sessions,
this
average
product
of
code
pages
has
per
given
session, and
94
a date
rating,
slicer
70,
here.
75. So
Now let's
there are
add
different kind
some
of
visuals
ratings for
quickly.
each
I have
particular
imported
product
some of
code.
the custom visuals here from
So now we
Marketplace.
want to create
These
a
are the
calculated
visuals we
column
will be
which
using in this particular
puts a
report.
value in
So
front
let's
of
start
each row
building
or in
our
front of
report.
each code, which
Firstly, we will
determines
be
that
building,
if the rating
let's
is
start with our
between
drill
0
down
to
donut chart,
40, then the rating is low. If it is between
which will
40 to
consist
70, then the
of,
rating is medium,
so
or
here
if
are
it is
all the
greater than
tables.
70,
We will
then the
be
rating is
adding
high. So
users
let's
and
create
user type.
that. I'll name this as
So this will take a couple of seconds to load.
rating,
The
or let's say
next
sentiment,
particular visual should be, let's take a column
and
chart.
I'll use if condition at
Here we
if
go. It's a
the
clustered column
sales,
chart, and
or
we will be
let's say
taking
if the ratings, I should rather
date
say,
and our
is
sessions. So suppose we want to see our number of
greater than
sessions,
0,
the number of times the users have visited
and
in our
the
website
rating
on
is
weekdays. So we will
less than
just simply
or equal to
remove the year, the quarter, and the
40,
day. So
then
we will
the
be
condition
having
should be
this by month wise. Now suppose we have to
low
do the same for the
ratings.
weekdays.
Okay,
We
I'll
can
use
have it by
another
using the
if
date
condition
hierarchy,
in
and
it, kind of
we
nested
can
if
just
condition.
use
If
day. So this
my
will be my
rating,
day wise. So
let
now
me expand this again,
let's
if
use
the
this
rating
particular column chart for weekdays. So
is
I have already
greater
taken
than
this for weekdays. I'll
40,
simply put it on the axis.
and so
So here is my
these two particular
my
pipes, they are used for
column
the
chart
or
on the
condition,
basis
and
of
this
weekdays.
is
I will do
ampersand
the
is used for the and
formatting
condition,
later on.
and my
You can
rating
see the final report at last.
is
We will be skipping the formatting part
less than or equal to
for now, because we will
70,
be seeing the important part
then this will be treated
beforehand.
as
So the next
medium
thing we will do is a
ratings,
comparison. So for
and in the
comparison,
first
tornado
condition
chart is a
everything
custom
above
visual which is
70 or other than
quite
that will be
useful, I suppose.
high
So take
ratings.
the tornado chart, and
I'll simply press
suppose we
enter,
want
and I'll
to
put this in my table.
compare our current users which
There you go.
keep on
And now you
visiting our
can see here,
website, and the
let
new
me
users who have visited our website.
zoom this a
So
bit so you can see it pretty
let's
clearly.
take
So
users
person who is given 94 has been
and
treated
new
as person
users
who is given high
based
rating.
on
So
the basis of
70 is
social
of
networks.
medium
So
rating,
from
75
which
again
social
high,
platform
high,
they have
medium, high,
come
medium.
in our
So
website.
all these
So
have
there we
come up
go.
from there.
Let me zoom it a bit. So these are
So
the
that's how
particular
you can create
social
a
networks.
particular
These
calculated
are the
column.
users, and these are the new users. So
Of
out of
course,
50
there
to
are certain
55,
pros and cons or cons of
4125 are
both
the new users who have
calculated
redirected
columns and
towards our
calculated
website
measures.
from Facebook.
So which
So
I've
this
explained in
not
the
set
last
is
video.
particularly the
So
data is not
I
available here.
suppose both of them
So
provides
we will
the
be
usability
just removing this not set part.
as per
So
the
this looks
as
quite
per our
good now.
needs when we need them.
Let me
So
make it a bit
but I would
smaller,
recommend you that you
and
practice
this will be
creating both
a bit
calculated
bigger.
columns and
Okay.
measures. And if you have any doubt
One more
related to
visual
what
can
the
be
difference
added
between
here.
these two, and if you are facing
Let's
any
say
issue
we
with
should take a
on
funnel chart.
creating
So
calculated
funnel chart
columns, you
is
can
also
always
a very
ask me.
important chart,
But as
and
you
let
will
me
keep on
show you how
practicing
this
it, you
works.
will definitely find a way to
So we will
get
be
hold of it,
taking
and
date
this would be really easy for
and
you with
sessions.
time, of
So
course. So that's all about calculated columns,
let me take the
and
funnel chart
keep
here.
practicing it, and we will meet in the next lecture. Thank you.
I will be zooming this
Hello there.
so that you can see.
So
So I will be taking
we have
this
learned a lot so
month
far in
wise.
Power BI
So now
desktop.
here is
So
how
this
this works.
particular project is
First of
basically
all,
to help you gain more confidence with all the
let me make
visuals and
this
data we use in
on
Power
the
BI,
basis of
along with a very important
what you can
feature
see
that is bookmarking.
on numbers. So now you can see the numbers
by
here,
the end
right?
of this project, we
Okay,
will
so
be
this is how it works. So
we will be able
on
to
January was the first
make the
time
most
my
out of the
website was launched,
bookmarking feature.
and on January
And
there were
we have
453
this
sessions.
particular
All right.
data
So
of
now on
Google
March,
Analytics.
this is the
Of a particular website. We basically,
when we
this is
hover
my
over this, you can see in the
old
tooltip
website which I
what
used
is
to
the
run.
percent of first.
So
So
I have this
it is just
Google Analytics data
53%
of
decreased.
it.
So the number
So
of
I
visitors have decreased
taken
almost
this
50
data in
times
Excel sheet.
in
So you will
2
have
months.
full access to this
Now,
data.
when we
This
see in
data is pretty
April,
interesting.
you can see
to
there is a
work
big
with.
growth in the
so you will
number of
learn a lot
users,
from this.
and they have increased over
So without
330
waiting
percent.
further,
So the
let's
sessions are
continue
15,
and
13.
let's start our
So
work.
when
So
comparing this
you
15,
can
13
see
to my first
I have
month, you
changed
can see there is a big
I
growth
have
of
changed
34%,
the background
and we will when we
design
will
of
be
this
comparing
particular
this to
report.
the previous
This particular
one,
part
there is a
here
big growth
is
of
I made it for the
627%.
buttons which I will be putting
So
using the
this is how
bookmarking feature.
this works.
And this particular
Alright.
is our
So January,
March,
March,
April,
area
May,
where
June,
we will
July,
be August up to December.
putting our
So
visuals.
each and
So
every bar
we
here
are using
compares to the
bookmarking
previous one,
and
compares to
use
the
them as
first
buttons. So
one.
we will
So
be having multiple
this
pages
biggest bar
up
here,
here,
August,
and
is
we will be putting buttons
775%
right there
of the first
so
bar, and
so that we can click on any particular button
previous
and
one.
we can directly
So
jump onto that
overall,
particular page.
so
This here
that really
shows the
very
our total
interesting
growth,
to
which
see
is
how that works.
121%
So
growth
first
from
let's
January
add some
to December.
visuals
That is
quickly
453
here.
in January to
So I have already
551
added
in
some
December.
cards
So
here,
that is
like
over
the bounce rate of
100% growth
my
website.
Alright,
My
so this is how
sessions,
we use
average of
a
pages per
funnel
session
chart.
and a date
So
slicer
this
here.
could be a
Now let's
good
add
chart
some visuals
when it
quickly.
comes to
I have imported
sales
some of
data.
the custom visuals
Alright,
here
so
from
we will be
Marketplace.
leaving
These are the visuals we will be
blank
using
as
in
of
this
now,
particular report
because
so
we want
let's
to add
start
some
building
buttons
our
here
report.
which we will be adding
Firstly,
later on.
we
Now
will be
quickly
building
add one more page up
let's
here.
start with our
So
drill down
just to
donut chart.
I will be deleting this one just to take
all this particular
which will
formatting
consist
I will be
of-
right clicking on it and
so
making
here
it
are all the
duplicate tables. All right, we will
So
be
now I have the
adding
duplicate
users
page
and
here, so
user
and I
type.
will be deleting all the visuals from here.
So this will take
Just
a
like
couple of
that.
seconds to
So
load.
that I can have my background as
Next
need.
particular visual should be
Now
let's
let's
take a
quickly
column
add
chart.
some more visuals here. So first I will
Here
be
we go.
adding
It's
is
a clustered column
tree map.
chart, and we will be taking date.
So
And
this
our
particular
sessions.
tree map will consist of,
So suppose we want
number
to
of
see
sessions
our number
by
of sessions,
the browser type which people are browsing
the number
my
of times
website
the
on.
users have visited
So
in our
there we go.
website on
That's
weekdays.
nice little visual
So
there.
we will
And
just
another one will
simply
be a map.
remove
This
the
here
year,
is
the quarter, and the day.
RGIS map.
So we will be having
Really
this
great
by
custom
month wise.
great
Now suppose
visual
we have
up
to do
here.
the same for the
when we want to
weekdays.
see
We
the
can
data based
have
on
it
country
by
wise or
using the date
location wise.
hierarchy, and we can just use
I will be
day.
taking
So this will be by
country
day wise.
and
So
sessions.
now let's
Alright.
use this particular column chart for
And
weekdays. So I have already
sessions
taken
again.
this for
On the colors.
weekdays.
So
I'll
this
simply
particular
put it
map
on the
chart
axis.
takes a bit
So
of time to load.
Here is
but
my
once
week,
it is loaded, it is
my
quite good to go.
column chart on the basis
Alright.
of weekdays.
So in the
I will
meantime,
do
we
the
will be adding more
formatting
visual
later
here.
on.
You can
Let's
see
see
the
the
final
final
report
report
at
at
last.
last. We will be skipping the formatting part for this
for
particular
now
chart
because
donut chart.
we will be
And in
seeing
this
the
donut chart, we
important
will be adding
part
the
beforehand.
so
Sessions
the
by
next thing we will
device category.
do is a comparison.
So
So for comparison, tornado
here is
chart
our device
is a custom visual which is number of sessions.
quite
So what it
useful, I
shows here
suppose.
is
So take
the
the
mobile
mobile
and
tornado
tablets
chart
are
and
the devices on which
suppose
my
we want
website has
to
been
used or browsed.
compare our current users which
So what we can do here
keep on
is
visiting
we
our
can
website
make
and
this
the new
particular
users
donors
who have
drill
visited our
down.
website.
So
I have already added device
take
users.
now I can also add
and
the
new
operating
users
system here
based
so
on the basis of
now
social
this is
network. So
this can
from
be
which
used
social
as a drill
platform
down.
they have.
When I open this in focus mode, when I click on this drill, now
there
when
we
I
go.
click on mobile,
Let me zoom it a bit. So
these are the particular
around
social
what
networks.
say
These are the
65%
users and
are
these are the
Android,
new users. So out of
32%
32% iOS and then others
4125 are the new users
who have
operating systems, rest of
redirected
them.
towards our website.
So this is from Facebook. So
another
this not set is
visual,
particularly
and finally
the data is not
we'll
available
add
here.
line chart.
So
Line chart
we will be
just
removing
has
this
the
not
ability
set
to
part.
show forecasting.
So this looks
So
quite
we
good
will be
now.
adding a line chart up here. Let me make it a bit smaller.
There we go.
And it will show
a bit bigger.
session
Okay.
by date.
One more visual
Can be added
sessions
here by date. I will be making
let's
it
say
date.
we should take a
Alright.
funnel chart.
So you can see
So funnel
there
chart
is
is
big
also a very important
decrease in the
chart.
numbers
And let
number
me
of
show
sessions
you how
in
this works.
particular couple of quarters.
So
maybe
we will
just
be
because I've
taking
stopped
date
using my website
and sessions.
kind of stopped working on my blogging thing there on
let
this
me take
particular
the funnel
website
chart here.
so numbers have been decreased. So if we want to forecast,
I will
our,
be zooming this
so
data
that you can
here.
see. So I will be taking this. If you wanna forecast,
month
you can
wise.
use this
So
particular
now,
analytics pen.
here is how this
click on
works.
forecast and click on
First
add.
of all,
This will
let me
add the forecasting. So
let
you can
me
see
make
here
this
the upper
on
bound
the
and lower
basis
bound. So
of,
maximum views can be go
what
up
you
to
can say,
55 and
on
lower
numbers.
could be
So now you
anything.
can see the numbers here, right?
Will be 0.
Okay, so
of
this is
course.
how it
So
works.
This
So
will show minus
Jan-
40. So
on
somewhere in
January
between
was
these
the first
two.
time my
So this
website
is how
was
forecasting
launched, and on January there were
forecasting line can be added in a line
453
chart.
sessions.
So this will be my final visual.
So
As you can see, the map
now
is taking
on
quite a
March,
bit of time
this
to load
is
here.
so as now you can see
When we
the
hover over this,
ArcGIS
you can
map
see in the tooltip
visual
what
has
is the
loaded,
percent of first. So it is just
completely,
53%
and now you can
decrease.
see
So the
it
number
is
of
showing
visitors have
different
decreased
gradients
almost
of
50
colors
times
based on the
in
number of sessions
2
we have
months.
here.
Now when we
used.
see
So
you can see there is a
there
big
are many
growth
features
in the number of
available in this
users,
particular
and they have
ArcGIS
increased
map.
over
So
330
to make it
percent. So the
customized,
sessions are
customize this,
15,
all you have to
13.
do is
So
click on the three
when comparing
ellipses
this
above,
15, 13 to
click on
my
edit,
first month,
and now you can see the base
there
map
is a big
location
growth
type
of
map theme
34%.
symbol and analytics
And we
here.
will when we
So
we will
as
be
you've seen, I
comparing
have
this to the
pinned
previous
India,
one.
UK,
There is a
UK
big growth
up
of
here,
627%.
per two particular.
So
This is how
this works.
pinned here. So
Alright,
you can do
so
that
January,
as well.
March,
So
April, May,
all
June,
you have to
July,
do is
August up to
just
December.
click on pins.
So each and
As
every
you can
bar
see,
here
two of them are
compares to
already
the
pinned. Suppose
previous
I
one
want to pin
and compares to
United
the
States.
first one. So this biggest bar here,
There you
August,
go.
is 775%
when you
of
click
the first
this
bar and
you can
112% of
you can
the
see the previous one.
pin icon up
So
here, just as the
overall,
Google Maps shows. This
so you
here
can
is
add
shows
as
the
many
our
pins
total
up
growth,
here
which
as
is
you want.
121%
You can
growth.
change the
from
map
January
style up here
to December
by using
that is
the map
453 in
theme,
January to
either by
color
51 in
type or by
December. So
location.
that is
only
over
another
100%
change the
growth
map
here.
themes are using the
Alright, so
dark
this
gray
is how we
canvas,
use
light
a
green
funnel chart.
gray canvas. So this
Open
could
Street
be a,
Map. So
a
different
good
kind of
chart
maps are up
when
here.
it comes to
Sales
so
data.
there are a lot of
Alright,
things
so
you
we
can
will
do,
be
leaving
in this particular
blank
ArcGIS
as
map.
of now. So just
So as
try
we
them
wanna
out
add some
and
buttons
as of
here which we'll be adding
now,
later
I think
on.
this looks quite
Now
good.
quickly add
for
one
more
report.
page up here.
So
Just to
I will be deleting this in the
just
next
to
lecture.
take
And
all
till
this
then,
particular
keep learning.
formatting.
Thank you.
I will be right clicking on
Welcome
it
back
and making
to
it
our amazing hands-on learning.
Alright, so now I have the
session.
duplicate page
So
here.
we have
and
created these two
will be
particular
deleting all the visuals from here.
report tabs
Just like
now
that.
we will be
So that
creating
I
just
can have
one
my
and the
background
final
as
tab.
we will be just adding two more visuals up
Now
here, but they are
let's
really
quickly
amazing
add
custom
some more
visuals.
visuals here.
I've already
So first I will be
downloaded
adding
them or
is a
imported them from the
tree map.
marketplace. So let me show you how they work. So first
So
one is
this
here is
particular
data
tree map
insights
will
by
consist
MAQ
of,
software. Number of
so,
sessions by
let
the
me zoom
browser
this a
type
bit.
which people are browsing my
So
website on.
I will be putting
So
some values
there
up
we
here.
go. Let's say that's nice
Operating
little visual
system,
there.
browsers,
And another one will be a map.
sessions,
This here is
and
a ArcGIS
new
map.
users.
Really great custom, great
So,
visual up here.
Suppose I want to
when
view
we want
my
to see
this
the data
particular
based on
visual as
country wise
column.
or location wise.
So I will be
this
taking
country
by browser and sessions
this
by new users.
all right.
So now what this is showing, as you can see in this just one particular visual, I can see so many. So this particular map, so what it really
bit of
doing
time
here
to
is
load, but once it is loaded, it is
this
quite good to
particular
go.
visual is binning.
All right. So in
My
the meantime, we will be
particular,
adding more visual here.
visual on the basis of the operating system. So Android, BlackBerry, Chrome,
this
Linux,
particular chart,
and the
donut chart,
x-axis I have
and in
taken
this
all the
donut chart we
browsers
will
like
be
Mozilla,
adding the
Opera, UC, and all that stuff.
sessions
and on the
by
y-axis I have taken
device category.
how many new users
So
are viewing my
there
website.
is our device category,
So this is
and
showing
number of sessions.
the,
So what
that
it shows
particular
here is
data on
the mobile and
so
tablets
we can really
are the
analyze
devices
all
on
of
which
them
my
at
website
once,
has been
how many of them new users.
used or
So
browsed.
we have also taken sessions. So
So
the
what we
y-axis
can
we
do
can also
here
take
is we
sessions
can
up here.
make this
So
particular
this will show
donut
how
drill
many
down.
sessions have taken
So,
place on Android.
I have
how many
already
of
added
them are
device
from BlackBerry or Chrome.
Now I can
And
also
we have
add
bend them on the basis
operating
of OS.
system here.
We can do them
So
on the basis of
now
any
this
other
is
categorical
this
value.
can be used
So
as a
this is
drill
an
down.
amazing
When I open this in focus mode, when I click on
custom
this
visual
drill,
name data
now when I
insights
click
where
on
you can view
mobile,
them on
I can
different
see that
formats
around
like column.
what say
We can
65%
view them
users
as
are Android,
horizontal bar
32%
chart,
iOS, and then others are
and
different
brick chart,
operating
and many more
systems,
stuff.
rest of them.
So
this is
this was the first visual.
another
You can also
visual,
change the
and
text color
finally
here,
we'll
like
add
anything you want.
line chart. Line chart
Let me just, I
has the
really
ability
get
to show
annoyed when I see this
forecasting.
not
So we
set
will be adding a line chart up here.
So I'll quickly remove
There
this
we
thing.
go.
All right,
And
so
it will show
we are all good to go for this
session
particular visual. Let me
by date. So sessions
whoa, there
by
it
date.
goes.
I will be making it date.
So that looks
All
good.
right.
We can
So you can see
all the way
there is
go,
a big
scroll down,
decrease in the
to
numbers,
view this
number
all.
of sessions.
We
in
can
this particular
also change the values of
couple
x and y
quarters
from
maybe.
here.
Just
like
because I've
this,
stopped
just simply
using my
clicking on it.
website,
It's a great visual.
kind of
The second visual which
stopped
we will
working
be
on my
using here
blogging
is
thing there
the
on this particular
R
website.
data table.
So numbers have
So
been decreased. So
this
still, if you
particular
want to
visual uses
forecast
R
our
scripting. So
data here,
you really need to
if you want to
have,
forecast, we
you
can
really need
use this particular analytics
R
pan. Click on forecast and click on add.
installed
So
in
this
your
will
machine.
add the
So
forecasting.
I have
So you can
installed
see
R
here
language, R
upper
scripting
bound and lower
language
bound. So
in my
maximum
particular
views can
machine.
be
So I will be
up to
providing the
55,
link
and lower could be anything.
in the documentation part,
Will be
or you
zero,
can simply
of
just
course. So this will show minus
Google
40.
the,
So somewhere in between
Google
these
how
two.
to download R.
So this is how
You can-
forecasting.
so after downloading, you have to follow
forecasting
certain
line can be added
procedures.
in a
So
line chart.
firstly,
So this will be my final visual. As you can
let me
see,
cancel
the
this
map
for,
is taking
for
quite
now.
a bit of
So
time to
firstly,
load
viewing
here.
our
So
visuals
as now
on
you
Power
can
BI
see
needs
the ArcGIS
certain
map
steps to be followed. Visual has loaded.
So first of all,
let's say you have
and now you
installed
can
R
see
in,
it
on
is
your machine.
showing
The
different
second thing you
gradients
have
of
to do
colors
is
based on
click
the
on
number
File,
of sessions,
Option and Settings.
here.
Then
Go
use
to Options. So there are many features
So now
available
when this
in
window
this
pop
particular
up,
ArcGIS
you can
map.
see this R
So
scripting
to
up here.
make
When
it
you click on
customize,
this,
to
you
customize
have to,
this,
all you have to do
add,
is
click on the three ellipses above,
preferred home
and now
directory
you
where
can
your
see
R
the
is
base map
installed.
location
So my
type map
R
thing
is
symbol and
installed
analytics here.
in the
So
in this
as you
particular
see, I have
location.
pinned
So
India,
wherever your
UK,
UK
R
is
up here,
installed, you have to just simply browse through it
and two particular countries I have pinned
directory,
here.
home
So you
directory
can do
up
that
here.
as well.
So once it is done,
all you have to do is just click on pins.
you are all good to go.
As you can see,
you can also click here
pinned
on how to install R. So this will take you to
United
the
States,
location where you can download R.
There
So
you go.
this was our only thing required
when
for
you click this,
in the beginning.
you can see the
To work with
pin
our
icon
visuals up here, just as the
So
Google Maps shows. I am all good to go.
So you can
now
add
I have
as
to do
many
is
pins up here
click
as
on
you want.
R.
You can change
Scripting
the
visual,
map
any
style
R
up here
scripting visual
by
needs to
using
be,
the map
it will
theme.
ask you
If you want to
enable
enable
this
this particular
location
script
only,
visually,
or if you trust
another
it.
way
So
to
I'll
change
simply
the
click
map
on
themes are
enable.
using the dark gray canvas,
There
light
you
green,
go.
gray
So
canvas.
this is particular is a
OpenStreetMap.
data
So different
table.
kind of maps
So
are
I
up
will
here.
add here.
So
like
there are a lot of things you can do in
let's
this
see what we can
particular
do here is,
ArcGIS map. So just try them out, and as of
let's say we add
now, I
page
think
views
this looks quite good for our report. So
and pages.
we'll be continuing this in the next lecture.
So
Until
now
then,
you can see here
keep
this
learning. Thank
is
you.
loading the data.
Welcome back to
So
our amazing
let me
hands-on
tell you one
learning
more important thing.
project session.
When this
So
particular
we have created
visual
these two
needs some of
particular
the R libraries needs to be installed for
report
this. So
tabs.
any R visual
Now
which you will be
we will be
installed
creating just
requires
one
some kind
and
of
the final
libraries which
tab
needs
we
to
will be
be
just adding two more visuals up here, but they are really amazing custom visuals.
I've already downloaded them or imported them from the marketplace. It will let me show you how a window will be pop up. The first one is here is data insights by 𝒂𝒂𝒏𝒂𝒏 software in these particular libraries. So all you have to do is just click on install. My computer I will be putting some already installed. So let's say it didn't ask me this operating system, browsers. When you will be doing this for the first time, it will ask you sessions. And so now you can see we are all good to go. Alright, just put it up here. So suppose I want to view my this particular visual as column. What this particular thing is showing here is the pages and unique page views. Alright, so browser and this we can add new users here. So now what this is showing, as you can see in this, just particular here is showing the number of pages. I can see so many. This is showing the unique page. So what it really doing here is sort this by this particular visual. Is click on this. There you go. My particular there visual on the basis of the operating system. It is showing Android, these particular Chrome, Linux, at the x-axis I have taken all the browsers like Mozilla, Opera, I just want to see 5 in the beginning, and on the y-axis I have taken how many new users particular viewing pagination option up here as well. So you can this is showing that particular data of 5, 10 or so as we many entries as really analyze all of them at once. A particular how many of the new users. So we have also taken sessions. So at the y-axis we can also take sessions. All the law of attraction. This will show how many sessions have and how many taken place on Android. So this particular are from BlackBerry or Chrome. Great. And we have been them on the basis which you can use to do them filter on the basis of any other categorical value. See them in a this is an amazing alright, custom visual named data this is all where you can view the visuals and the charts different formats like created in our report. View them in the next particular horizontal session bar chart. We will be filling up this blank space up here and finalizing our report. So this was the first visual. We will also change the text color here, the formatting like anything you want here. I will be showing you the final report how it looks like when it is formatted. Not set, but just to save time, I will be just doing the main important part which you really need to learn. So we are all good to go for this particular visual next session, and till then keep on learning. Thank you. Whoa, there it goes. Hello there. So that looks now good. Is the time to do the most interesting part of this particular project, that is doing bookmarking along with the button features of Power BI. From here. So let's jump straight to this. So we have added this blank space up here where we will be adding our the buttons here. So for this you need to have the latest version of Power BI installed. So if you have the latest version of Power BI installed, you will be seeing this particular feature called buttons up here. ID. What I want you to do here is just add some buttons here. So you can have different variety of blank buttons in my particular left arrow, right, so I will be providing the link in for our experiment. We will be the documentation button up here, or you can simply just so Google we have three Google how to pages in our report. So I will be adding so after downloading you have to follow certain procedures. I will be copying firstly two more. Let me cancel this and one more. As for now, there you go. Firstly, now we have three buttons up here Power BI for each particular page. Certain steps to be followed, and the most important part here is first of all create a bookmark of our pages on your machine. How to do that? The second thing you have to go to View, click on File, and check the option and settings. Then go to Options. Now you can see the bookmark pane up here. So now first this window what I want to do is this is my first scripting up here. I want to click on this. You have mark this particular tab here. All I have to do is click on add preferred home directory where your R is installed. So my R is installed page 1 in this particular first location. Bookmark is created. So wherever your bookmark will be R is installed, you have to this particular second page. And now I am on the page 2. I will be clicking on directory, home directory up here. So once it is done, I will be clicking on page. You are all good to go. You can also click here on how to install R. So this will take you to the location where you can rename this one. So this was only thing required to for the R3 bookmarks in the beginning. As you can see, when I click on them, work with our visuals simply jump to the. So I am all good to go. That particular page. I have to do is so that part has been done. I can now scripting visual. Any close this part visual needs to be it will
Now
ask
come the
you
fun part,
if you wanna
that
enable
is
this
to
particular
give these
script
buttons
visual or if you trust it. So
their
I'll simply click
proper
on
role,
enable.
what they need to do. So before doing
There you
anything
go.
further,
So this
what I
is
want them
particular is
is
a
I
data
just want
table.
to
So I
just
will
copy
add
all
here
these three
like
buttons in the other pages as well. So I
let's
will
see
be
what we
doing
can
that
do here
after
is,
all of my work with these buttons has been done. For now, let's just
let's
do the
say we
formatting
add
part.
page
So
views
this first button is for page 1, that is for my social media
and
analysis.
pages.
So I will be checking this
So
on.
now you can see here this
I will be
is loading the
there
data.
are tons of features
So
up here for this.
let me tell you one more important thing.
Here.
When this
So
particular
let me show you how
visual
this works.
needs
I will
some
be
of
giving
the
this name
R
as
libraries needs to be installed for this. So
social
any R visual
network
which you will be installed requires some kind
analysis.
of libraries
There
which
you
needs
go.
to be installed. So when you click
I
on
will
this
be
particular R
making it like this.
visual for
Now
the
you can
first
see
time, it
I
will
can change
a
the
window
icon,
will
but
pop,
for
a
our
window will be
particular
pop up
experiment,
and
this
it
will
will
work.
ask
I
you
can change the
if you wanna
icon
install
anything like
this
I want,
particular
like
libraries.
left, right,
So
any
all
kind
you have
of
to do is
arrows.
just click on install.
I just
In
don't
my
want to
computer
fill my
these libraries
particular
are already installed,
button
so
up here, but if
it
you
didn't
want, you
ask
can
me
just
this
simply
time. But for
click
when
on
you
it
will do
and
when you
make
will be
it
doing this for
something
the
like
first time, it will ask
maybe
you.
this or any
So
other color you
now
want.
you can see we
I
are all
will be
good to go.
making it blank
Let
as
me
of
just
now.
put it
What I
up
want
here.
for this here is
So now
that when
you can see
I
a great
hover over or select
what
it,
this particular
then it
thing is
should be
showing
filled.
here
So
is
I click on
the
selected
pages
here,
and
then I will
unique page views. All
fill
right,
it
so
using this gray color. So when I
we can
click here,
add
you can see
up
the
here
gray color has
5,
been
20,
seen there,
100.
just
So
like
this
that. So
particular
that's
here
what I
is
want.
showing the number of pages
Now
I
the
have,
important
and
part
this
up
is showing
here
the
is
unique
what
page
action
views.
should this first button
So
should
let
do.
me sort this
I'll
by
turn on this
unique page
and
views. So I
I
have to
want
simply
it
click
to
on
link
this.
with a
There you
bookmark.
go.
So which bookmark? My page 1 bookmark. So
There.
now
So
this
now,
button will take me to page 1. So
it
now
is
when you
showing
will
that this
hover over
particular
this, you can see it will show
my
control
blog
plus
page
click.
is having
So
the
in
most
Power BI
number of
desktop
unique
you
page
have to
views.
use control and
I
then
just
click on
want to
this
see 5 in the
particular
beginning,
button to
5
jump
or
to
10.
that particular
So
page.
this have particular
In Power BI
pagination
web,
option up here
you
as
can
well.
directly
So
go
you
through
can
this
click on
by
them.
simply clicking left clicking
It can
on
show
that
just 5,
particular
10 or
button.
as many entries as
Now
you
for the
want.
second
Or
button,
also if you
I
want to search a
want
particular
here is
page,
to
like
link with
I
my
want to
second
search
page. So
about
I will
law of
give this as
attraction.
device
So you can see
analysis
all the
or
law of
something like
attraction
that. I mean
blogs
anything you can
which I
write
have
up here.
published and how many
And my
unique page
action
views they
will
are
be
having.
to
So this
link
particular
this with
R
my
data
page
table is
2.
a great
There you go, simple stuff as you can
custom
see.
visual which you can
Third one
use
will
to
be my
filter the data
what you
and
can
also
say
to
this as
see them in a great reporting
blog
format.
pages
All right. So this is all
analysis.
about visuals and the charts which we
There you
have
go.
created in our report.
And
In the next particular
I want it to
session
be
we will
filled
be
with
filling up this
the
blank
same
space up here and
formatting
finalizing
properties,
our report.
and quickly I will be linking it
Just
to
to let
page
you know,
3. So this
we
is
will
done
not be
now.
doing the formatting of
So
stuff
let me show you how good it
I will
works.
be showing you
So
the final report,
I
how
am
it
on
looks
page
like
1, that
when
is
it is
social media.
formatted.
Now when I'll
But
click
just to save
control
time,
and click
I
on
will be
device
just doing the
analysis,
main important
it
part
will
which
take
you
me to
really need to learn.
page 2.
All right,
There
so
you go.
we'll continue in
And
the
now
next session, and till then,
when I'll click
keep
on
learning.
page,
Thank you.
I want click on block page analysis.
Hello
it
there.
will take me to
So now
page
is the
3,
time
which is my
to
third page
do
of
the
the
most
report.
interesting
Alright.
part of this
So
particular
now
project, that is
the
doing
thing here is
bookmarking along with the button
this is
features of
already
Power BI.
this is only
So let's
available in my
through
first
this.
page. So what I
So
want
we
then
have
is I will
added this
simply
blank space up
with
here. The
where
help
we will
of
be adding
control,
our, I will be selecting
buttons here.
all few
So
of them.
for this
I will
you
be,
need to have the latest
copying
version
them
of Power BI
and I will be
installed.
pasting them
So
here in
if
my
you have the
page 2
latest
as
version
well.
of Power BI installed,
You
you
will
will
be
seeing
seeing
this
them in
particular
my
page
feature 3 as well.
called
So
buttons up
I
here.
can navigate what I
With the help
want you
of
to
them
do here is
in any of the
just
pages I
add
want.
some
So
buttons
now
here.
I'm
So
on
you can
page
have
3. I
different
want to
variety of
go to
blank
page
buttons
1,
here.
left
Click
arrow
on them
right
and now I
reset
am on
and
page
many
1.
more.
For our
I want to go
experiment,
to
we will be
page
just
2.
adding blank button
My
up here.
bookmark
Or my buttons will
So
take me to
we
page
have
2
3
or page 3
pages
so you
in our
can
report.
add
So
as
I will
many
be
buttons
adding
as
3
you want
buttons.
here.
That's
Just
why we have
simply I will
used this
be
kind of
copying
formatting. It
and
looks kind of
something cool like buttons are here at the left pane and one and my report on the right. There you go. You can now use we have format. 3 buttons up here. I will be providing this particular Power BI report. The most important part here is to download, create a bookmark of our pages. So this is how to do that. Simply I have to go to view project works and check the bookmark pane. The next particular now you can see the bookmark will show you the final. So formatted. What I want to do is Power BI report. So this is page up here. This particular report is not been formatted. I will be showing the final formatted report in the next. All I have to do is click on particular and I'll just rename this one as, but the main important stuff has been done, which is bookmarking. There we go. You can see it's first bookmark is created and very second useful. Bookmark will be for of this particular second navigating page. Now I'm on the page 2. I will be clicking on, so that's how you have you can add bookmarking feature in your Power BI. I will be clicking on page. Thank you for staying with me up to this point. I will click. I hope you are enjoying the videos. You have enjoyed all the learning so far. Simply rename this one. If you do really have learned, this stuff has been done. Page 1, page 2, just provide your valuable feedback and reviews. As you can see, when I click on them, just I can just give you a jump to the precious review for this that particular page. So, and if you have anything like anything, just close this any kind of doubt. Now for the fun feature or any that is to give these buttons, I am really looking forward and what they need to do. So before doing anything in the QA section, and what I want them is I just want to help you just copy all the best possible way as buttons in the other pages as well. About so I will be doing that after all of my work. We will be meeting in the next particular video. For now, let's just do the formatting part. So this first keep on learning is for page 1, that is for my social media analysis. So I will be checking this on.
Welcome back. So here is our final
there are tons of features up here for this
report
particular
of our
buttons
project
here.
Website performance analysis.
Let me show you how this
so
works.
As
I will be
you can
giving
see,
this
I have
name
done a
as
certain changes in this report
social
and its navigation as well. So
analysis.
You have already noticed that
there you go.
The buttons in the left side up here I have removed
I will be
and I've just kept it
like
plain
this.
simple.
Now you
next
can see
button right on the top
I can
right
change the
side
icons,
of this
but
particular
for our
page.
particular experiment this
so there is
will work.
just one button
I can change the
to go to the next
icon,
page,
anything like I want,
and also
like
one button I have put up
any
here
kind of
for
arrows.
the QA. This button is to ask
I just don't
questions
want
from our
to fill
data
my particular
using Power BI's
button
QA
up here,
feature.
but if you want,
so
you
when
can
I
just simply
click here,
click on it and make it something like
pop-up will
maybe
open,
this,
from which
any other color you want.
we can ask questions from our data by typing
blank as
simple
of now.
queries
What I
right
want
in English,
for this
and we will be
is
getting visual
when I
graphs
hover
as per
over
our
or
needs.
select it,
So that's
then it
pretty
should be
easy
filled.
and
So I
a
click
really
on selected
good
here,
feature to
then I
have
will
in our report.
fill it
Then
using
I
this
have done
gray
the
color. So
formatting
when
up
I
here, just
click
put
here,
up
you
a
can see
plain
the
simple
gray color
neat
has been
title on the
seen
top.
there, just like
you can
that.
go
So
to the
that's
next
what I
page
want.
just simply by clicking
Now the
here.
important
Now
part
you can
up
see
here
there are
is
two buttons
what
to
action
go
should
from
this first
left
button
and
should
right.
do. So I'll turn on this.
We have the
and
filters
I
set
want
up
it
here,
to link with the bookmark.
some
So
cards
which
here,
bookmark? My
and all
page
of
1
those
bookmark. So now
particular
this button will
visuals
take me to
which
page
we
1.
have
So
used.
now when you
Just
will
simple neat
hover over this, you can see
neat.
it will show
Alright,
control plus
same
click.
QA
So in Power BI desktop you
button
have to
is
use
up here
control
as well,
and then click on
and
this
when I'll click the next,
particular
I will
button
be
to
taken
jump
to
to
the
that
third
particular page.
So I
In
have
Power BI
updated the
web,
third
you
page
can
as well.
directly go through this by simply
Now you can
clicking
see I put
left
up a
clicking
button here.
on
So
that
when I click
particular
here on the
button.
pulse chart,
Now for the
I will be
second
getting
button I want here is to
pulse chart
link
which
with
will
my
be
second page. So I will
line
give
chart
this
which I can
as
play
device
using the
analysis
play
or
button,
something like that. I mean anything you can write up here.
and when I'll click
And
on
my
bar,
action will
I
be
will be
to
given a bar
link
chart.
this with my
So
page
that's
2.
a pretty good
There you go.
visual
Simple
to
stuff,
use here
as you can
using the
see.
bookmarking
Third
feature.
one will be my, what you can say this
And
as
same things here as well, to
blog
go back to the
pages
previous page and using the QA button as well.
analysis.
So this is how you can format your report
There you go.
in a plain simple way to make it look more professional. One more thing
I want
to
it to be filled
tell you
with
here is,
this, the same
let me just jump back to
formatting
my very
properties,
first page.
and quickly I will be
Now
linking it to
as you
page
can
3.
see in the
So
bottom,
this
only
is done
one
now.
tab here is shown,
So let
which
me
is
show
social
you
media.
how good it
All
works.
the rest tabs are hidden. So I've hidden the
I am on
other
page 1, that
tabs
is social media.
because
Now when I'll click control and click on
we
device
have created
analysis,
the
it will take me
navigation
to
buttons right here on
page
the
2.
top, so we
There
don't
you
really
go.
need to use those
And
particular
now
tabs. So one tab will
when
be
I'll
shown
click
here,
on
and the
page,
navigation
I want click on block
from
page
these
analysis,
next
it will
and
take me
previous
to
buttons will
page
take us
3,
to our
which is my third
next
page of
tabs
the
our
report.
report.
Alright, so now
In this way you can make it much
the
more
thing here
give
is
like an app like
this is
experience
already this is
right in the
only
report only,
available in my first
and
page. So
filter
what
is
I
as
want
per your
them is
needs
I will
using the
simply
bookmarking features,
with the help
and
of
the QA
control
feature
I will
is
be
used as well to
selecting
give the
all
you
three
quick
of them.
insights
I will
by
be
asking your data from
copying
the
them,
questions.
and I will be
So
pasting
that
them
was
here in
all
my
about our
page 2 as
project.
well.
I will be
Simple.
putting up this
Again
Power BI
pasting them
file
in my page 3
in
as well,
the
so
video
I
in the
can
section,
navigate
so that you can
with the
see
help
how
of
I've
them
edited,
in
how
any
I've
of the
used the
pages I want.
bookmarking and
So
the
now I'm on
QA
page 3.
feature.
I want to
So you can
go
see
to
that
page
and
1.
practice
I'll
on your
click on
own.
that, and now I
I
am on
hope you have
page 1.
enjoyed so far.
I want to go to
So
page
keep
2.
on learning, and we'll
My
meet in the
bookmark or
next
my
lecture.
buttons will take me to page 2
Okay,
or page
so
3.
let's take a
So you
look
can
at the
add as
environment
many
of
buttons
Power
as you
BI
want
Web
here.
or Power BI
That's why we have
Service.
used this kind of
So,
formatting. It looks kind
to
of cool,
log
like
into
buttons are here
Power
at
BI
the left
Service,
pane
you have to
and
go
my
to the
report on the
link
right. You can use this format.
app.powerbi.com. So
I will be
in this
providing
you have
this
to log
particular
in with
Power
your
BI report
service
for you to
account or your
download.
Microsoft account.
And so
So when
this
you will
is
log
how
into your organizational account with
this
this,
particular
you will
project
be
works.
taken back
So
to your workspace, which
the
is My
next
Workspace up here.
particular
And in
video
this
will
My
show you the
Workspace, you will
final
see
formatted
the columns
Power
of
BI report. So
dashboards,
this
reports,
is this
workbooks, and
particular
data
report
sets.
is not been formatted.
Okay.
I will be showing the final
So
formatted
in this
report
left
in the
panel
next
up here, you can see
particular
many items like
video,
favorites,
but the main
recents, apps,
important stuff
shared
has
with
been
me,
done, which is
workspace, and my
bookmarking.
workspace.
So you can see
So
it's pretty
the most of the
easy
time
and very
you will
very
end up
useful
here will be
for
working in the workspace part, where
navigating
you will
between the
have
tabs up
the
here.
different kind of workspace you have.
So
So
that's
I have
how
these many
you can
workspaces
add
which
bookmarking feature in your Power BI
you
report.
can see here.
Thank you for staying with me
So
up
you
to
can
this point.
have
I hope you are
many
enjoying
workspace
the
up here,
videos. You have
and each
enjoyed all
workspace provide
the
you
learning
10
so
GB
far.
of data
And if you
storage
do
in
really
a
have
Power
learned,
BI
I
Pro account.
simply want you
So
to just provide your valuable feedback and
all
reviews
the
in the
Power
review
BI
pane.
reports will be
Just
seen
give
up
your
here in the workspace in which
precious
you
review
publish it
for this
from Power BI
tutorial.
desktop.
And if you
So
have anything
let's
like
take a look in the Power BI desktop. So
any
this
kind
was
of
our
doubt
project report which we have
for
created
this feature or
earlier in
any
the
other
tutorials.
problem, I am
So
really
let's
really
publish this
looking
report and
forward
see
and
how this looks
encouraging
in the
you
Power
to
BI web.
ask me in the QA
So I'll
section,
publish
and I will
this
be really very glad
by
to
clicking on
help
the
you
publish icon
in
up
the
here,
best possible
and
way
I'll
as I
publish it
can.
into my
So
workspace.
that was all about
So this will be
this
published
project.
up here.
We
So
will be
every
meeting in
time
the
you
next particular
create
video
some kind of
with the
changes
final
in your Power
formatted
BI report,
report.
you have to publish it again
So
and
keep on
again, and
learning
it will ask you
and
to replace
keep
it
working. Thank
with
you.
the previous one so that it can update
Welcome
it.
back.
So
So
my
here is our
current
final
website analysis report
formatted
is publishing it to the
report of our project
web here.
website performance analysis.
So
So
when we
as you
will
can
publish
see,
a
I
Power
have
BI
done a
report,
certain
we
changes
can
in this
see
report and its
it in the
navigation as
report
well.
pan up here. Let's
So
jump it
you have
to
already
there.
noticed that
So
the
this
buttons
is
in
my
the left
reports up
side
here,
up
my
here,
Power
I have
BI
removed those and I've just kept
report
it
which I
plain
have just
simple.
published
Next
will be
button
seen up here.
right on the top
So you can see
right
here the
side of
website
this
analysis
particular page.
is up here.
So there is just one button to
So
go to the next
Power
page,
BI report will be
and
created
also
here,
one
and
button I've
we
put
can
up
create
here for the QA.
Power
This
BI
button is to
dashboard
ask
from this
questions
report.
from our data
So
using
I'll
Power
tell you
BI's
in the
QA
next
feature.
tutorial how
So
you can
when I'll
create a
click
dashboard
here,
from a report. So for
a
now you can see
pop-up will
how this report
open
looks like in
from
Power
which
BI web.
we can
So you
ask
have all
questions
these
from our
features
data
up
by
here in the
typing
files, and you
simple
can download
queries
a
right in
PBIX
English,
file of
and we will
it.
be
You
getting
can
visual
export it to Power BI.
graphs as
When
per
you will
our
export it
needs.
to PowerPoint,
So
it
that's
will
pretty
export it
easy
in
and
a
a
form
really
of
good feature to
PPT,
have in our report.
where all this will be
Then
taken
I
as
have done
in
the
the form of
formatting up here,
screenshots,
just put up a
and
plain
publish to web
simple
will give you
neat
a URL
title on the top.
which you
You
can
can
use
go to the
to
next page just
share
simply by
among
clicking here.
others
Now
to
you can
share
see
the
there are two
report,
buttons to go
and you
from
can save a
left
copy
and
of this
right.
report. In the view pane you can
We have
just
the
like in
filters
Power BI
set up
desktop
here,
where they have selection pane and
some
bookmark
cards
pane,
here,
you can have
and
them
all
here
of
up
those
in the Power BI web as
particular
well.
visuals
I don't
which
need
we
them
have
as of
used.
now, so I'll
Just simple,
close
neat,
them.
and clean.
In the
Alright,
edit
same
report you
QA
can edit the report up
button
here
is up here
just
as
like in
well,
Power BI
and when
desktop.
I'll click the
There
next,
are
I will be
certain
taken to
features
the
missing in
third
Power BI web,
page.
but most of them are
So I have
available
updated
to
the
work
third
on.
page as
So
well.
I have all this
Now you
pan
can
up
see
here
I
in the
put up a
right,
button
but
here.
I can
So when I'll click
see
here on
all
the
the
pulse
shapes,
chart,
text box,
I
buttons.
will
I
be
can
getting a
include all of them in the
pulse
Power
chart
BI
which will
service as
be
well.
a
To
line
go
chart which
back
I
to the
can
reading
play
mode, I'll go up here.
using the play
I can
buttons,
refresh the report if I've made any changes.
and when I'll click
I
on
will
bar,
tell you
I
more
will be
about
given a
how to
bar
use the
chart.
dashboard, how to
So
use
that's
this
a pretty
pin
good
live page one,
visual to
how
use
this
here
really
using the
works
bookmarking
in the
feature.
upcoming videos.
And
So these
same
are the main
things here
features
as
of
well
Power
to
BI
go
Web.
back to the
Most
previous
of your
page
time
and
you
using
will
the
be
QA button
ending
as
up
well.
by working
So
here in
this
the
is how you can
dashboards and report
format your
section.
report
Every time
in a
you
plain simple
publish
way
a
to make
report
it look
to
more
Power BI
professional.
Web,
One
this
more
data
thing
set will be
to
uploaded
tell
up
you
here
here
in this
is,
particular
let me just jump back to
tab.
my very first page.
So that was all about
Now
Power BI
as you can
service
see
for
in
this
the
very
bottom,
first
only
video.
one tab here
I'll
is shown, which is
show
social
you how you
media.
can create
All
a
the rest
dashboard
tabs
out
are
of this
hidden.
report,
So I've
and
hidden the other
keep working
tabs
on, and we'll meet in the
because
next lecture. Thank you.
we have created the navigation
Welcome
buttons
back.
right here on the
So
top,
in
so we
this
don't really
tutorial,
need
I
to
will
use
tell
those
you
particular tabs.
what is
So
the
one
difference
tab will be
between
shown
a
here, and
dashboard
the
and a
navigation
report in Power BI.
from
So
these next and previous
whatever
buttons
we
will take us
draw
to our
in this particular
next dash of our
desktop,
report.
we are
So
drawing a Power BI report.
in this way you can
And
make
then
it
we
much
will
more,
publish this
give
Power
like an
BI
app-like
report
experience
into the Power BI
right in the
service or
report
Power
only,
BI web.
and filter is
Alright.
as per your needs
So
using the
in
bookmarking
Power BI
features,
service,
and the QA
we
feature is
have
used
our
as well to give
published
you quick
report,
insights
and from
by
that
asking
published
your
report
data
we
from your
create our
questions.
dashboard.
So
So
that
let's
was
quickly
all
look
about our
into the
project.
differences
I will be
between
putting
a
up this
Power BI report
file
and dashboard.
in the
Alright,
video in the
so a
section,
Power BI
so that you
report
can
is
see
a
how I've
combination of
edited, how I've
different
used the
visual
bookmarking and the
visualizations
QA feature
on a page
so you can
that
see
can
that
be
and
interrelated
practice
with
on
each
your
other.
own.
So
I hope you have
one thing
enjoyed
important thing is
so
that
far.
Power BI
So
report
keep on learning
is
and we'll meet in the next
something
lecture.
like
Okay,
which is
so
much
let's
more
take
in
a look at
detailed
the
view.
environment of Power BI
It's one
Web
more in
or Power BI
detail, like
Service.
it consists of all
So
the data
to
visualization
log
which we
into
can slice,
Power
we
BI
can
Service, you have
filter
to go
out,
to the link
which is a kind of very interactive for our
app.powerbi.com.
users.
So
It can be
in
filtered
this
on
you
any
have to log
criteria
in
like
with
the
your
original report, of course, which we created in
service
our
account or
Power
your
BI
Microsoft
desktop.
account.
On the other hand, a
So
Power
when
BI
you log into your
dashboard, which is
organizational account with
created
this,
from
you
Power
will
BI
be
report,
taken back
is a
to your
high-level view
workspace,
of some
which
of
is
the
my
key
workspace up
KPIs.
here.
KPI
And in
is
this my workspace,
key
you will see
performance
the
indicators,
columns of dashboards,
which
reports, workbooks, and
which
data
shows
sets.
a high level view
Okay,
of some of the KPIs
so
of one
in
or
this
more
left
reports.
panel up
So
here,
one
you can
dashboard
see
can be
many
created from
items like
multiple
favorites,
reports. We
recents,
can
apps shared with me,
pin
workspace,
multiple
and my
visuals from
workspace.
different
So
reports
the
on a
most of the
single
time
dashboard.
you will end
So
up
a
here will
dashboard is
be
a day-to-day
working in the
view of
workspace part,
KPI and
where
provide the
you will
navigation
have
point to the
the different
detailed
kind of
report. So
workspace
in a
you have.
particular
So I
dashboard
have
page,
these many
you can see
workspaces,
different
which you
tiles
can
and visuals.
which
So when
you
you
can
will
see
click
here.
on that particular visual, you
So you
will
can
be
have
navigated
many
to the
workspace up
detailed
here,
report
and each
view.
workspace provide you
So Power
10
BI
GB of
dashboard is
data
not
storage
really
in
built
a
for
Power BI Pro
filtering
account.
or slicing.
So
It is just to show you the brief
all the Power
overview
BI
of what
reports will
exactly is
be seen
happening
up here
in just
in the
one single
workspace in
page,
which you publish it from
just
Power
showing
BI
you
desktop.
some
So
key
let's
KPIs.
take a look
That's
in the
all.
Power BI desktop. So this
So
was our
let me
project
show
report
you
which we have created
here
earlier in the tutorial.
the difference between a Power BI
So
report
let's
and
publish this
dashboard.
report and see how this looks in the Power BI web.
So this
So
is
I'll
my
publish this
workspace where I have this
by clicking
dashboard
on
and
the
report
publish icon
section.
up
So let
here,
me take
and
an
I'll publish it
example of
into my
a
workspace.
report here.
So this will
Let's say
be
I'm taking
published
this
up here. So
customer
every time you
profitability
create some kind
sample.
of changes
All
in your
right,
Power
so
BI
this
report,
sample
you
customer
have to publish it again and again,
profitability
and it will ask you to
sample
replace it
report consists
with
of
the
two tabs:
previous one
team
so
scorecard
that
and
it can
industry
update
margin
it.
analysis. So you
So
can
my
see a very
current
detailed
website
view of
analysis
report
report
which
is
is
publishing
created
it
in
to the
Power BI
web
desktop or even in Power BI
web
web,
here.
but it is showing all of the
So
high filter
when we will
rich
publish a Power BI report,
visuals here. You can
we
see
can
all the
see
filters in the side which you
it
can
in the report
filter
pane up
out,
here. Let's jump it to
and
there.
it is showing all the
So
detail
this is my
graph just
reports
like
up
that.
here,
You can
my
filter
Power
them all.
BI report which I have just published
So
will be
this
seen
is
up
what
here.
a Power BI
So you
report
can
is,
see here
the
the
detailed
website
view.
analysis
Now
is up
we
here.
can create a Power BI
So
dashboard
Power
from this
BI report
particular
will be
report.
created here,
So when we
and
will create
we
a
can create
dashboard, this is how
Power
dashboard
BI
looks like.
dashboard from this report.
I will show you how to
So
create a
I'll tell
dashboard
you
in
in
the
the
coming
next
lectures,
tutorial how you can create a
but
dashboard
this is
from a
how a
report.
dashboard look
So
like.
for
So
now you can see how
here is
this
my
report
customer
looks like in Power
profitability
BI
sample
web.
dashboard.
So
So
you
now you
have
can
all these
see
features up
what
here
this
in the
particular
files, and you
dashboard
can
actually
download
is showing
a
is, let me
PBIX
zoom
file of
this,
it. You
just the
can export it to
KPIs,
Power
the
BI.
big
When you will
numbers which
export
are
it to
really
PowerPoint,
important
it will
for
export
you.
it in a form
Just
of
an
PPT,
important graphs here of total
where
gross
all this
margin,
will be
percent
taken as in
revenue,
the form of
some
screenshots, and publish to
important
web will give
KPI
you a
numbers here,
URL
number of
where
customers, as you
which you
can
can
see,
use
all on
to
a single page.
share
It is
among
showing you
others
everything.
to
Now
share
if
the
you want a
report,
detailed view of
and you
this,
can
you have
save
to just
a
simply
copy of
click
this
on it. So
report.
I
In
want
the
to
view
see
pane you
this.
can
So it
just like
shows
in
total
Power BI
revenue.
desktop where
When
they
I
have
will click on
selection
this,
pane and bookmark pane,
it will
you
take
can
me
have them
to the
here up
report. So
in the
in this
Power BI
report
web
section,
as well. I
I
don't need them
can
as of now, so I'll
let me
close them.
make it minimum.
minimize it. So
in the edit report,
I can
you
click
can
any
edit
of these
the report
visuals.
up here.
Let's say
Just like in
I
Power
have
BI
clicked the number of
desktop,
customers
there
here
are
or
a
total
certain
number of gross
features missing
margins,
in Power
and all
BI
of these
web, but
visuals
most
are
of them are
clickable.
available
So if I
to
select
work
this
on.
particular
So
graph,
I
it
have
will
all
take
this
me to the graph where
can
this was
appear in the
created.
right, but I
So this is
can
why it was created.
see
I
all
can
the
exit the
shapes,
QA
text box,
section.
buttons. I can include all of them in the Power
So
BI
all of these
service
are
as well.
clickable, which
To
shows me
go
the
back to the reading
detailed
mode,
view.
I'll go up
So
here.
this particular
I can refresh
report
the
was
report if I
created
made
in
any
the QA
changes.
section.
I will tell you more
I've
about
told
how
you
to use
earlier
the
what
dashboard,
exactly a
how
QA
to use
section
this
is.
pin
So
live page,
I can
how
change
this really
it to a
works
table.
in the
I
upcoming
can change it to a
videos.
map, everything just like that.
So these are the
Okay,
main features
so
of
at a
Power
high
BI
level,
Web.
at a glance,
Most
I
of
can
your
see
time you will
everything.
be
If I want to
ending
see it
up
in
by
detail,
working
all I
here
have
in
to
the
do is just
dashboards
click
and
on that
report section.
particular
Every time
KPI
you
and it will take
publish
me
a
to the
report
report,
to
just like that.
Power
So
BI
did you
Web,
see this?
its data
What
set
really
will be
happened here is
uploaded
I
up
was
here
on my
in this
dashboard.
particular
I clicked on and
tab.
from where this particular thing
So
is
that
coming.
was all
So this
about
number of customers
Power
is
BI
coming from that
service
original
for this
report. I
very
just
first
clicked on
video.
it
I'll
and it will take
show
me to
you
this
how you
particular
can
team
create a
scorecard
dashboard
tab,
out of this
and
report,
here is the number of
and
customers.
keep
So
working
that's
on,
how
and we'll
a
meet in the
particular
next lecture.
dashboard is
Thank
created,
you.
and this is the difference, the main difference between
Welcome
a
back.
dashboard and a
So
report.
in this tutorial,
All right,
so I tell you
hope you
what
understood
is
this
the difference between a
and
dashboard and a
if you
report
have
in
any
Power
kind
BI.
of doubt,
So
you can always ask me.
whatever
So
we draw
keep
in this
practicing,
particular
and this was
desktop,
all about
we
this
are drawing
lecture,
a Power
and
BI
we will
report.
meet in the next
And then we
lecture.
will
Thank
publish
you.
this
Power BI report into the Power
Hi.
BI
So
service or
let's
Power BI
see
web.
how we can create a
Alright.
dashboard out of
So
our report.
in Power BI
So
service,
for creating a
we
dashboard, there
have
are
our
couple of
published
options up
report,
here.
and from
First
that
of all,
published report,
you can
we
see in
create
the
our
top up here,
dashboard.
up in
So
live
let's quickly
page
look into
button
the
is here.
differences
So
between
when you click on this, a
Power BI
pop-up will
report and
jump, which
dashboard.
will ask you to pin this
Alright, so
particular
a Power BI
page
report
on
is
an
a
existing
combination
dashboard
of
or a new
different
dashboard. For
visual
my convenience,
visualizations
I'll
on a page
use new
that can be
dashboard. I
interrelated
will
with
name
each
this
other. So
website
one thing important thing
analysis,
is that Power BI
just like
report
my report one. You can give any name to
is
this,
something like
and I'll
which
click on pin
is
live.
much
So
more in detailed
one thing
view.
to make
It's
sure
one more
here
in
is
detailed,
that
like
every
it
time
consists
you
of
make
all the
any
data
changes in your
visualization
report,
which we can slice, we
the
can
dashboard will be
filter out,
automatically
which
changed
is
as well.
kind of
So
very
if I make any
interactive
changes
for
in the
our
numbers of
users.
this
It can
particular
be filtered
visual
on
up
any
here,
criteria,
if
like
this
the
particular
original report,
visual
of
is
course,
in
which we
dashboard
created in
also,
our Power
then
BI
the
desktop.
changes will
On
reflect
the
in the
other hand, a
dashboard as
Power
well.
BI dashboard, which
So
is
now, as we
created
have
from
published
Power BI report, is
our
a high
report
level view of some of the
as
key
we have pinned it
KPIs.
in a live
KPI
page,
is
we can see
key
it in our
performance
dashboard
indicators,
section as well. So let's see how
which
this looks. So I'll go to
which
my
shows a
workspace
high level
and
view of some of
I've
the
given it name as
KPIs
website
of one or
analysis.
more
I'll click
reports.
on website
So one
analysis,
dashboard can be
and
created
there you
from
go. So this is
multiple
my
reports.
dashboard.
We can
Just like
pin
my report,
multiple visuals
you
from
can see
different
there are
reports
no
on
buttons
a
up here,
single
just like my
dashboard.
report, because
So
a
a
dashboard is
dashboard
just
is
kind
a
of a
day-to-day view of
screenshot or
KPI
kind of
and
a
provide the navigation point to the detailed
single
report. So in
page
a
which
particular
will show you
dashboard page,
how
you
my
can see
report looks like.
different
So
tiles and
I
visuals.
can click
So when you will
on
click on
my
that
drill down
particular
donut,
visual, you will
or I
be
can click on any of the
navigated
bar
to
up
the
here
detailed
to
report
do
view.
cross filtering.
So Power BI
Now,
dashboard is not
as you
really
have
built
seen, I
for
have clicked on
filtering or slicing.
pin live page. There's
It is
another
just to
option you
show you
can
the
do to
brief
add to this
overview of what
dashboard.
exactly is
Let me
happening
jump back
in
to
just one
my
single page. Just
my
showing you
report to show you
some
this.
key
So what we
KPIs.
have done here
That's
is we
all.
have pin live
So
the
let me
whole
show
page.
you
But what if I just
here
want
what
to pin just one
the
particular
difference
visual to
between a
my
Power BI
dashboard? So I
report
have
and
pinned
dashboard.
my social media tab up here in my
So this is my
dashboard.
workspace
What if I want
where
to
I
pin
have this
just
dashboard
one
and
visual
report
of my
section.
device
So let me take an
tab
example
into
of
my
a
dashboard?
report here.
Suppose I want to pin
Let's
this
say I'm
particular,
taking this
so or this
customer
particular. So
profitability
in the
sample.
top you can see this
All right,
particular
so
icon here
this sample customer
which says pin visual.
profitability
I'll click on it
sample
and
report
it will
consists
ask me
of
to
two tabs:
existing or new
team
dashboard. So I
scorecard and
want it
industry
to pin
margin
on my
analysis. So
existing
you can
dashboard.
see a
So
very
I'll click
detailed
on
view of
just pin.
report which is created
So
in Power
it
BI
says
desktop or
pin
even
to
in Power BI
dashboard.
web,
I
but
can
it
go
is
to
showing all of the
dashboard up here,
high filter rich
and
visuals
now you
here.
can
You
see
can
this
see
was
all the
my report
filters in the
earlier, and
side
along
which you
with this
can
I have my
filter out,
this particular
and it is showing all the detailed
visual
graphs
set
just
here.
like that. You can
So
filter them
just
all.
like this you can add as many visuals from any other report
So
of this
this is
same
what a
workspace.
Power BI
So
report
one
is,
thing to
the
note down here
detailed
is
view.
you
Now
can add
we can create a
different
Power BI
visuals from
dashboard
any other other report
from this
as well
particular
to one
report.
particular
So
dashboard.
when we will create a
But
dashboard, this is how
you
dashboard
cannot
looks like.
add
I will
in
show
live
you how to
visual
create a
of any
dashboard
other
in the
report
coming
of any
lectures.
other workspace.
But this
So
is
the
how a
workspace
dashboard
should
look
be
like.
the
So
same to
here is
create
my
a
customer
dashboard. So
profitability sample
this was
dashboard.
of my
So now you
same
can see
workspace.
what
So
this particular
I've created this
dashboard
particular
actually is
dashboard.
showing
I
is,
can
let me
create
zoom this,
I can add
just
any
the
other visual
KPIs, the big
from
numbers
any
which are
other report
really
of this
important
workspace to
for
this
you. Just
dashboard as well,
an
but
important
it
graphs here
cannot
of
add
total
any
gross
other
margin
visual
percent revenue,
which is from any other workspace.
important
So
KPI
this is
numbers here, number of customers,
needs
as
to
you
be
can
make
see,
sure
all
that
on a single page.
we can add
It is showing
only
you
the
everything. Now if you want a
visuals or
detailed
in
view
live
of
page
this,
of the
you have to
same
just simply click
workspace
on it. So I want
reports
to see
only.
this
Alright,
So it
so
shows
this is
total
how you
revenue.
can create
When
a
I click on
dashboard.
this,
So I can add
it
as
will take
many
me to the report. So in this
of this
report section,
in my
I
visual.
can let
So
me
this
make
is
it
how you can
minimize it.
create a
So
dashboard.
I
So
can click
let's
any of
jump
this
back to our
visual.
dashboard
Let's say
again.
I have
You can
clicked the
see in
number
the
of
dashboard
customers
there are
here or
certain
total
features in
number
the
of gross
top like
margins,
add
and all
tile,
of these visuals are
usage metrics. So we
clickable.
can add
So if I
another
select this
tile up
particular
here,
graph, it will take
which
me to
can
the graph
like
where
an
this was
image, a
created.
text box, a
So
video,
this is why it was
or
created.
a
I can
real-time
exit the
data. So
QA
there are certain
section.
features available as per our needs. We can do that.
So all of these are
Or
clickable,
if
which
we
means
have
which
rights, we
shows
can
me
also
the
share our
detailed view.
dashboard by
So this
clicking on this share
particular
this dashboard button,
report was
and
created in the
URL
QA
or a link will
section.
be provided to you. This is the
I've told you
dashboard
earlier
link.
what exactly a QA
Or
section is.
you
So
can just
I can
enter
change
the
it
email
to a
address of
table.
whom you want to share
I can change
this
it to a
dashboard
map,
with, and
everything
it will
just
be
like
shared
that.
to him
Okay,
along with the
so
email
at
sent
high
to him
level, at a
of
glance,
this
I can see
particular
everything. If I
dashboard
want to
link.
see it in
So this is how
detail,
you can
all I
share
have
a
to do is just
dashboard.
click on that particular
In the
KPI
next
and
lecture,
it will
I'll
take
show
me to the
you
report just like
how
that. So did you see
to
this? What really
edit this
happened here
particular
is I
dashboard
was
for
on
a
my
phone view.
dashboard.
So
I
if you want
clicked
to see
on
this
any
dashboard
from where
in
this
a
particular
phone
thing is coming.
and you want to
So this number
customize
of
the looks, you
customers is
can do
coming
that
from
as
that
well
original
for the
report. I
phone
just
view.
clicked on it
So just
and it will
practice
take me
this
to this
how
particular
to
team
create a
scorecard tab,
dashboard out of the
and here
report.
is the
And
number
if
of
you have any doubts,
customers.
feel free
So
to ask
that's
me,
how
and
a
we'll meet
particular
in the next
dashboard is
lecture.
created,
Thank you.
and this is the difference, the main difference between a
Okay, so in the
dashboard and
last
a report.
lecture, we have seen how we can
Alright,
create
so
a
I
dashboard
hope
out of
you
a report.
understood this,
Now I'll show you how you
and
can
if
edit
you
this
have
particular
any kind of
dashboard for
doubt,
a
you can
particular
always
phone
ask
layout
me.
view. So
So
you can
keep
change the layout of
practicing,
the
and this
dashboard
was all
for
about this
particular
lecture, and
phones.
we will meet in the next lecture.
Suppose
Thank you.
this is how it looks like in the web in the
Hi.
desktop
So
version,
let's
but
see
you want to
how we
change
can
its
create a
layout
dashboard out of our
in the
report.
layout of the dashboard when you
So
want to
for
see in
creating a
the
dashboard,
mobile
there are
app. So you
couple
can
of
change
options
this
up
by
here.
clicking here.
First of
You can
all,
see this
you can
shows
see
the
in the
web
top
view,
up here a
and you
pin
can
live
click
page
on the phone
button
view
is here to
so
edit
when
it.
you click on this, a pop-up will
So
jump. It will ask you when you switch to the phone
pin
version.
this particular
Tiles on the dashboard will
page
appear
on
in the
an
customized view
existing
on all
dashboard or a
phones.
new dashboard.
Okay.
For my
So let's see
convenience,
how it
I'll
looks like in the web.
use
In
new
in the
dashboard. I will
desktop
name
version.
this
So you can
website
see this
analysis.
as of
Just
now.
my
It
just
will,
like
if
my
I
report
see
name, you can
my
give any
particular
name to this,
report in any Android or iOS
and
phone,
I'll
it will look
click on
like
pin live.
this.
So one thing
Why?
to make
Because
sure
this
here
is
is that
we have
every
pinned the
time you
whole
make
page
any changes in your
in our
report,
dashboard. So everything is
the
coming
dashboard will be automatically
all
changed
together.
as well. So
We have
if I
pinned this
make any
particular
changes in the numbers
visual
of this particular visual up here
differently.
if this particular visual is in
To
dashboard
our
also,
dashboard,
then
so it
the
is
changes
coming
will
in a
reflect in the
different
dashboard
way.
as well.
While this whole
So
page
now
is
as we have
shown
published
whole together
our
because we have
report
pinned
as a
the pin
is
live page.
as we have
So
pinned it
when
in a
you
live
see
page,
in the
we can see
in the
it
mobile view,
in
this
our
will not really
dashboard
look
section
quite
as well.
good because you
So
cannot
let's see
really
how
see
this looks
So
like.
I'll go to my
While
workspace,
if
and
you I've given
if
it
you
name as
pin
website
a
analysis,
particular
I'll click
visual
on website
one by one,
analysis,
you can
and
really
there you go. So this is my
create a
dashboard.
good dashboard out of it.
Just like my
So
report,
this
you
is how
can
it is
see
look right
there
now.
are no
Let's
buttons up
create
here,
a
just
good
like my report,
dashboard
because a dashboard is just
for the
kind of
phone
a
layout view.
screenshot or kind of a
So I'll quickly jump back to my
single
report
page
of
which will show you
how my
website
report looks like.
analysis,
So
and I'll make a
I
dashboard
can
out
click
of it.
on
So this will be
my drill
particular
down
for
donut,
my, or I can click
phone
on
layout.
any of the bar up here.
So my
to
report
do
has
cross
load.
filtering.
Now what I want
as
is,
you have seen, I have
firstly,
clicked on
I want
all these
pin
buttons
live page.
There's
in my
another option
dashboard
you can do to
I'll
add
quickly
to this
just
pin them
dashboard.
there.
Let me jump back to my
1, 2, and 3. There you go.
my
You will get
report
this notification
to
every
show you
time you
this.
pin any
So
visual.
what we have done here is we have
Now I'll pin this
live
particular
the
visual
whole page
to my
But
website
what if I
analysis
just want to
dashboard.
pin just
I
one
will
particular
pin this
visual to my
particular visual.
dashboard?
So I have pinned my
So
social
what
media
we are doing
tab
is
up
we are
here in
doing
my
it just for our
in
phone
my
view dashboard.
how this will look in
What
my phone.
if I want to pin just
So
one
I
visual
also
of my
want
device
this particular sessions to look in
tab
my
into
phone
my
and my bounces
dashboard?
as well.
Suppose I want
my
to pin
website.
this particular, so or this
Okay,
particular.
so
So this has been
in
the
the
top. You can see this
now
particular icon
we'll
here.
go in the phone layout
It
view.
says pin visual. I'll click on it and it will ask me to existing or new
So
dashboard.
I'll
So
go
I
to
wanted to
my
pin on my
dashboard.
existing dashboard. I'll jump
So I'll
back to
click
my
on just
website
pin.
analysis dashboard. So this
it
is my
says
dashboard. As you
pin
can
to
see,
dashboard.
first I can
Made
go to
pin
go
live
to
page
dashboard
whole.
up here. So this whole is coming all together.
now
You can see this was
then
my
this
report
particular
earlier, and
visuals,
along with
they
this,
are
I have my
coming one by
this
one.
particular.
So
this is how this should look like if you want to
visual
edit it
set
for a
here.
Power BI
So
mobile app.
just like this, you
Then
can
they
add
should
as
come
many
all
visuals
alone,
because
from
it would
any
be very
other
easy
report
for you
of
to
the same
manage
workspace.
when you want to see
So
them
one
in
thing
a
to note down
mobile
here
view.
is you
So
can
let's
add
see
different
so
different
let's
visuals
make
from
it
any other
quite
report as well
good for
to
the
one
phone view.
particular
So for web
dashboard.
view,
this whole page looks good, so we want you cannot delete this particular one, add pin live visual of any other report of any other workspace, edit it for our so the view. Workspace first of all I don't want this for my create a dashboard, so click on this was of my same workspace. When I click on hide tile, it will come this particular dashboard. I can create I can add any other visual. I want my from any other report of this workspace to this my dashboard as well, but I cannot add any other these three came in which is in the beginning, which is from any other workspace. So this is drill down donut chart needs to be make sure that we can add only the visuals or pin live page coming one after the same workspace. You can also resize these buttons. All right, so this is how you can create a dashboard. So I can add as many of this in my visual. Just try to this is how you can create a dashboard per your choice. So let's jump back to our dashboard again. There you go. You can see in the dashboard there are certain features in the top, like I'll just add my usage metric. So we can add another tile up here. So you have to use as per your box a video requirement or a real-time data to make there are certain visual features available as per our needs. I'll just showing you how this thing is done, or if we have rights we can also share our dashboard then clicking on this share this numbers up here, and a URL or a link will be provided to you. Okay, so this is when I'll view this in my phone, or this is how it just look like. Enter the email address of whom you want to share this dashboard with, and so that it will be shared to him now along with the email sent to him. Firstly, I see these three buttons, then I see my bar graph. This is how you can share a dashboard. This is my graph. In the next lecture, I will show you numbers how KPI card format. Edit this particular dashboard for a phone view. So if you want to see how it will look like in a phone view, and you want to customize the looks, you can do that as well for the phone view. Again, go to the web view. Just practice this. So for the web, the dashboard will remain the same. And if you have any doubts, feel free to ask me. You can view just in the next lecture. And when you will view this dashboard in your phone layout, okay. In the last lecture, we have seen how we can create a dashboard out of a report. Really good. Now I'll show you how you can edit this particular dashboard for a particular phone layout view. Understood it. So you can change the layout of the dashboard for a particular about phones if you have any kind of doubt. Suppose this is how it looks like in the web, in the desktop version, but you want to change this layout, change the layout of the dashboard when you want to see it in the mobile app. So you can change this by clicking here. You can see this shows the web view, and you can click on the phone view to edit it. So it will ask you when you switch to the phone version, tiles on the dashboard will appear in the customized view on all phones. Okay, so let's see how it looks like in the web in the desktop version. So you can see this as of now. It will, if I see my particular report in any Android or iOS phone, it will look like this. Why? Because this is we have pinned the whole page in our dashboard, so everything is coming all together. We have pinned this particular visual differently to our dashboard, so it is coming in a different way, while this whole page is shown whole together because we have pinned the pin live page. So when you will see in the mobile view, this will not really look quite good because you cannot really see how this looks like, while if you pin a particular visual one by one, you can really create a good dashboard out of it. So this is how it is look right now. Let's create a good dashboard for the phone layout view. So I'll quickly jump back to my report of website analysis, and I'll make a dashboard out of it. So this will be particular for my phone layout. So my report has loaded. Now what I want is, firstly I want all these buttons in my dashboard. I'll quickly just pin them there, 1, 2 and 3. There you go. You will get this notification every time you pin any visual. So now I'll pin this particular visual to my website analysis dashboard. I will pin this particular visual. So what we are doing is we are doing it just for our phone view, how this will look in our phone. All right, so I also want this particular sessions to look in my phone and my bounces as well of my website. Okay, so this has been done. Now we'll go in the phone layout view. So I'll go to my dashboard. I'll jump back to my website analysis dashboard. So this is my dashboard. As you can see, I first made pin live page whole. So this whole is coming all together. Then these particular visuals, they are coming one by one. So this is how this should look like. If you want to edit it for a Power BI mobile app, then they should come all alone, because it would be very easy for you to manage when you want to see them in a mobile view. So let's see, so let's make it quite good for the phone view. So for web view, this whole page looks good, so we won't delete this particular one. So now let's change or edit it for our phone view. So first of all, I don't want this for my phone view, so I'll click on hide tile up here. When I click on hide tile, it will come back into this particular unpinned sections. So first I want my these buttons on my phone dashboard. So these three came in the beginning. Then I want my drill down donut chart. Then I want my bar graph. So they are coming one after the other. You can also resize these buttons just like this. There you go. Just try to make changes as per your choice, like this. There you go. If you have 4 buttons, you can add one more here. I'll just add my drill down donut up here. So you have to use as per your requirement to make it more visually attractive. I'll just showing you how this thing is done. There you go. Then this, then some particular numbers up here, just like that. Okay, so when I'll view this in my phone, this is how it will look like. These three particular, let me make this zoom so that it looks good now. Okay, so firstly I'll see these 3 buttons, then I'll see my bar graph, then my session, this my graph, then these particular numbers in KPI card format, and then I want this. So this is how it will look like in the phone view. So that's how you can change the phone view. You can again go to the web view and view it. So for the web, the dashboard will remain the same, but for the phone, you have just edited it, and when you will view this dashboard in your phone layout, in your mobile app of your Android or iOS, this would look really good as you have just edited it. So that's how this thing is done. I hope you understood it, and always you can ask me anything about if you have any kind of doubts. So we'll continue our work in the next lecture, and thank you.